GHB TV. What's going on? Late night, y'all. Y'all know what it is. Don't act like y'all don't know what's up. Bodies, bodies, and more bodies. Perfect. We here. Mad Money Mitch. What's up, family? Hey, listen. I was just sitting back thinking about something. I was thinking about since things look fishy at 147 pounds, what would it look like for Jaron Boots Ennis if he decided next to enter the 154-pound division? What would it look like for him? I'm going to put the link in the chat in a little bit. Put the link in the chat in a little bit. There's a lot going on in the game we want to cover. There's a lot going on in the game we want to cover. We want to talk about tonight. Put the link in the chat in a little bit. Make sure you hit the like button in the way in. Champions at 147 need to fight each other. Yeah, but I think that's over. It's just my mind. They said Boots and Bakram, Boots and Madrimov. Yeah, all of those is great fights. How does those fights look though? Boots, Fundora. I love all them fights. I love all those fights, to be honest. I think he fits in well. And I think what everybody's been wanting to find out about him, they'll begin to see. And of course, there's going to be a lot of people continuing to say little things. He's not proven, he's not that good, he hasn't been tested. But can you really say that at 154 pounds? It's a lot of killers up there. It's a lot of killers. I want to see it. I was just sitting here and think about it. Damn, you know what? Brian Norman Jr. is going to Japan. Uh, Mario Barrios decided to fight Manny Pacquiao. I get it. I understand why. It's a chance at a champion. There's some great money probably involved. Most likely it is. Some great money involved. You know what I mean? They know that Boots is on a mission. And I think this was purposely done so that he would move up to 54. I don't know. I don't know if he's moving to 54 uh just yet. Oh, what the hell is this? I don't know if he's moving to I don't know if he's moving to 54 just yet, but in my eyes, I can see it happening simply because the guys he want to fight, they don't want to fight. I want to see Boots versus Pacquiao. I don't want to see that. Pacquiao, he'll beat the shit out of Pacquiao. That's the honest to God truth. Um, but like I was saying though, I think like I said before, um, the fact that Brian Norman decided to go to Japan, uh, and the fact that Mario Barrios decided to fight Manny Pacquiao, it's really nothing left at 147 for him unless he's willing to wait. But who's willing to wait when you've been on the road? You know what I mean? When you've been on the road like that, like you don't want to sit back and be waiting for these guys. And everybody got mad because Boost didn't accept a so-called offer from Teofimo Lopez, but I don't even think it was really an offer. And then, to be honest, Teo don't even want to fight Devin Haney, so that don't even make sense to say to really believe that he really wanted to fight Boots. How you want to fight Boots Ennis, but you don't want to fight Devin Haney, and then you trying to negotiate like you got the upper hand. I really don't understand what's going on right now, but I like what's going on. I like what's going on because I have a feeling Boots will be going to 54 next. I could be wrong. You know what I mean? You never know. But I have a feeling that he is simply because we're not going to sit around and keep playing with these dudes at 47 and all they going to keep doing is complaining, saying you too big and, you this and you that. So with that being said, let's take the show on the road, boys. It's time to go up. That's just that's just what I think. I think I think any matchup at 154 is a great matchup for Boots Ennis. Let's be honest. AG, you won't always get on live latest shit. I know, bro. My bad. I mean, I be tired. I come in the crib. I gotta eat something, get my energy up. You know what I mean? Then I hop on. I try to relax when I first come in the crib. You know what I mean? And get my head together. Once I get my head together, then I'm jumping on the live. This what I gotta do though. You know what I mean? This what the people want me to do. And I gotta give the people what they want. I think Boots in this will be will fit in at 154 pounds just fine. The question is, will he be as dominant? We won't know until we see it. You know what I'm saying? Foreign, tell him, foreign, we gotta feed the streets, cousin. That's what they want. It's what y'all wanted, right? You know? The champions at 54 is Fundora, Bakram. I think Fundora, Bakram, and Bud Crawford. Should he go right after a title or should he, just go fill the weight class out? I think this is great. I think this is great for boxing. I think this is what the game need. And I think it's very exciting for Bruce Ennis. It's a lot of fights at 54, bro. A lot of fights. A lot of big guys, you know what I mean? That way they can stop saying he being a weight bully at 47 and give him his proper respects at 154. You know what I mean? Y'all say go straight for the title. I'm about to put the link in the chat in like another 2 minutes. You know what I mean? So we're gonna bring the trenches in and we're gonna let the trenches talk. You know what I mean? We want to hear what the people gotta say. At the same time, Teofimo Lopez is horrible. He's a horrible individual. I don't even really believe he wanna fight. I think it's to the point he just wanna troll. I think he's just a professional troll at this point. Devin Haney, to me, is the perfect fight for them both. I think a fight with Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez is a great matchup. I think we get great action in a fight like that. But Teofimo Lopez seems to not want that fight. Why is that? What is it about Devin Haney that Teofimo Lopez fears? I wonder. I think I know what it is. I think I know it's the fact that he'll have to get in there and really box. No, they not signed. They not signed. You're late. I'm not late. You're late. True King, you got to do some more homework. You got to do some more homework, baby. They not signed. They was close. Tio said, no, I don't want to do that right now. Tio done got cooked by Sandra Martin. Dev ain't no Sandor. If Boost Buddha 54 and beat if Boost Buddha 54 beat Brockman, he's the new monster taking everyone cornbread. Yeah, I can see that. Because Bachram is highly respected at 154 pounds. Yeah, only Dev. They said only Dev signed. Check the tweets. Y'all got to do your homework. I didn't believe it when I first heard it, but I sat back a little bit, like another half hour. They was like, nope, fight off. The fight, and guess what? If they did fight, then good for both of them. I think it's a good opportunity for both of them. But I don't think he really want to fight Devin Haney because Devin Haney is going to make him think in that ring. Teofimo Lopez, he loves for guys to just walk into his shots. He don't want to have to go in there and have to really use his ability and use his mind. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting the link in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to let the people speak. I think I've said enough. You know what I mean? If you really got something to say, man, come on through. We're gonna talk boxing tonight. We're gonna talk boxing tonight. Me, honestly, I don't think Teofimo will want to fight anybody who's fast, and that's gonna make him think. I think it's all about him getting the right fight and him being able to knock a guy out. He ain't had a crazy knockout in a minute. You know what I mean? We used to him knocking guys out at 135, looking like a bully. 140 ain't really been too good to him. So I don't know how he talking about going up to 47. Cash, what up? Talk to me. You're a little low. Your mic a little low. What's up, cousin?
Shit, chilling. Uh,
Talk to
it,
me.
it's a bunch of good work at 54, as we already know.
Okay.
Uh, Shit, I'd like to see him against anybody in the top 10. I was just looking at it. Could he jump right into a champion? He could, but a lot of them really got work right now. Fondora and Tim Zulf in a rematch.
Right.
Honestly, just on some real shit, it ain't about whether I think he could beat Virgil or not. Virgil has already acclimated to the weight division. I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
want that to be his first fight, though.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be. I still think Boo's got a real good chance at beating him, but I would prefer if he get a fight or two at 54, and both of them gonna be there. I don't think Virgil moving up to 60 no time soon.
But who? But
Uh,
who? But who should it be?
Shit, I don't want
To be
this to
honest,
happen.
that
This a good fight, but the reason I don't want it to happen is because this is one of my favorite fighters at 54, and he been waiting a minute to get his title shot. But
Yeah.
I like Lubin.
Okay.
I like Lubin, Jesus Ramos. That'd be a good joint.
Yeah.
Boychuk, Bakram, Majimov, any of them guys.
What about
Okay.
Brian Castano?
Hey Tay, how you feel, Tay?
Hey, I'm blessed, man. Salute to the panel, man. How everybody doing?
What up?
Chilling. Go ahead, Tay. Say your piece.
But yeah, like I was thinking like somebody like Conwell or like Castano or somebody like that's like a good fight. Like I remember a couple lives ago, you said Castano would be like he remind you like that dog that's in the back that you would just call up to just test somebody. So like for Boo's first fight at 54, I think that'd probably be a good. Um, I know how Boo's probably run him over, but still, you know
When the last time we seen Castano though?
exactly. That's what I'm saying. That too.
Jamil?
That's why I'm like maybe not Castano, but somebody with that type of
But
vibe.
but can I say this? If you just said fill out the weight class, why not Castano?
Yeah.
It'll be a alright fight, but it's like you fighting somebody who been inactive, who ain't been visible for a minute. Is it a
But
good
that's
fight
not
for
the
boxing
fight.
fans? Yeah, but like
It's to prepare Boots for like the big fights. Cause Bud said after Canelo fight, he gonna go back to 54. Jamel Charlo coming back. It's probably gonna prepare, like you said, Virgil Ortiz. So, just to get him acclimated to the weight class so he could jump into the real competition. You know.
Talk to me, 4K.
What's good, fellas?
What's
Let
up?
me talk
Yeah,
about the
man.
T.O. situation first. I'm actually happy this shit happening because I hate that nigga. I want everybody to starve him out. I never want to see that nigga in a ring ever again. If he does, if he does get in the ring, I would like to see him against Boots, only because I know Boots will kill that man in the ring. But on to Boots. Uh, if he go if he go up to 54, honestly, I ain't trying to see no tune-up fights or none of that. I ain't that big of a fan of Boots, but I think very highly of him. I want him to go straight to Virgil. Too many people was talking shit when he so-called turned down the Virgil fight, and I just want him to get Virgil out of the way and beat his ass.
Mm. Talk to me, King.
What's happening? What's happening? First
What's up
time
with?
with this bitch. So on the TO, I think a lot of people can kill him. I want somebody to get him up out of there. He been talking too much crap. I don't like the fact that people use, oh, I don't want to break no bread with him to not fight him. You know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here. If he gonna talk all that, then bust him in the mouth. Get him up out of here. And whatever little money he get. I ain't trying to hear no money talk. I want somebody to bust him in his mouth.
EH.
What up, dude?
What's up, OJ? How you feeling?
Oh man, I'm good. I'm good. I actually just got off. Boy, I got another break, man. Salute to the panel.
My guy.
I'm just, when it comes to guys making moves in their career and picking fights and shit like that, I always say whatever the team say, because I figure the team know better than we do, and I don't care who he fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? At the weight class, if he gonna move to the weight class, I don't care who he fight. I kind of feel kind of I don't want to say sad, but I'm kind of I would feel some type of way if him and Lubin fought, because Lubin, one of my favorite 54. He one of my favorite fighters. Fair. I love Lubin. Lubin the gangster, man. You know what I'm
Yes, sir.
saying?
Yes,
But
sir.
but I mean, if the team say he ready, you know what I mean, Jiggy, and you close, you know what I mean. If you say he ready, shit, get it, get it.
I mean, me myself, I think he been ready. Uh, but he was a man on a mission. You know what I'm saying? Well, he is a man on a mission. And
Right.
he wanted the undisputed at 47. It don't look like that's gonna happen because these dudes is running every way except towards Boots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I
I
can't
ain't mad at them though.
that's what I'm about to say. At the end of the day, I can't be mad at them. It's their careers. They got to do what's best for them.
But
And
it's they chin too. It's they chin.
yeah, your chin is
Ain't
definitely
nobody
on the
fighting
line.
Boots. Ain't nobody gonna fight him.
I ain't even gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Stan Jonas is not gonna be the same no more, man. Like, dang, long live Stan Jonas, man.
Man, I'm a big fan of Brian Norman Jr., man. I ain't gonna lie. I did not want to see him in there against Boots. I ain't
Mm.
gonna lie. It's kind of how
Boots
it's
ended
kind of how he
careers,
feel
man.
about Lubin. Like I don't want my dog to get pummeled. So
Yeah, I
And
appreciate
I,
the honesty.
and I wanted to add on to the T.O. thing. I feel like they should try to backdoor T.O. with like a Rolly. Let's get on Rolly.
yeah, I like that. I like that.
Rolly on the high right now. Let's backdoor T.O. with Rolly.
You think he'll want to fight Rolly for real? For real?
He'll probably feel arrogant enough that he could probably get him, because Rolly a wild card. But I think Rolly could get him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
You say you don't think what?
he'll kill Rolly.
I don't
Kill
know.
him.
They said
T.O.
Rolly,
they
gonna
said
kill
Rolly
Rolly?
be like
hey,
Kill Rolly.
that man, he
He
like
talk.
that.
Rolly
I,
one of bomb type mugs. He'll run up and explode, which like,
uh,
I
hey,
mean,
he gonna
I
he
mean,
gonna
let's.
have to kill him.
I mean, let's hold on. Let's slow down. Let's think about Rolly last performance. Is that really? Can you really? If Ryan being 5'11", almost 6 foot, was having trouble
he,
slowing Rolly down and getting to him, how could you see T.O. getting in there?
he ain't got his
He don't
power.
got what?
He got his fundamentals is trash. Prime fundamentals are trash.
Okay.
He got a new
But
coach
but but
though.
but listen. But hold on. My bad, y'all. Slow down a second. What I'm
My
saying
fault.
is, what I'm no, you straight. What I'm saying is, we just watched Tio have a real true problem with Barbosa at 140. So you think he'd get in there at 47 and destroy Rolly?
Rolly,
Right.
Rolly's awkward. He has he has a, like he has karate boxing fundamentals. So I don't think it's not gonna be quick. It's not gonna be fast. But I don't see Rolly going 9 rounds with him. He's not going 9. I can see him going
Mm.
5. Him a
I
little.
think I
It's
think
one of them.
Rolly on some real shit. I think Rolly is stop Tio on some real shit.
He
If
got
you go in
Whoa.
there
I
playing,
do
if
too.
you get in there
Whoa.
playing, look, if you get in there,
Whoa.
it's one of the things like what Kenny
Wait,
Ellis said
wait,
on
wait,
your
wait,
thing,
wait,
G.
wait,
Like
wait,
he said, to
wait,
see
wait,
fighters could still be
wait,
champions and
wait,
stuff. Like Rolly
wait,
is one of
wait,
them.
wait, wait. I cannot let y'all say that, bro. There's
It
no
wasn't. It
way.
wasn't. It wasn't y'all. It was me.
Well, whoever is agreeing, whoever is saying that, we cannot genuinely, like in real life, actually sit here and say that Rolly will stop Tio.
You
Why?
would be
Why
Let's
would you?
surprised
let's
for
Just
it.
because
You
he
would
looked
be
nice against
surprised.
Ryan, because
Uh,
we had already
hey,
we all can agree. We
John,
all can agree. We all
Evan,
can agree that Ryan was nothing more than a hype job. I'm sure we
Would
all
you
can
be
agree on that.
surprised though for it? Would you be surprised if it happened?
I don't think he was a
If
hype. I think
bro,
the
if
uh,
bro, if I was a betting man, if I was a betting man, I'm not even. Are y'all okay? Tio
I'm
against
asking you, would you
Rolly
be
Romero.
surprised at it though?
Hell yeah, I would be surprised.
I
hell
was
no, bro.
surprised because
Hell yeah.
he's awkward.
Surprised?
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. And my bro, Tio is nice, bro. I don't like.
Bro,
I'm not like.
let's not act like T.O. ain't get his ass whooped against Cambosis.
I'm not. Everybody
Let's
can get
not
their
act
Okay,
ass
like
whooped.
that.
I'm not saying he can't
That's
get his
what we
ass whooped, but I'm not saying
saying. Like, you don't think Rolly that guy that would do that?
no,
oh,
But what is
no.
it? But what? All right, I'm asking a question.
Oh,
I
tripping.
What?
can answer
Virgil.
your question.
No, I just want to ask though. What is it about Rolly that you saying you can't see that?
Everything, oh, bro, Greg.
Everything?
Are we watching the same fights?
This what I'm
He's
trying. All right,
he's
Oh,
this,
uncoordinated as hell. One hard shot, he might be down.
all right,
let,
this. All
look,
right,
that's
this.
that's both ways though.
All right, this what I'm
With
trying
Exactly.
to
Tio,
say.
That
This
shit
what.
don't
All right,
even
this what I'm
matter.
trying to say. This what I'm trying to say. This what I'm trying to say. Rolly, no, Tio, right? He ain't caught a body since 35. He might
Facts.
have. He might have got one. I don't know, but he ain't
Nah.
catch a. He ain't catch a body
Nah.
since.
so
He ain't
Josh
catch a.
Taylor wasn't a
wait,
body.
hold
Hold on.
on.
Who?
Josh
I'm trying
Taylor,
to hear what you
We talking about
saying.
knockouts. We talking
He
about
didn't
knockouts.
knock him out.
but
I'm just trying to
they
hear what you.
whooped his ass though.
No, listen what I'm saying. Just hear me out. Just hear me out first. Hear me out. And
Okay,
I'm not trying to convince nobody. I just want to see where everybody brain
Yeah,
at.
I'm trying to
Listen,
rebuttal. I'm trying to
listen.
hear
All
you.
right, so listen, just listen to what I'm saying. He ain't caught a body since 135. You get the you lose the Cambosis, you get the 40. You might have lost to Claggett. You might have lost to Sandor Martin. You understand what I'm saying?
Don't forget Ortiz.
Hold on,
And you
hold on.
and you hold on. And you might have lost to Jermaine Ortiz, right? So now we're gonna take that same guy and we're gonna take him up to 147, and you telling me that he gonna stop Rolly. Now listen, you asked me what do I see? Rolly switched trainers and went to Salas, Ismail Salas. Ismail Salas is a world-class trainer. He know what the fuck he doing, right? When Rolly was fighting Ryan, yeah, Ryan might not be the best technically. He might not be the best fundamentally sound fighter, but if you paid attention, Rolly checked a lot of his issues. A lot of the little crazy shit Rolly do in the ring, he was checking that shit. He was making sure he wasn't going out there and making those mistakes that'd get him hurt. Now you gonna take Tio, who he ain't stepped on the gas since 35. You mean to tell me he gonna go in there and just do what he want to Rolly?
Wait. Okay, now can I rebuttal?
Go
okay,
ahead.
Can I
all right.
rebuttal,
Go
I'll,
bro?
ahead.
Okay, my first point. The first thing that I caught you saying is that he switched trainers. We're not gonna sit here and say that he switched styles. The same Broly that we've been seeing was the same Broly against Ryan. That's for one. Just because he switched trainers, it did not look like a different Broly. That's just my opinion. Maybe I'm
You all
tripping,
right? So
and I'm
It
all
seeing.
right.
is,
So
Hold on,
hold
hold
on.
on,
it,
hold on,
All right,
Greg.
hold
Hold
on, hold
on.
on. I got a quick
I'm on
question.
it.
Oh my,
I
come
got a
on,
quick.
man.
I just got a quick question. So you mean to tell me Rolly keeping that fucking right hand up and working behind that jab, that didn't look different to you? That didn't look
Greg,
like
Was
Greg, everybody knows the game plan against Ryan is to keep the right hand up. That's all he
yeah,
had to
but
do.
this is what I'm trying to say. This the same kid that people call retarded. He went out there and made the shit look easy.
Greg, we all agreed that Rolly Romero was not a top fighter, but he wasn't a trash fighter. Me and you, we never said Rolly was trash. That may be the casual fan. Yeah, they could call him retarded or whatever. But if you watching boxing, you know Rolly Romero, he's not the greatest, but the kid is basic, bro. There's no way we're gonna sit here and say just because he had a great performance or whatever y'all want to call it against Ryan, that he's gonna do anything crazy to Tio. I
I
just
think
Hey,
can't
can
see
I
I
that.
say
think he
something real quick?
I
Can I
think
say
he knocked.
something?
I think he knocked T.O. I think he knocked T.O. the fuck out. I'm being dead serious. I'm
Look,
being
I
dead
can't agree
serious.
with that,
I,
man. But we could agree to
look,
disagree,
I'm
bro.
gonna
I
use
just
both
can't
of
see it.
y'all
Look,
points.
to me,
Look,
bro. Look, even
hold
though T.O. ain't been looking the sharpest in his last few fights, bro. Even if T.O. just went in there and looked how he's been looking in the past, bro, there's no way I can see Rolly Romero being able to do anything with him.
on, doing nothing.
I'm
But
sorry, bro.
look,
Tio is
let me
too
say this
technical
real
in that
quick.
ring, bro.
Let
Like
me
I've been
let me say
actually
this.
watching this nigga slow down, slow motion. That nigga Tio know what he doing, bro. He might not be pulling out all his tricks out the bag, and I'm not the biggest Tio fan, and that's not even my favorite fighter. But I cannot sit here and let y'all say that because Rolly Romero did anything against Ryan Garcia, I think Ryan Garcia is more basic than Rolly Romero. He just got
I,
a left
I'm not.
hand.
I'm not
Let,
going against.
hold on.
I'm not going against nothing you saying. But what I'm saying is, Tank Davis said out his own mouth, the two hardest hitting motherfuckers
fucker
I've
be
been in there with,
punching.
the two punching motherfuckers I've been in there with in my career, Rolly Romero and De Los Santos in the
But
spar.
now all can punch too. That don't mean
So I'm listen to what I'm saying. I don't
I'm hearing you.
care.
I'm hearing you,
I don't
G. I'm
care
hearing you,
about.
G. I'm
I
hearing
don't
you.
care. I don't care about no other niggas. I'm talking
I'm
about
hearing
the
you.
eight. I'm talking about the 8 ounce game. I'm talking about body mass. I'm talking about a nigga not playing. At the end of the day, Rolly don't be playing. He done had some performances where he looked like a damn fool. He did. But I can only judge you off your last performance.
so. Greg,
His last performance was masterful. He took his time, he worked behind the jab, and he set up his shots. He put Ryan down with a fucking hook that Ryan ain't see. What I'm saying is, if he hit Teofimo Lopez with that same shit, he gonna stop him, bro.
I can't even
yeah.
see that. I can't
Teofimo,
agree with that,
Greg,
G.
so Greg,
y'all keep saying Josh Taylor, right? Josh Taylor is okay. I'm saying okay because
he
where
better.
the region of the world he come from, they got some pretty good fighters, but they always end up folding. They always fold, bro.
Okay, okay, okay.
Them UK bulls.
Greg,
Who the last UK fighter that's been really dominant?
I got a better question for you, G, than that. I got a better question.
I
T.O.
know
last few performances, the last few people that he just fought, in my opinion, those guys can beat Rolly Romero.
that's what I was trying to say. Okay,
The
Greg.
last few,
Now we just
even
talking.
and look, even the
You
last
feel me,
five he just
I,
Now we
fought.
man?
just talking.
I'm
The
like,
last
y'all
five
over
T.O. fought,
teasing, bro.
in my opinion, they're all beating Rolly Romero. The
Now we
last
just
five of
talking,
them,
bro.
Y'all
all
niggas
five.
Real
on
quick.
y'all niggas on
Look,
perk. Go
G,
ahead, Tay. Go
G,
ahead, Tay.
you literally, I agree with you. You said T.O. ain't catch a body since 35, right? He been looking shaky since he been going up. So him going to 47 looking impressive is going to be slim. Rolly said he feel better than he ever felt at 47, and you just say he got new coach, new game plan. I'm like, so even in this time, if they fought right now, Rolly is probably like 60-40 or something, 50-50.
How is
Like,
it, bro?
oh,
that's a good
Bro,
fight if you're looking at the time and if you put all the things in
and if
consideration, bro. If they fight at 47, it's not gonna just look like a
look,
T.O. just gonna swat.
look.
He not gonna is he gonna throw his hands like that? Is he gonna throw his hands like that at 47?
Y'all keep going on throwing hands and all this. I'm not talking about throwing hands or none of that. In the ring, at no matter what weight it is, Teofimo Lopez has more than enough skills to do whatever he
Man.
wants to do to Rolly Romero in any
We
ring.
just seen
So all
Caleb
His
right.
playing
skills
So
skills
hold on.
don't
Lizendas,
So hold
right?
always
on.
pay the
Hey,
We
bills
look,
just
though.
seen
So
Caleb
hold
playing
on.
Skills
So
don't
hold
Lizendas,
always
on.
pay the
right?
bills.
So
listen.
Foreign.
what?
I
Foreign.
understand he ain't caught
I got a
nobody since
question.
35, and
I
I
Skills
got a
don't
understand he ain't
always
question.
the
pay the
biggest
bills
knockout
either.
puncher. But
I
if
got a
we
question.
can agree, he has more than enough skills to do whatever he
Tio,
wants, bro.
It happened.
Foreign. I got a question. So what the fuck happened to Steve Claggett? He couldn't get him out.
No. But that's where I'm not saying he couldn't. I'm not
A
saying he could
punching
or he
bag.
couldn't. I'm not saying he could or he couldn't. Did you not just hear what I'm saying? The boxing skills. I'm just going off the skills
He
alone.
couldn't. He couldn't get. He
On
had Bar.
paper.
He
You
had.
saying
Listen,
on paper. On
Tay.
paper.
Tay. He had Barbosa. He had Barbosa mind fucked after 5 rounds and couldn't get him out.
And couldn't
So
get
you
him
mean
out
to
of
tell
Okay,
me?
there.
okay. Wait,
So he
wait, wait,
about
wait,
to
wait,
go get
wait, wait,
Rolly
wait,
out
wait,
of
wait.
there?
Wait.
Y'all
Did
The
you
niggas
not
playing
just
mental,
my
see?
he
nigga
gonna
Rolly
he
Wait,
for
gonna
hold
real,
on,
fold
bro.
in the
Greg.
mental.
Hold
Look
on,
for
Greg.
it.
Hold
He
on,
got
Greg.
all the
Hold on, Greg.
skills, but
Because
he
you use
gonna
that
fold
analogy.
mentally.
Because
He gonna
hold
fold
on, Tate.
mentally.
Bro, hold on, Tate.
He get
Hold on,
bored in the
Tate.
Hey,
ring. He get lackadaisical. He fold
Bro,
mentally in the ring. He don't have
okay.
the mental focus to stop nobody in the ring. He got all the
Listen,
skills, but
listen.
mentally he start losing
Y'all
focus and
keep
everything.
listen,
He
bro.
can't think through it.
This
yeah,
is what I'm saying. Y'all not hearing me. Y'all hearing what I'm saying, and y'all don't like it, so y'all speaking so
No, we
fast.
hearing you. We
Listen,
hearing
We
you.
no, cause
hearing you, bro.
no, bro. Y'all keep on saying stopping. Teofimo Lopez doesn't have to stop Rolly to beat him.
Foreign,
Rody
you
don't
right.
have to
You
stop
right.
So you
I
think?
agree with
Teofimo
you.
to beat
I
him
That's
agree
what I'm
with
either.
you.
saying.
Rody could win the
So y'all keep
unanimous
saying he
decision
ain't stop
too.
nobody. Y'all keep saying he don't stop nobody. He couldn't stop this guy. He can 12-0 sweep Rolly any day of the night.
I
Rolly,
don't
Rody
even
could
Any
agree
beat
with
him
you with
day.
by
that.
decision
I don't
Rolly
even
will
too.
agree with
knock
you
him
with
Rody
that.
could
out,
beat him
bro.
by decision as well,
I
though.
don't agree with you with
Rody
that.
could
Rolly
win
can,
by decision
bro. Hey,
too.
I think y'all drunk. Rolly can beat Teofimo Lopez by decision
He just won the decision at
against
147.
Ryan Garcia.
oh,
So
right? Ryan.
he
It's
can
Ryan.
still win the decision. Yo, that's all
They're
I'm saying.
completely,
He's
bro.
capable of winning by. I'm not saying
Hey,
who he's
we can.
going
The
against.
only
He's
reason why,
capable
the
of
only
winning
reason
by
why I feel
decision.
so, the only reason why I feel so contrasted about it, and I disagree so strongly, is because Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez are completely different styles of
But you
fighters.
know what
Of
they
course.
similar in? They got mental
Nothing.
lapses. They have mental lapses.
Oh, but
They
what does
head
mental lapse
cases.
mean if you're up
They
on
No,
like
head
10-0?
cases.
I'm
That play a part in the ring.
no,
They head cases.
no.
The only
Ryan
way I could
Garcia
see,
had a
the only
mental
thing I could,
breakdown in the ring.
the only thing I could agree with is that the only way Rolly can win is by stoppage. That's the only way he can win. Is
He
if
gonna
he
knock
stops
him
Tio.
out, bro. He gonna knock him out.
You
Hurt.
just seen
And what
Caleb play
happens when he
versus
doesn't?
Resendez. You seen Caleb play versus Resendez?
Greg, what happened when Rolly doesn't stop Tio?
I'm betting money. Rolly knock him out. I'm betting money. He'll
It,
knock him
man,
It's
out.
Rody gonna beat that man
too
if they
suspect.
fight.
He'll feel way too suspect.
Who two suspect?
Rolly
Man,
chin.
my
Rolly got a suspect chin. He's not gonna last 12 rounds.
Rolly got a suspect everything.
Y'all give it that to Tio though. Like I say,
But
he don't.
y'all
Y'all
acting like
tripping.
Tio been putting on.
Yeah,
Tio been
man. I
looking
don't
like
Oh,
know.
what
shit.
is
The
Tio?
Little,
last fight
Looking
was a
like
good fight.
trash,
The
bro.
last fight,
People
the
jumping.
last fight, the last fight, he looked okay. He looked good in front of a guy who was gonna stand there. Barbosa wasn't doing shit. Barbosa wasn't doing shit. You mean to
and
tell me
mentally he couldn't knock him out.
he
He couldn't
couldn't
get
get
him
him
out of there.
out? He couldn't even see himself doing it. It was something he was afraid of. It was something that was making him nervous. Now you gonna
Hey,
tell
Hey,
me he
you
gonna
know
get
what?
in there?
Listen, I can't
do
even
I
hear
still
G.
got it? Do I still got it?
I don't know, baby.
Are we talking about Rolly? Rolly's been knocked out a bunch of times. Other guys been knocked out.
Shit.
Brody
And
don't
and
care.
and
He
and,
like win, lose, or
and
draw,
Tio
bro. I'm about to
and
do that. I'm fighting.
I'm
Tio been getting gifts since the beginning of his fucking career. He been getting gifts.
okay.
Man,
What you
I don't
mean?
know, man.
Okay,
I feel
if they was calling it fair, if they was calling it fair, Tio would have 4 losses.
fine.
niggas acting
Hey,
like
see,
Tio
look,
ain't gonna get
look,
touched by Rolly. Nigga, Rolly can land
look,
punches.
Man,
look.
Rolly,
With me,
it
that's
don't
with
matter.
me,
It
with
don't
this
all
matter
it
about
boxing shit,
takes.
bro.
fundamentals. It don't matter about none of that shit. That nigga land punches every fight, and them bitches hurt.
And it's gonna be at
Listen,
47.
I
Tio
believe
never took a
everybody that
punch at
steps in the ring punches
47.
hurt. Like, so what are
Rolly,
we even saying?
it's not a true 47 pounder. It's Rolly Romero.
Hey, that's
No,
what I'm
hold,
saying.
Man,
hold, Tom, hold. You
Man,
know
y'all
why?
niggas,
Hold on. You know
y'all
why I'm
niggas sleeping on
hold on.
Rolly,
You know why
bro.
I'm gonna tell y'all? Know why I'm gonna tell y'all y'all tripping. I've been face to face with Rolly. Rolly is a big dude, bro. He was. You know why he was making? You know why he was making 40 and all that? Cause he's a fucking kid at that time. He was a kid. Rolly is at least 5'9", bro. He's not no little dude, bro. He's stocky as shit, bro.
So
He
what does
got it.
that matter?
What
I
do
know
you? Hold on,
That
listen to what
punch.
I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying, bro. You saying what do it matter? What the fuck is you talking
Alright.
about? Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to me. He's not he's not a 135, he's not a 40. He really is a 47 pounder, bro. Just like Kamel Moulton and just like fucking Abdullah Mason. Them
Hold on.
guys is listen to me. Them guys is only getting down to 135 because they
They
kids. They,
young.
they
Hold on.
they fucking hold on. They fucking metabolism is running at a super speed. They can lose 8 and 10 pounds in a fucking day. When you as you get older, you got to start to settle in. The reason he said I felt the best I ever felt at 47 is because he ain't have to murder himself to make the fucking weight. I'm telling you, I'm promising you.
So,
If
oh,
he if,
Hold
if Teofimo Lopez get in the ring with Rolly Romero, Rolly gonna knock him out, bro. He gonna
okay,
clip him, bro.
Yeah.
okay. Because something I
Telling you.
noticed, bro, is when y'all dislike somebody with this
on.
boxing shit,
I'm
when
not.
y'all
I'm not.
no,
Listen.
no,
I'm
no,
not talking about.
cause
I'm
look,
not talking about the. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Fuck
no, no,
that.
no, hold on,
All
hold
right.
on, hold on.
Listen. All
Cause I
right. Listen.
noticed this,
All right.
bro.
Listen.
When
Let's
y'all
talk. All
dislike
right. Listen.
somebody, y'all,
All right.
y'all
Listen.
are like fine
Let's.
everything.
All right. Let's
You
talk
feel me?
boxing. Foreign. Let's talk boxing then.
Let's talk,
Fuck. All
bro.
right. Listen.
Tio is
Listen.
wiping Rolly.
Foreign. You gotta listen to me, bro. Listen to what I'm saying, bro.
That's
Fuck
my
140. Fuck 147. Can Tio beat Gary Antoine Russell?
we're talking about
No.
Tio and Rolly.
No.
No. I just said fuck 47 because Rolly not because T.O. not fighting at 47 just yet. He don't want to go up there yet. So listen to what I'm saying. Can he beat Gary Antoine Russell?
Not
No.
in my opinion. I
Absolutely
don't think
not.
so.
Okay, hold on. Can he beat Richardson Hitchens?
Yes.
Probably 50
In my opinion, Tio can beat Richardson Hitchens, bro. That's my
And why?
opinion.
Why?
Because he's better.
power.
He's a
Better.
better
Ooh.
fighter.
Got no power.
All right.
Tio
Can
is
he
a more
beat
complete fighter than Richardson Hitchens to
can
me.
he beat can he
Ooh.
beat Devin Haney?
No. He cannot beat Devin Haney. No.
Depends on what. Hey, hold on. It depends on what Devin Haney shows up. Pre Ryan Garcia, Devin wins. Post Ryan Garcia, I don't know.
You know what? I can kind of agree with that because Devin don't look the same. I could kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
So I don't know about right now.
Subriel Matias.
Nah.
I got Tio beating him. If Liam Parr can do it, Tio can do it.
I don't know.
If
Nah.
Liam
he
That's a
Parr can
good
do it, I
fight. I
believe
need
can
to
Tio
he
can
see
do
beat
it.
that.
can he beat Liam Paro?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
need to see that too.
Yes.
So what happened in the Jermaine Ortiz fight?
Styles make fights, man.
Styles make fights. Bro,
I'm
it's different
out.
styles. Like them, it's all different styles of fighters.
Them
That's
great
why it's
fights.
different for Devin Haney and
So
Sabril.
so what I'm saying is y'all niggas keep playing. Y'all and the reason I say y'all playing because this is at 140. We already
Right. He
watching
got
you.
plenty
Rolly,
to say.
We already watching you have a hard time. Then you trying to tell me he gonna go to 47 and just do
Exactly.
what he want?
yeah,
Okay, G.
Stop
He
Okay,
it.
having
G.
a
Now,
hard time
yeah,
where he at.
yeah.
okay, G. Now let's flip the question.
Like
Now,
that. I'm finna
no, hold on. G.
wait.
Now let's flip the question. Can Rolly Romero beat Gary Antoine Russell?
Hell no.
I don't
Can
think
Rolly
so.
Romero? Hold on. Can Rolly Romero beat Liam Paro?
Hell
Yes.
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Can Rolly Romero beat
Hell
Sabril
no.
Matias?
Hell no.
I don't know.
Hey, so
That's
what
a
are we
great fight.
saying?
That's a Rolly versus
Styles make
Subriel is a
fights.
great
So
fight,
what are we
man. That's a
saying,
great
G?
So
fight. That's
if
Styles
a
make
so if
fights.
war.
so if so so what you saying is nobody right.
No. What I'm saying is Styles make fights, and we got to see it to
If you
believe it.
Styles make
all
First
fights.
right,
off, but the
okay.
second point that I'm
Oh,
making is that there's no way that we can give a guy. That's like saying, you remember how y'all was getting on me when
no,
I was saying,
listen.
hold on,
Y'all gas.
Listen.
hold on. You
Foreign,
remember
you
when
gotta
y'all was
listen,
getting on
bro.
me? Huh?
You gotta listen real quick, right?
Okay, go ahead.
What you just said was when I said so nobody's right, you said we gotta see the fights. All I did was give my opinion.
Okay,
Bro.
That's all I did.
facts.
All I said was, I think Rolly, if me watching what I just watched, when they both was on that same card in New York, I think watching Rolly under Silas is a different Rolly. I think Rolly would
Yeah.
knock him out.
Yeah.
And you know what? I can't beat you up about your opinion. But look, this is all I'm saying. The way that look, and this is what I mean. Because y'all was getting on me when I was saying Madrimov is clearing 54 just because he looked all right against Crawford, right? But now y'all trying to big up and say that Rolly can all of a sudden just beat a champion. Like T.O.'s not just no regular dude, bro. Like we not just gonna
Man,
say
that
T.O. is a
joint
regular dude.
when
You
that
feel
was
me?
at
So that's
35,
why I
wasn't
felt
it?
so. That's why I felt so contrasted about it because we big up in Rolly just because he had a good performance against one guy.
I
One
wasn't,
guy.
but this what I'm.
We
All
know
right, well,
who
listen.
Rolly
This what I'm
is
saying.
though.
This what I'm saying. I
That's what I'm
wasn't.
saying. If we
I
know
wasn't.
who Rolly
I
is,
wasn't. But this what I'm saying. I wasn't bigging him up. I'm looking at what I see from my eyes, from my education in boxing, from what I
Right.
understand. I watch Rolly. I watch Rolly whole career. He's a wild animal. This is the first time I seen a wild animal with a leash on, and he looked even more dangerous with the leash on. So what I'm saying is, if Silas really go in his bag with him, and you put him in there with Tio, I don't think Tio, I don't think Tio got the mental fortitude like Tay said. I don't think he got it. I think he'll
and
quit. I
and you
think
know
he'll
what,
quit
G?
or get knocked out.
You know what, G? That's why sometimes it's better to come on this motherfucking panel because now that you just slowed down and I actually digested what you just said, no Diddy. You feel me? I actually kind of get what you're saying because now that I'm thinking about how the fight actually did look with the Rolly and Ryan, he did look like a controlled dog. He looked like a dog, but he looked like a more of a controlled dog. But that's what I'm saying, bro. Look, this is why I say it. This is why I say we can't go off of one fight and just try to just jump that far.
And you right about that.
But
You
look,
right
this is why
about
I say
that.
that though, because who's to say he get in the ring with Tio and it's something that he can't handle and he go back to the same old ways? How many times have we seen that movie? A guy
True.
look all right in one fight and then he get to the next fight, a harder opponent, and he look completely different.
That's
So
true.
are you not as good as your last fight?
And listen, and
Hold on,
listen.
Tay.
What you saying is absolutely true, right? And what Tay just says absolutely true. They both look good. We agree. They both look good. What I'm saying, all I'm saying is the tame dog that I see, that sometimes be just what a motherfucker need. And that
Yeah.
jab I saw,
I agree.
I don't think T.O. getting past that jab. And when he get hit with that right hand, that shit gonna be a wrap. That's just what I think though.
Nah, I
I can't be
agree.
mad at your
I
opinion.
agree.
Y'all
I
basically saying the
agree.
same thing. I think that shit a 50-50 fight. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah,
Tio ain't gonna
that's what
take
I'm
that
saying. I think
fight.
it's more like a 50-50 fight. You feel me? Like a
Nah,
toss up.
you know you won't. You was saying Rolly. I mean, you was saying Rolly gonna get his ass beat.
I do think Rolly gonna lose, but I won't say I won't give him a chance. It's still a new weight for Tio, bro. I know this boxing shit. New
Hey,
I ain't
weight
hey,
for
gonna
that
lie.
Tio
I
nigga.
ain't gonna
had
lie.
plenty of fades.
I don't think Tio can beat anybody at 47.
I
Nobody.
about to say, like, what about him against Elvis Rodriguez? Because he was supposed to fight him. He was supposed to fight Kingdom Sims. He got plenty of fades at 40. Like, if
Hey, I'm gonna
Tio
be
fought
honest.
Elvis Rodriguez, how y'all think that fight
Nah,
would
he
go
don't
he'll
against?
beat Elvis ass. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
I
lie.
was gonna say, bro,
he don't want, but
Elvis
he don't.
Rodriguez is chip,
But
What
this
bro.
is
about the
the thing.
Delgado dude that beat Elvis then? The
But
Delgado guy.
I
but
think
this is
Elvis won that fight.
I
but
like
this is
Kenneth
the
Sims a
thing.
little bit better for T.O. right now. I like
But
that
this
fight.
but this is the thing. This is the thing. That kid has got so hooked on trolling. I don't think he want to fight nobody.
Nah,
And
Right.
you know what?
I think it's the money. I
I
think
think
it's
it's the
The
all
money
about the
too.
money.
mental. The mental, like Jesus said, it's the men. He
Hey, you
not
know what? Hey,
mentally
I
in
agree
it.
with you, bro. I think it's the money. I think T.O. made
All
more than
about
enough
money.
money, so he just don't care no more. Like,
I'm gonna
He
tell you what fuck.
complaining about how he
I'm gonna tell you
don't
what
make
fucked
enough
him up though.
money.
What really fucked him up is when he beat Loma and nobody was pushing him. Like nobody really cared that he beat Loma.
Cause
That's what fucked him
he
up.
was complaining he wasn't making no money. What y'all saying money? He was saying he wasn't making no money in the fights. That was his biggest complaint.
wait, yeah, but
He
he was
is
saying he
what
wasn't making no money compared to the top fighters though. T.O. been making
Yeah.
millions, bro.
he been making. I feel like it's more so he been over here trolling and he too tuned into that. He not really tuned into the game and he too scared that if he get in there playing with somebody, he gonna get
You know what?
embarrassed.
I think it's just
But
more the Devin Haney effect, bro. Like, and Shakur Stevenson effect. You know, they was at the lower weights, they was clearing the division, they was knocking niggas out, but then they get to those higher weights where they got to use more skills. You feel me? And like everybody's just not a knockout puncher, bro. Everybody is not gonna be lights out. Some dudes just really just 12-0 niggas. Some dudes is really just 10-2. You feel me? Like everybody ain't gonna get to those higher weights and be able to carry the punch. The punch don't always carry up. It
When
take a
T.O.
special
move
fighter
up to
for that to happen.
47,
man,
And
he gonna take his picks.
I think sometimes we get so stuck on seeing a dude knock niggas out that when we don't see it after a while, it's like, damn, can he still do it?
Yeah,
nah,
but this is the thing. This is the thing though, right? This is my issue. You didn't beat a really a proven guy. You beat a guy who beat Jose Ramirez. That was his best win. No disrespect to Jose Ramirez, but they the same fighter. They gonna walk to you and they gonna swing, right?
Right.
Hold on,
Wait.
hold
Who
on,
didn't
hold
beat a
on, hold
proven
on.
guy?
Totally beat.
Hold on.
I'm trying to hear who didn't beat a proven guy. I'm just trying to ask that question.
Barbosa.
Barbosa is not a proven guy.
Yeah,
He's
he's
not.
not. No, I was trying to hear you out, brother.
What
I was
I'm
trying to hear
saying
what you was talking
what,
about.
what I'm saying is Barbosa beating his best win was Jose Ramirez. They the same guy. They gonna meet you in the middle and they gonna swing. Tio knew that. Tio looked good against Barbosa. But what I didn't see, I'm not talking about the power exactly. What I'm
Uh-huh.
saying is what I'm not seeing from Tio is, you know what? I'm dominating this fight. Let me get him the fuck out of here. The reason that's important is because I need to know if you really, really got a kill switch. To me, he don't really have a kill switch. He'll knock you out if he catch you. If he catch you with some shit, he'll knock you out. But to me, he really don't have a kill switch. Rolly Romero, his problem was that's all he had was a kill switch. Now we done took the kill switch and we done put some skills behind it. We done tamed it a little bit. We done organized it a little bit. I got Rolly Romero knocking Teofimo Lopez the fuck out.
Hey,
Oh, bro.
listen, G. You want to know something, G?
Hey, yeah.
And that
What
point, that's like
round?
I said. That's why it is good to hop on on this panel from time to time with you, bro. Because what you just said, I could kind of agree. T.O. don't have a kill switch, but we can't say that you can still make it without a kill switch. We saw Devin Haney do it.
Yeah, but this is the problem. These guys is going up in weight. This is what I'm talking about. We seen Devin Haney win a fight, but did he win the fight?
Uh,
Like,
Exactly. They gonna
like,
have
like,
they
did he?
picks. Like
he won the
Kevin
fight on the
Haney,
score, but
he
not
got a
morally.
light touch. Right. He gonna have get like a Jose Ramirez. Tio would get like a Jack Catterall or he a rematch Josh Taylor at 47 or something. Like they get them light touches where it's like, okay, like
Nobody see that shit.
they're not getting none of them big hitters at those weight classes as they go up. Like we just named 5, 6 fights at 40 that Tio like should be taking, but he know that his punch ain't the same to compete with those
Wait,
guys.
wait, wait, wait. Okay. Look, I could agree with that we ain't saw the fights, but we can't say we ain't saw the fights because of T.O. We all know it's still a business of boxing. We ain't saw plenty of other
Yeah,
fights too.
yeah, and that's cool, and that's
Man,
cool. That's cool. Speaking technically, that's cool. But what I'm saying is, if you got all that action down there, why you not
why you
call? It's great fights down there. Why the fuck?
man,
Why the fuck he
Wait,
keep? Why the
Money,
fuck?
wait,
Hold on,
G.
hold on,
money,
hold on, hold on. Let me
Okay.
finish. Why the fuck he keep trolling 47 pounders?
money.
Yeah, but he don't want to fight him. He
I
just
don't think
he
that's the
he
case. I
just
think he's
bro,
looking for a
bro,
payday.
listen, bro, in the same night, in the same day, he just accepted a fight and then turned down a fight with Devin Haney. And
But he ain't
sources,
never
hold
want to
on,
fight
hold
Devin
on,
Haney
hold
though.
on, hold on,
He said
hold
it
on,
3 years ago.
hold on, man. And sources say the offer was $11 million. What the fuck is
11?
y'all talking about?
Hell no, ain't no way it was 11 mil.
It ain't no.
I
that
don't
Ain't,
believe
man
that
playing
shit.
in
I
No,
them
don't
bro,
even
bro,
people's
believe
that's a
that
face,
big
shit.
one,
man.
hey,
bro.
He
Popularity,
playing in them
both
people's
fighters.
popularity
face.
I
wise,
like both fighters, but
bro,
11 too
popularity
much.
wise, popularity wise is possible. But guess what? Even if it wasn't, they was going to get some money. They was going to get
11
some real
apiece or
money.
11 total.
Come on, bro. It
11
don't
apiece.
matter, bro. It don't matter. It's
Oh
going to be way
man,
more than what they was making. It's going to be way more than what they both was making. Even if it wasn't 11, even if it was 7 million, that's still good money.
Great money.
Nah, I see it being 5. I can see him getting
Even if it's
over 5.
5.
I think it was like 5, maybe six and
Hey,
a half.
look, I can't disagree with that point you just made, G. I can't even disagree
I
with that,
don't.
bro.
I don't see him turning down 11. G. I don't know if it's 11. Even though he said
Okay,
he didn't
okay,
want to
okay.
fight Devin Haney
who
years
Okay,
ago.
because
He
look,
said
we
he didn't
don't know
want to
the
fight
money, so we
years
can't
ago.
argue about the money. We not behind closed doors,
So
but we know he turned down the fight.
it's not a
That's what I'm
surprise
saying.
he turned down the fight to me because he said it
but
years ago.
y'all, who y'all think Frank Martin should fight at 140? Because I was gonna say Frank Martin and T.O. at 40, but in
I like
general,
Frank
who
Martin and
y'all think?
T.O.
I like that.
I like
Yeah,
Martin and Teo too.
I
Even though
like
I
that
think,
fight.
even
I
though I
like
see
that fight.
T.O. beating him 8-4,
Hey, I like that
like,
fight a lot. I didn't
that's
even
a
think
great
about that. I
fight.
forgot Frank Martin was even a damn boxer.
He was just
Damn.
talking earlier. I just seen the interview and I'm
No,
like,
he was
ah,
cutting
he
steak.
get
Man, he
He getting
taking
back
forever
in
to
the
come back
mix.
though. That man been gone for a minute, cuz.
Nah,
All right, hold on.
He
he
can't
All right,
take
hold on,
training with
y'all.
Buddy McGirt. He
fight.
with Buddy McGirt now. He doing some work with Buddy McGirt. He said
All right,
for
hold
his
on,
next
y'all.
fight.
All right, hold on. We gotta let the OG give his piece because he been sitting here listening. I want to know what he think.
Me
EH,
too. What's up, EH?
EH,
Bro,
Salute, EH.
What's
You've
up,
been
OG?
listening. You've been listening. What you think, OG?
What's up,
you know,
huh?
I keep with Salute Farm. I keep it simple, man. I really don't fuck with them niggas, but I gotta contribute because we talking box. I really don't fuck with none of them niggas. But looking at the progression that Rolly's had, to be quite honest with you, that's an anomaly. Because usually people don't get better and be able to implement new stuff to their style. You know what I'm saying? When they get to about that age, well, I didn't watch it because I don't support them motherfuckers. But to hear y'all talking about how he fought and what he did and all of that, I think this fight is 50-50. I think this fight is 50-50. And I can see anybody leaning more toward Rolly. You know what I'm saying? Because Rolly can punch, he's strong, and he showed that he not gunshot. He gonna come get you. You know what I'm saying? And T.O. is a fucking noodle, man. You know what I'm saying? So I can see it. I can see G saying he gonna stop him. I can see that shit because it's fighting, man. It ain't, you know what I mean? Like, we know Rolly a goofy motherfucker and all that, and you know we've looked at his past performances, how he fight and all of that, but to see him make that improvement, that shit is hard, man. That shit is hard for anybody that does anything and you get to a certain point in your life and then you get somebody new come in your life and try to teach you something different. You ever try to get rid of an old habit? You know what I'm saying? So to see him do that lets you know that he's serious, he's trying to get better, and he knows how to implement a game plan. So I can see, I can see why G's saying that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see that. It ain't no total, it shouldn't be no surprise. It shouldn't be a big thing like where if you say Rolly gonna win, you know, everybody, oh, no, like, no. And like G said, I agree. T.O. had his best days at 135. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had his best days at all of his performances at 125, to be honest with you, when I was fucking with him, I like even the one he had with the Japanese boy, Nakatani. Like, he was getting a lot of criticism for that. For me, I thought it was a good performance. And I even think he knocked the dude down twice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
that was a good fight.
Yeah, but since then his performances has been iffy, and then he, you know, like I said, he a fucking noodle, man. You know what I mean? Motherfucker, head case, man. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to say this to Lisa Snow too. She said something about the Pacquiao Barrios fight. I ain't buying that shit.
Me either.
But because I'm a Barrios fan, I want Barrios to get him a bag. And I can see him not getting in there with Boots. I don't like it because I wanted Boots to become undisputed. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that shit. But we know how PBC and Top Rank and all these guys do. If they can make inside fights, you know what I mean? And unfortunately, that's how boxing is. You know what I'm saying? They're going to do it. And I can see Barrios going along with it because that's the company he's been with his whole career. He's not going to give Al Heyman and Sam and them no shit. If they tell him to do something, he's going to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just, you know, hey, and RIP, man, to Leo Santa Cruz Pop, man. He passed away, man.
Rest in peace. We're going to go ahead and give him 10 seconds, y'all. Rest in peace, OG Santa Cruz. That's real shit.
Yeah, man. He always was laid back dude. He ain't never really say much, man. Yeah, I just saw the post though, you know.
Real
but
shit.
Yeah, man, I don't know why. I think because Foreign ain't been on in a while, he just felt like arguing with you, G, because you know he like to argue with you, G, in particular. he loves going at you, bro.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Hey.
But no, that ain't no. That's you know. I mean, for those that's gonna support it, that's
it's
gonna
not
be a
even
good
that,
fight.
bro. It's just look, y'all know me. It's just like I just like, and that's why I like to be on here, bro, because we just see shit different, and we can all speak our mind on this motherfucker. It ain't, you feel me? It ain't too much bullshit. It might be bullshit within the conversation, but it ain't no confliction between. You feel me? Like ideas can be rubbed between each other's heads freely. And that's just what I like to do. That so I just come on here and speak my mind, bro. And there's no way on God's green earth that Rolly Romero can do anything with T.O. And that's just my
Do
opinion though. But
anything is
look, with the
crazy.
Mario, look, I mean my bad with the boots thing, like it's exactly what I've been saying he should move up. It's crazy that y'all, you feel me? Everybody on this, oh, he should move up. And yeah, that's the best thing. I've been saying that, bro. There was no works for him at 47. They was gonna freeze him out. I've been saying this, bro. He should have been moved up back when he had a shot at Crawford if he would have moved up at that right time. I think he had a chance at Crawford, but he wasn't there.
Hey, Farm. And this is what I was saying. What's the guarantee? And we getting ready to see. What's the guarantee that when Boots move up to 54, the gate's just gonna fling wide open?
Ain't no damn guarantee, man.
Ain't no guarantee.
We don't know, and that's why it's good. I'm telling y'all to have a man like G on here because he a fighter, he a coach, and he's been around shit and he's seen shit. And I'm gonna tell you something. This is one thing that I figured out listening to him and listening to Jamil. Boxing is small. People that's in boxing, they know. See, we don't be knowing. We just be talking because we fans. If you ain't behind the scenes and in them gyms, if you don't know guys from amateurs and shit like that, motherfuckers knew who Boots was, bro. They been who knew who Boots was. And if me and you homies,
nah, that's a fact. They've been there.
And Boots is coming, I'm telling my homie, that nigga gangster. Stay away from that nigga. I ain't gonna say it in public, but I'm gonna let my homie know. Don't fuck with that young boy. He chopping shit up. I'm telling you, man. And I've been told too much stuff that went on behind scenes with different things where I'm like, yeah, okay, I get it now. See, today, a lot of quote unquote cliques was almost secret societies. Now that we got the internet, everybody think they know everything. But at one time, gangsters was gangsters, pimps was pimps, thieves was thieves. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody had their own little sect, and you didn't really know motherfuckers unless you was cross country like that and you met up with motherfuckers from another city. But y'all kept y'all little societies close. But now that we got the internet, everybody think they know everything. And it's like, no, if you ain't been in boxing the last 20 years, you're not necessarily gonna know the culture and how shit move, and you're not gonna know. As fans, we look at certain shit. Sometimes we can analyze it, but that culture, that, you know, like I said, it's almost like a secret society, bro. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you gotta lend your ear to the people. You know, that's just like what Jamal said the other day about the levels and all of that shit. You know, with the drugs and how, yeah, your level could be here, but as long as if it go up to here, that's when they'll know. But it could be right here. Like, he explained that shit. He just dropped it and didn't let it go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know.
Hey, so what do we think about Caleb Plant? Like, what? I didn't even see that fight. What did it look like?
I just think he had a bad night myself. And I'm not a Caleb Plant fan, but I just think he had a bad night, man. I think he probably just need to rest, have his baby, spend some time with his family, reboot, rejuvenate, and come back. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think do we think he should go up there with Big Charlo?
Not now, I don't think.
No. I still want to see the fight, even though he got his ass whooped.
Yeah, I want to see it. It looked like to me, to be honest, he took Resendez for sweet. He thought he was gonna go in there and have his way, and after about 4 or 5 rounds, he realized this shit gonna be hard. And then right as he started to say this shit about to get hard, he started getting punched. He started getting caught with right hands. He started getting caught with hooks. He said he was never hurt. He lied. He was hurt like 3 times, three or 4 times. No, real shit. I'm talking about Caleb. This is the most I ever seen Caleb Plant hold somebody. He was
damn.
Benavidez fight.
If you, bro, well, maybe Benavidez too.
Yeah.
But this fight,
damn.
I watched him do a lot of holding, bro. He was doing a lot of holding.
Nah, we gotta remember though, Caleb actually been in a whole bunch of wars too. Even in his wins, it was a war. So
hey, but listen, this is the second time I heard you say that, right? But what the fuck did you sign up for?
War.
True.
This what you signed up, bro. Because listen, all a man got to do is make up in his mind. I'm not letting you beat me tonight.
You gotta take me out.
Yeah, you gotta kill me. I ain't going like that. Big Supreme, what up,
But this the third Mexican that Caleb Plant done lost to, bro. So he got problems with pressure fighters.
For sure.
I think he's just
And
too old to be fighting those styles.
hey,
He
but look,
32, bro. He ain't old.
but look, he
No,
sparred.
but like we said, he had plenty of wars, and it's like, after a certain while, like, the car ain't gonna be running the same. It's gonna be overheating and shit. You ain't gonna be, you feel me? Your axle's gonna start fucking up after a while. Your tires gonna be going flat. You're gonna be buying used tires and shit. You feel me?
Hey.
That's what I think Caleb Plant been doing. You feel me? He just been trying to buy time, and I think he was better. I think he just fought a young hungry dude, bro. Because I saw like the highlights, and the nigga was just hungry. Like he was right there the whole time, but he wasn't just like a sloppy type of hungry though. He was throwing a jab. He was working the right hand, like you say. He was touching him a lot. I just think, bro, he too old to be fighting those styles. I just think Caleb Plant either need to hang him up or take that gatekeeper position. Fighting the dudes. Giving young boys a test. That's what I think. I don't think he should be fighting these young hungry niggas that's trying to make a name that's coming from Mexico. You feel me? With a family behind them. I don't think he should be fighting dudes like that.
But look, should we be calling this a cherry pick gone wrong? Because that dude is a dude that he sparred multiple times, and nobody told him to fight him.
Somebody called that a cherry pick?
Nobody asked for that fight. I ain't know who he was. Anybody on the panel who that dude is?
I didn't know who he was. I won't.
No. I seen him once, but I'm not gonna act like he. I said he was some world beater, but I don't know, man. Guys get in the ring now. I'm not passing no judgment. If I don't know him, I think you probably need to be extra cautious.
Me too.
I know he got. I
agree, OG.
Garcia,
so we should be calling this a cherry pick going on, right?
I could agree with that.
No, not to me because first of all, he's a man. Second of all, he lost to Elijah Garcia, yes, but he did beat Jared Hurd. Yeah, it wasn't the same Jared Hurd, but he still beat him. So he not a slouch. He not a slouch.
Yeah, but it's a cherry pick going wrong because Caleb Plant wasn't going in there thinking that he was gonna present him anything special. So we could say it was a cherry pick going wrong, though.
Yeah, but but it's fucked up that we call a guy we don't know a cherry pick.
But that's the way boxing is.
No, this is boxing, Farm. This is boxing. In every division, you got your elites, right?
I agree.
Listen, under your elites, you got A fighters and B fighters. And I'm just going to stay with A and B. Sometimes your C pluses can be included in this, but your A and B fighters, when guys are elite, the number one thing with being elite that you have to have every night is consistency. And if you come in there and do something inconsistent, A or B guy can beat you. And that's what we're looking for. When we love Floyd Mayweather because he came in and every time he came in, he showed up. And if there was any problems, he came back and rematched the guy and beat him. So part of your skill set, part of you being elite, you gotta be consistent. So we gotta watch these A and B fights. If we don't know a guy, he's a B guy, that B guy will beat your ass if you ain't on point. So I'm gonna watch it. That's just like when I look at records, I'm gonna tell you something. I see a record and it say a guy is 18. It say a guy's 18, 10, and 2 with 17 knockouts. I said, this motherfucker gonna fight you. You gonna have to whip his ass. He gonna fight till y'all draw, or he gonna try to knock you out. A guy can go in there like that, and he can be the A+ guy if that guy sleep on him or he not on point. So you can't just say guys is cherry picking. Like that's not.
So nah, you can't call cherry pick at all, bro. Like what?
It got to be a motherfucker like me coming out of a truck talking about I'm a boxer now and getting in the ring with somebody. Then you could be like, oh yeah, this motherfucker.
Caleb Plant was familiar with the guy. He sparred him multiple times.
I don't think that shit.
So he picked him. No, but what fans asked him to pick Resendez, bro? Nobody asked for that fight.
I think he only picked
a tune-up. It was a tune-up too.
I don't think that shit really matters.
I don't think it was a cherry pick gone wrong. Then I think we could agree it was a tune-up gone wrong because he was supposed to be fighting Big Charlo.
That's even worse.
Like I said, that shit was just on matchmaking. Shit, he can't beat a Mexican. That's on matchmaking.
Yeah,
now,
I agree with that. I think that too. I'm
I
starting
give
to
you
think he
that
just can't get
far.
over that size.
It could have been a tune-up going wrong.
Yeah,
I kind of can agree with that. He probably thought I'm just gonna go ahead and get with this dude,
yeah,
run with this dude until I get. I can believe that, but look what happened. And just like D
exactly.
said, he probably underestimated him. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, man, he looked like he had been fucking. He had that kind of weak look, like a motherfucker just busting nut like before. What the fuck is wrong with him?
Hey,
He just looked out. He just looked out of it, bro. He looked out of it. So did Kyron. Same way with Kyron.
he did.
Actually looked like
Kyron
he
did
didn't
just
even
look out
want
of it
being
though.
there that night.
But
Like, what the fuck is
Kyron,
wrong with Kyron?
the thing
Like,
is,
I
with
know dude is a
Kyron,
monster and all that shit, but Kyron is sharp, bro. Like, I don't know, man. It was just a crazy night. Hey, look, let me say this too, man. I do not like the heat that I've been hearing about Breadman, bro. I hate that shit, man. When fighters do not go in there and execute the game plan that the coach is giving them, it's not the coach's fault.
Wait, but it is the coach's fault that he don't make adjustments though.
No, it's not.
Nah, but if you telling a fighter to do something, they don't do it. You cannot force a fighter to do what you telling them to do.
You
bro.
can't force a fighter to do what you telling them. But if that's the case, then what are you coaching them for?
How can he adjust if he's adjusting, telling them instruction and they don't
Bro,
do stuff,
hey,
bro?
hey, listen. The reason why I gotta disagree with that is because we clearly saw that Breadman was able to tell him something and he listened against McCombie. So what's the difference now?
He ain't
He wasn't
feeling
listening.
Hold on. Before Caleb said in an interview that he noticed that he could beat McCombie on the inside. So that's what he was going to do. He then went to the corner and then Breadman told him. So Breadman really ain't give him that instruction for real. Caleb made in his mind that he can beat McCombie on the inside.
And also,
okay, whatever. If that's the case, then why is Breadman his coach?
Hey, but yo, listen to this.
That's the boxer fault. He hired
it. But that's what I'm saying though. What's the point of if the fighter can't see the adjustment, right? The whole point of a coach is to coach and make the adjustment.
Far, do you have children?
No.
See, listen, this is what you don't understand. The best thing that you can do for somebody that's under your charge is give them guidance. You can't make them do it. Because what are you going to do? Punch him in the mouth when he come in the corner?
That's impossible.
How do you make somebody? That's just like when Lubin was fighting Fundora. And he kept going back to the corner, and Coach Cunningham kept telling him what to do. He went out there and kept doing the opposite. And he's like, man, what the fuck you doing? Then finally he said, okay, man, if you're going to do that, then do this. You can't make a fighter do something that you're telling them to do. If you come in the corner and I'm telling you, Farm, just keep jabbing him, move around, get your head together, holding, walking back to the centers, keep jabbing until you get your head together, and then you go out there and start brawling. You telling me that's my fault? That don't make no sense.
I could agree with that, OG. I could agree with that. I don't have no rebuttal. But what I'm saying is, if that's the case, then I think it's safe to say that maybe Caleb Plant should either get a new coach. Maybe that was the problem.
No, Caleb Plant need to stop being hard-headed, just like your children do. When you tell your children, that little nigga you hanging with, I don't want you hanging with him. That motherfucker ain't no good. And then they end up in the motherfucking county jail. And you like, damn, what? So you don't have that experience, man. You don't understand how it is.
No, I agree. I don't got that.
And they don't listen, bro.
I don't got that experience. But the difference between those dynamics is that with a coach, you could change a coach. With kids, you can't change your parents.
Bro, Breadman don't even have full control of the camp.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying, who's to say? Hold
on. That's what I'm saying. I think y'all missing what I'm saying. I'm not arguing y'all point. What I'm saying is, if he don't have full control, and clearly he don't have full control of his fighter, maybe Caleb Plant should get a new coach. Maybe
it doesn't matter what coach.
New coach is gonna have full control.
It doesn't matter what coach he get. It doesn't matter what coach he get.
A fighter, bro. You cannot control him.
You seen that with Ryan.
Y'all. I think y'all missing what I'm saying though. It's all right though.
You missing what we saying though.
But
I'm understanding. I'm understanding that a coach can't make. Of course, nobody can make nobody do nothing. That's clear.
Foreign saying find a fit.
Exactly.
But I'm saying, but look, though, I understand that. But I'm saying is, who's to say the next fit is gonna have full control of the camp?
Clearly, this fit don't have full control. So what does it matter? If he don't got full control now, and he only looked this bad, it can't get no worse.
Fine, if that's the case, he need to coach his fucking self then.
Yeah,
And that's what I'm saying. If he don't want to listen to a coach like Breadman, then maybe he should just coach himself.
Shit, nigga need to retire then. Shit.
Hey, but look, in that fight, Caleb Plant said his right hand was hurting. I don't know.
Man, I don't care
what
about
talking about.
But
look,
I just don't like that shit when a guy lose, motherfucker keep talking about the coach. That's just like all these fucking wins. Everybody, I still love him, but everybody was loving EJ. Then when you take a fucking loss, he get rid of Derrick James. Like that shit is corny to me, bro. I don't like that
was
shit.
money though.
I just don't like that shit, bro.
Yeah, but even if it was about money, why is that an issue when you knew you had to pay him?
I don't know.
I ain't that shit. I mean that when you talk about the money, like that's kind of I guess like a.
But I don't think EJ was blaming him for the loss. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. You saying with the money? Yeah, it could have been that. But see, that's a whole different subject when you talking about the money shit. Because for me, I don't give a fuck. If you've been riding with me, I'm gonna give you what the fuck you want.
Me too.
That's like that. All of them, they've been together since he was a young man, bro.
We don't know if EJ solid. I don't know that man for real. So shit.
Especially if it's working, OG, I'm rocking with it.
Yeah, even with the loss, like you lost the Bud. I don't care, man. Like I'm fucking with you. Like I mean, I ain't never had that kind of money that EJ got, but it's just like, damn, man, when you get a certain amount of money, how many motherfucking cars and houses can you buy? Like, I ain't gonna look out for my man. I ain't gonna look out for my coach. This motherfucker's like my fucking second dad. Like, you know what I mean? As far as the money shit is concerned, that shit ain't supposed to, not for a motherfucker that been riding with you. It's hard to find loyalty. You know what I'm saying? It's like when DJ took on Jamel, like he actually went and checked with EJ first. That's respect, bro. Like that shit ain't no, to me, that ain't no regular shit. Like when you go through shit like that with a nigga, y'all supposed to be able to clean that shit up. Even if initially you was like, get the fuck out of here, woo woo, but you're supposed to double back and be like, nah, man, we gotta clean this up. When you got that type of time, and that's how I look at it anyway. And then EJ was winning. Like this man, EJ was walking through shit with his B game.
Yeah.
Cause we all know EJ like the party. He was walking through shit with his B game, bro. Then he ran across just that elite fighter and lost. And he got stopped on his feet. Ain't like he was out cold. You know what I'm saying? He was gonna keep fighting. I don't know, man. I just miss not seeing EJ in the ring, man. I would like to see him back in the ring, man.
Nah, I feel you, but shit, everybody not real right.
I think that's more what it is for me too, bro. I think I just want to see Errol Spence get in the ring. I don't care who he fight. I just want to see him one more time, man, before he go. Cause
to be honest,
it seems like he not even like he really don't even want to, like he don't want to really fight. So I'm just like, you feel me?
Because it seemed like he don't want to fight to me, so I don't even want to see.
Don't
come back.
What makes y'all say that though?
We ain't hearing nothing about him. We don't see him in the gym, like.
So how you know he's not getting prepared and he's not getting mentally there, bro? He probably, and then he don't even have a coach.
And he did have a rant.
Exactly.
He did have a
that's
rant.
What I'm saying. So how can we be saying he's getting mentally prepared and he don't even got a coach? What is he getting prepared for?
I mean, EJ can't just go with any coach, bro. So,
but that's what I'm saying. So if he don't even got a coach yet, clearly he's not preparing for nothing. He don't even got a coach yet to prepare.
But how you know he not the type of dude that's like picky with like who he bring around him, bro? You feel me? Maybe
no. I'm not saying I could agree with that he's picky with the coach selection and all that, but it don't look like he's in the gym. He don't seem like one of the dudes that's like a Terrence Crawford. Like even though he's having a year layoff, he's in the gym every day.
You talking about sparring, right?
No, I'm talking about just being in the gym, being in shape.
He talking about if you don't have a coach, then you're not in the gym because you're not really working on shit.
Exactly. You're not working on nothing.
You can't watch yourself while you working.
And that's what I be saying. See, like a lot of people don't even know what goes on in boxing. Like it's like these even niggas at amateur levels, bro. These niggas is running every day 5 laps and shit like that. Like you gotta be in the gym, bro. Like I start to understand this level shit. Like, it's the reason why Terrence Crawford ain't never fell off. That nigga is in the gym, bro, right now. While we're talking, he's in the gym. And that's the reason why, like, it's a difference. Like, you could tell the niggas that really want this shit. Like, Errol Spence, he was good. And I just think he was running off of raw talent. I think if Errol Spence would have had a better coach that gave him better fundamentals, I'm not saying Derrick James wasn't the right coach or nothing like that. But if he would have been a little bit more sharper, he could have been even better because he was just running through niggas off of pure will and talent.
So,
Right.
so you saying Spence was on some AI shit? He not going to practice.
Exactly, on some AI shit. Exactly. I'm good enough. I'm not going to practice.
Nigga at the club midnight. 5
And
he was,
you want to know
though.
what made me? You want to know? Y'all want to know what gave me that
shit.
impression about Errol Spence though? Because there's no way in hell I would have been looking like that for the biggest fight of my life. There's no way. The way.
All right, Farm. I got
No. We gotta be honest. Errol
No, I'm
Spence
not talking
did not
about
look
that.
regular in
No,
that fight.
I'm not talking about that. Something else you said. I gotta get clarification on this. You said running 5 laps. Did you mean 5 miles?
He meant 5
miles, laps. It's not even about. Either
miles,
way, you get what I'm saying. Like niggas is actually
Bro
putting
said
in the
practice.
work. You get what I'm saying? Like putting in the work. You know, laps, miles, kilometers, feet, quarters, however you want to, whatever distance. But niggas is actually in the gym, bro. Like you could tell, like he don't even look like he in no type of boxing shape, bro.
I haven't seen him.
54.
I haven't
ain't
seen
gonna
him.
lie. I don't care who he fight. I'm picking him to win, bro.
I think Spence got 2-3 more good fights in him at the top level. Honestly, he might just be taking a fucking rest, man. The fuck?
I don't see no fighter at 154 doing them like that besides Bud, bro.
EJ was going hard in the ring and outside the ring.
I mean,
he might just be resting.
He got to get a tune-up. He been out for like about to be 3 years.
He said he don't do tune-ups. Who
That's the fucked up shit. You can't just hop.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
Nah, he don't do tune-ups, but he got to do a tune-up, bro. He been out.
EJ not gonna do no tune-ups because his pay scale's at a certain level, and they not gonna pay him just to fight anybody. So he ain't gonna do no tune-ups.
Nah,
come back.
People gonna pop out because he been out.
No. You could pop out, but what EH is saying is true. He gonna make some money regardless, but the money that he like, the money that he's used to,
right?
You're not gonna be making that fighting anybody
with no tune-up.
So who should he fight though?
Shit, just do a great card with a tune-up.
Mr. Fury just said in here a little while ago. Him and Thurman. I would love that.
Oh, yeah, I like
that's
that.
a good one. I like that one.
I
like that fight. I like that fight for Errol, but I don't like that fight for Thurman.
With Thurman signing the contract, he been ducking him, bro.
Oh, he is signing now because he ain't where he was.
Yeah.
See, people forget at 147 at one time. Keith Thurman was a shot caller, bro. He just was. He was a fucking man at 147. You know what I'm saying?
You know
that's just what it was. That motherfucker got some type of record at the Barclay and all that shit.
Know a fight?
Like Keith was doing his thing at PBC.
Hey, wait,
somebody
and
just said this in the chat.
Spence said he would never fight Thurman.
Yeah, they really don't like each other in real life.
Yeah. Well, EJ don't like him.
Yeah.
Hey, I just saw a fight that I would not be mad at, right? Somebody just said this in the chat. Ryan Garcia versus Errol Spence would be a good fight.
Yeah.
And I think that's possible.
I don't
that duck would not fight no Spence, bro.
Bro, I think Ryan Garcia would get in there with Errol Spence, bro.
At 154?
At 154, bro. I think Ryan would do it, bro.
Bro, he wouldn't even.
He's not
even trying to fight Boots at 47.
Wait, how do we know he's not trying to fight him though?
Bro, wasn't they trying to make the fight when he?
You said he's not trying to fight him, so you must got some inside information.
No, what I'm saying, bro. When have he ever mentioned Boots like he's fiending to fight him, bro?
When has he not? When has he said he's not gonna fight him? You just said he's not gonna fight him.
But bro, has he ever went to his promoter? Yo, give me that Boots fight. Just like how Teofimo be trying to talk about, he trying to fight Boots. Yo, and Crawford, he was WBO champ. He could have used his WBO status to move up and try to make the fight, bro. Stop falling for all that clown stuff they be doing, bro. They just be clout chasing.
Ryan Garcia not fighting Spence, man.
I think that the fight could be possible. I think that the money would be there that Spence would like to make Spence move. I think the money would be there for Ryan. That's gonna make Ryan move. Like I think that fight. I don't know.
To be honest, I don't think that should be a good fight.
Yeah,
you don't think it would be a good fight?
I think it's a mismatch. BTA, man, all day.
Yeah, but I think Spence will kill him, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. If we gonna say Rolly, like, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know. I give Ryan a chance in that fight, bro.
Yo,
I'm cool.
Spence, that's not the same Errol Spence, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
All
Can't say
Spence
that
gotta
for one
do
fight,
is
bro.
just spam left hooks and it's over with.
Can't say that after one fight, bro.
I don't know, bro. I think one left hook from Ryan Garcia, Spence might not ever come back.
Sure.
I'm just being honest.
Yeah, just like he landed that left hook against Rolly, right?
I don't know, bro. Hey, Rolly, Errol Spence is he not gonna do what Rolly was doing? Errol Spence gonna be right there to brawl with him.
Rolly was being cautious. Like Spencer put him in that corner and bully him, bro. He gonna go in that taco shell. He gonna get murdered in that corner, bro. Like,
nah, bro. I don't think Errol Spence got that in him no more, bro.
You saying that after one fight, bro? Like, I know he had a layoff, but shit,
one fight in 3 years.
He only got his ass whooped by one person. By the
bro, the only person
it's going on 2 years.
Yo,
however long it's been years.
Yo, the only person I could see that could give like Spence problem at 54 is only Jermel. The rest of them, man, I'll pick him to win beat everybody there. Bro.
Wait. I can't agree with you on that one. I can't agree with you on that one. I can't.
You got Spence look like when
you got Spence beating Ortiz.
Everybody.
You got Spence beating Fundora.
Who's Fundora? He literally Fundora's about to lose to what you call it, buddy from Australia. It's because when he got that cut, that's when it was over with. Like,
we'll see.
He was literally winning.
We'll see. I think that's a 50-50 fight also. We'll see. And I think Fundora gonna beat Tim Tszyu, but we'll see.
I think Fundora gonna stop Tim Tszyu this time.
I'll pick Thurman to beat Fundora. Easy.
Oh, you tripping, bro.
Yeah, you tripping, bro.
I like. Oh, you said Thurman. You said Thurman over Fundora.
Yeah, what you think, GX?
I kind of see why you saying that, but we do got to see it.
That's a good fight.
I just want to see Thurman back in the ring with somebody.
I think you saying that because you know Thurman gonna definitely let that overhand go.
You come on all day, bro. It's there, like he's stationary, bro.
Hey, look, let the overhand go. When they was talking about Thurman and Thurman, Bud, and Errol, when they was all in the mix and they was talking about mixing and matching and them fighting,
yeah,
I remember Bo Max saying Thurman would be a harder fight than Spence. I remember him saying that shit. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, one of the key things he said was because of the movement.
Yeah, the style.
He said that movement. But I remember Bo Max saying that because when he said that shit, I was surprised. You know what I mean? Because I had to fight with Bud and Spence going Bud by decision or Spence by knockout. So I had that shit all week flipped around. You know what I'm saying? I was off all the way. That's how I had it. But I remember when they was talking about that. Like, I don't know where Thurman is at now. You know, because just because of the age, you know what I mean? And Thurman ain't fought no cupcakes. Like, once he fought Carlos Quintana, all his fights after that been hard fights.
The last guy he just fought was a cupcake.
Okay, well, I mean the last one, but he did what he was supposed to do. He knocked out the young boy.
He did, but that was a baby. That was a child.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, but Thurman was off for a while. He was off.
Right, and he did what he was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like he did what he's supposed to do. He knocked the fuck out like that. You know what I'm saying? Like if he done went in there and struggled or something, they would have been like, damn, Keith's probably trying to hang him up. He knocked his little young ass out. Like that's what he was supposed to do with that type of opponent. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, but I'm not gonna let that fool me and put wool over my eyes and tell me that Fundora is gonna lose to Thurman just because he did that to that guy. I can't see that.
I mean, I give Thurman a chance.
Fool me either.
I give Thurman a chance though.
I give Thurman a chance because
60-40.
Mendoza caught Fundora with a shot and put him out.
He did and put him out.
So he did it. Don't tell me Thurman can't do it.
He did. Brian Mendoza is way worse than Thurman.
Thurman a way better boxer.
I agree.
Brian Mendoza's probably just a little younger than Keith, but he definitely ain't got the skills and the IQ of Keith. You know what I'm saying?
He definitely don't.
Bro, I'm a Keith Thurman fan. Like, I just didn't like the fact that he never fought Errol. That was my only gripe with him. But other than that, like, I fuck with Keith.
You think he beat Sean Porter?
I fuck with Keith, bro.
Hey, you think he beat Sean Porter?
Huh?
Did you think he beat Sean Porter? Because I don't.
I thought he squeezed it out. I thought it was a close fight. Cause see, I'm gonna tell you something with Sean. Sean is just not clean, bro. He just
not.
in shape and he got a
You
lot
right.
of
You right.
heart, but he
You
not
right.
clean, man.
You right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he not clean. You can't take nothing away from him because motherfucker got plenty heart and he gonna stay in shape. He gonna be professional. He gonna come in. He gonna do what he's supposed to do. That's why I know it was getting close for Sean too when he missed weight. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, Sean probably ready to hang him the fuck up. He probably is tired. You know what I'm saying? At this point, he probably tired. You know what I mean? But he's just not clean enough, man. He not clean enough. It was a close fight, but I thought,
Hey,
you know what I mean?
can we get a full panel breakdown and thoughts? Because it's looking like the Tevin versus Schofield. It's looking like it's getting closer to being coming to fruition. Am I right? So
I
can we
thought it
get
was
a full
finalized.
panel breakdown on it?
They
I think
already got it. They got a
Yeah,
date for June 29th
That's
or
what I'm
it's
June.
saying. So
finalized,
can we
right?
get a full? Because I don't want to hear this switch up after. I want to know everybody's thoughts before.
Well, you start talking.
Okay. Look. I think this fight is gonna tell a lot with Tevin, and I think that this is either the last we gonna see the guy, or I think this might be the start of something new, bro. Because I think like after a while of getting hold, and then it's like they giving up then they giving him a young dude that's coming up. So it's like they trying to put some money in his pocket. They keeping him in our face, and it's just like I feel like they not keeping him in our face for no reason, bro. I think Tevin Farmer gonna pull off something crazy here, bro. I'm thinking stoppage, bro. I'm thinking stoppage. I'm thinking 7-round stoppage, maybe 8. I'm just thinking it's gonna be too much for Schofield. I think he come in with a lot of heart, but I think that he got too much of the Sean Porter style where it's just not clean and it's just not too effective. And Tevin Farmer has seen that style before. He's a veteran. I just think Tevin Farmer gonna be able to overwhelm Schofield real quick. And I think we might, you feel me? We should be seeing Tevin Farmer in a title shot, bro. That's what I'm waiting on. A title fight. I know we could. I
At
know
35.
y'all might disagree on,
Tough.
and might we could say he probably don't deserve it, but I think he deserves it, bro. That's just my opinion.
Yo, who's gonna give him that title shot?
No.
Shot Tank.
I
Keyshawn
think
might give it to him.
Keyshawn Davis probably gonna end up moving up, letting go of that title real
Yeah, you're
soon,
right.
bro. I don't
You're right.
think Keyshawn gonna stay at 30. I don't think Keyshawn gonna be at 35 too much longer because I think eventually Keyshawn and Shakur gonna have to collide, or one of them gonna have to drop a belt.
That ain't happening. I ain't even gonna get my hopes up with it. But I think Tevin, I kind of agree with you except for the knockout. I don't think he's gonna get the knockout. I think he's just gonna outclass the nigga. For real, like 8-4 type shit. But honestly, if the fight is close, they gonna do it just like the Williams Zepeda. They just gonna give it to Floyd, and then we gonna have a second fight with him again. But I really don't think Floyd got anything for Tev
Me either.
at all. And the only reason Zepeda had something for him is because his aggression was just too damn much. Floyd got good aggression. He quick footed, but he ain't got Williams Zepeda aggression. So
Yeah.
shit. I think Tev gonna pull it out. But they're gonna bullshit him.
Have you talked to him yet, G?
No, I ain't talked to him. I hit him up. He hit me back, but we ain't get on the phone yet.
Do you know about like is he in the gym? Is he working? What he doing?
Oh no, he definitely working. Yeah, he activated. Especially after they was talking that shit. He definitely got activated right after that. I mean, he was already rolling, but that put him in a different mind state. And
Okay,
I
well
think
then Tev probably gonna beat him then. Tev on his shit, Tev gonna beat Schofield. He gonna outbox him. He gonna at least drop him once or twice. If he on this shit, Schofield ain't gonna be man. Tev, yo.
hey, I got you know what? You know what's crazy, bro? I'm gonna keep it real. It was something that Tev did one camp. And this is to go back to about Caleb Plant and Breadman and how coaches don't really be having a say. I remember Tev. I remember Tev saying, not saying he actually did this. I remember he stopped hitting the bag and he was just doing all pads. So he had like 4 or 5 coaches in the gym, and everybody was just giving him rounds on the pads. And he was like, I don't hit the bag no more. And he did get shot. He did get shot in his hand. And I thought maybe that had something to do with it, but I I don't know. I just thought that was crazy to say you don't hit the bag. And now, of course, he cut that out. Of course, he cut that out, and he tried it or whatever. But that be the little shit that trainers go through with fighters.
So G, as a trainer, would you allow a motherfucker to tell you how to run your training shit?
That's why I'm sitting on this couch talking to y'all.
Yeah.
Coaching from the couch, huh, G?
Oh shit.
Yeah, because it take a motherfucker with tough skin to deal with me. Cause I need what I need. If I don't get what I need, then I'm like you said earlier. What the fuck you got me standing here for?
Yeah, I don't it's a certain mindset with me, man. Like I don't give a fuck who you are, how old you are. You know what I'm saying? You could be 20 years old. If you know some shit I don't know, I'm gonna shut the fuck up and listen. That's why you here, especially if I'm paying you. And I believe that you got this. Like and if it don't work, I'm gonna come to you and say, man, I don't think woo woo woo. But I'm never gonna disrespect what you trying to share with me, the wisdom you trying to impart on me if it's some shit that I don't know about. And I think a lot of times that shit be arrogance because a motherfucker making money and all of that shit. Now all of a sudden what the fuck you got a coach for? What you got a teacher for? What you got a mentor for if you're not gonna respect what they doing? Because they need to get, as a student, the teacher need to get good energy from you too. So they can do what they need to do. Where it's like, man, this is my man. I fucks with him. He listen to me. He do what I say. Like that motivates your teacher to really pour it into you.
But EH, you know what that shit be, bro? You know how a lot of people in the world they want to get money. They want to get money, but that's not enough for some other people. Some other people, their goal is to be a boss. They want to call themselves the boss. So when you making the money and then you writing checks, in your mind, I'm the boss. So y'all gotta do what the fuck I tell y'all to do because I'm the boss. If not, go make some money somewhere else. And a lot of trainers, they got families and they got to take care of their families. So they'll sit there and suck it up for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and knowing this motherfucker about to get his ass kicked. But he the boss.
Gee, I love money. But man, I'm not compromising certain shit, bro. When I can't go home and look at myself in the mirror and know, like, that shit, I can't do that shit, bro. I can't do that shit with family, children, none of that shit. If you don't respect me, I'm out. Fuck that. I'm gone. If you don't, and I don't care, bro. I done been to so many fucking companies. It's ridiculous. You can't tell me some shit and tell me you gonna do some shit and then don't do it and think I'm gonna stay there just because.
You know what,
Fuck
OG?
that.
Something that you said, bro, that a lot of people, even with a lot of shit, that a lot of people don't realize, bro, is that you could actually learn something every day from anybody just by shutting up and listening. That's why sometimes, like, I actually do shut up and listen on this panel because it don't matter, like you said, how old a motherfucker is. If you, even what we doing right now, how we brushing each other's shoulders through technology, you feel me, rubbing ideas through each other's heads and shit like that. We should all be able to shut up and listen to what a motherfucker say because you never know. You might be able to take that and use that tomorrow. That's why I don't understand why, like you said, why would a fighter pay somebody to be in a corner looking over the work that they doing and you not going to listen to the feedback that they giving you? But what that be is a lot of people can't even take the constructive criticism. A lot of people can't take somebody saying something and critiquing them. They think they attacking their character when it's really a motherfucker just looking over and caring about you. So they going to say something to help you out. Something that you might not see because you in the moment.
Yeah. But see, what G was just saying too speaks to a motherfucker low self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times motherfuckers be having low self-esteem. So when they get into something and they get money, like he said, the money ain't enough. I gotta flex my muscle. So now it's motherfuckers around me that been helping me. But now I gotta do my bullshit and just start telling you what to do, even though this shit don't really make no sense. But I just want to boss motherfuckers around. And that's why I asked G what I asked him, because G character don't strike me as that. Like a motherfucker come off like that, he probably gonna be like, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about?
Can I push back on this a little bit? A lot of niggas think like, shit, you ain't out there with me, coach. Like coming from football, I played football, right? And we running a fucking play that ain't fucking working. I had to go to the sideline and tell coach, look, coach, that shit is not working. Coach listened to me. We changed the play to what the fuck I wanted to run, and shit, we won the game.
You did that shit respectfully, though.
Yeah, I did it respectfully.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That can happen. That can happen sometimes when you in the mix of something, it ain't working. You got to be able, you'll go to the coach and like, coach, that shit ain't working. I'm trying to do this or that. That's respectful. No, definitely you should do that, because sometimes when a person is older, or sometimes when they not actually doing what you're doing, especially with time, because a lot of times shit changes. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to, as a teacher, you got to be able to be adaptable too, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of training methods that boxers and basketball coaches and football coaches are using today that they might didn't use back in the day. It don't mean that it's wrong.
Facts.
It just mean that, you know, we innovated it, we tweaked it, and that's the problem that we got, where everybody that is doing something, you standing on somebody's shoulders, because you ain't invent the game. Whatever game you in, you ain't invented. You know what I'm saying? When you got here, the game was already here. You standing on somebody's shoulders. So when you stand on somebody's shoulders, you can see farther than them.
Facts.
And if you're standing on a foundation, you're going to be able to see where shit can get tweaked at. You know what I'm saying? So when you have those type of relationships, it got to be respect on both sides. You know what I mean? It can't just be, you know, but I just don't like when we hear these stories about, you know, especially with fighters, you know, talking crazy to their coaches, or I'm going to do it this way or that way or whatever. It should never be like that. Because if I want to change something or adjust something, I'm going to pull the coach up or the staff together, and we're going to talk about it. And I'm going to say, look, I want to try doing this. I want to try doing this. I want to try doing that. What y'all think? Because, man, listen, everybody we see that is great didn't do it by themselves. Yeah. I don't give a fuck if they black, white, or candy stripe. CEOs, all of that shit, they don't know everything. You got to have a team when you running shit. And the only way that shit is going to prosper is everybody respect everybody. You know what I'm saying? Now, ultimately, we know there's going to probably be one person who has the last say, but you can respectfully take the input in from everybody. You know what I'm saying? So you can move forward, man. And that's why a lot of times when I see these fighters lose, bro, and they get rid of the coach, I'm like, okay, you don't want to take no accountability for what you didn't do. You know what I'm saying? I don't like Amir Khan and Ryan Garcia, they just come to my mind as motherfuckers that just jumped around from coast to coast to coast to coast to coast. Like, when I see you do that shit, I already know you probably a diva.
Especially Ryan. Shit.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You diva and you hard-headed. Like, you just want to do shit the way you want to do it. You don't want to listen to no motherfucking body. So
they said Ryan used to come in the gym, record himself for 5 minutes, and go home.
Hey, but that's why though, like, I couldn't really disagree with G. I don't see Rolly beating him. I mean, Rolly beating Teo, and you know that I'm stuck on that. But I could agree though that maybe the coach is what, like, that could be a new charge for Rolly, because somebody that you believe in, that you trust in, that build up your self-esteem, that could be that charge that you need to, you feel me? So like you said, I could agree that we might see a different Rolly, bro, but I don't know, bro.
It was honestly, Rolly can beat him though. It's very possible.
Honestly, it was smart for Rolly to do that, because Bullet was teaching him just crazy ass shit, just going in there and
he really wasn't teaching him nothing that he didn't know. I feel like the coach that Rolly got now is actually teaching him something that Rolly didn't know before.
Yeah, he is, because he a Cuban
talking
coach.
About that Salas dude.
He come from the Cuban boxing, so
yeah, that dude be working with like a bunch of like Latin fighters, bro.
Yeah.
Every time I look up on the card, he got 3 fighters on the card.
Yeah,
especially on top rank. Shit.
Yeah.
Yo, can we talk about how hard it's gonna be for Charles Conwell to get a title shot? Like, the dude that he lost to, now he's fighting for the for the belt now with Zayas. Like,
man, Charles let me down, man. He let me down. I ain't gonna lie.
What's your thoughts on that, GH?
I think he'll get another good fight. It's just gonna take some time. It's just setting back. That's all.
You know, he with Golden Boy. You know how they be treating, like, yo, like, they not even setting them up. So that's
no, but look, look, never fold. A little bit, because I ain't like Charles Conwell. Like, he kind of like not really out there in our face, and I just think that Golden Boy really don't believe in him, because as we see, Golden Boy believe in their fighters. When Golden Boy believe in
Nah,
you,
black
they gonna
fighters.
give you opportunity, bro. Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya finds a way for his fighters. That's one thing I can sit here and say.
Not black fighters. They don't treat
Bro,
black
come he's
fighters
getting
well, bro.
Schofield and Tevin Farmer another shot.
Matter of
Bro,
fact, since you said that, I
is
think
Tevin
honestly,
the champion?
Wait, what you
That's
say?
literally a cherry pick, bro.
What you say?
Tevin literally about to be if he lose again, it's gonna be a third loss. Like who
But
asked
look,
for that fight?
never fold. Never fold. Think about that. He already lost and he's getting another crack at it.
hold on, never fold, but it's still a step up though. Tev ain't
Hey,
just getting his
no,
ass.
no.
No. I'm not trying to downplay. I'm just trying to talk from where he came from. He was supposed to fight Shakur, a champ. So now
Yep.
he's going back to fight Tevin, which don't even make sense, bro.
No. Think about that, bro. He didn't fight Shakur. So for
But
him
he
to
was
even be,
supposed to.
bro,
But
listen, just
Oscar didn't
listen.
want him to though.
Just listen.
No,
Just listen.
he signed it. He took the money.
Okay, listen. The fight didn't happen, right? So for him
No.
to be able, so for him to be getting another shot, that tells you that Oscar De La Hoya believes in his fighters.
What
When
other
he
shot? Is Tevin a champion? Does he hold like
well,
He not saying.
so
He
a
not saying.
Reggie
He not
belt?
saying.
I'm not
He
saying.
not. No. Slow down. Slow down.
Thank you.
He
Go
not
ahead, G.
saying. He not saying he getting a shot at a title. He's saying he getting a shot at exposure. We could have easily, after not fighting Abdullah Mason, after not fighting Shakur, we could have easily told you to get the fuck out of here. But they didn't.
Exactly.
They didn't. They held on to him, and then all right, we're gonna put you in a good fight, a fight that you should win. You know what I mean? And if not, we know where you at. You know
Hold
what I'm
on, so
saying?
you don't think Oscar throwing him to the wolves? Because that's what I think.
If you know why I don't think he throwing him to the wolves, because if he was throwing him to the wolves, he would have put him in front of a puncher.
Thank you.
When they
Okay.
when they trying to get you out, they find niggas to get you out. They try to get you knocked out. They don't try to get you just outscored. They want a guarantee, and the guarantee be
I
the
don't know.
fact that you fighting a motherfucker that got 90% knockout ratio. He might have 2 losses, but he got that punching power.
I feel like it's more embarrassing to lose to Tev just getting
Tev
outboxed
is
than it is
Tev is
getting
Tev
goddamn
is
knocked out.
Tev, this is why they using Tev. Tev is a former champion. He got a lot of wins, meaning he got 30 plus wins. He he's going to give you some work. If you could beat a Tevin Farmer, then we got something.
Thank you.
Because Tevin Farmer know what it's like. He know what it's
Thank
like to
you,
have a
G.
title. He know what it's like to train hard. He know what it's like to pull up and really get busy. So yeah, he's going to give you a hard time, and you might not look your best, but if you can get the win, all right, I got something. You know what I mean? That's what the promoter's thinking. All right, I got a little something.
Man,
But you
hopefully,
know, G, Golden Boy do got a funny history with black fighters.
No, I would
They do.
never. I would no. I would never disagree that they definitely do,
Yeah, I
but
agree with that.
it's a new day in the rap game, and what I mean by that is Schofield is not a regular guy. He's a guy who has a lot of followers, and we know him because his father be saying some outlandish shit and he keep him in the
zesty.
algorithm. Yeah, he
Facts.
keep him in the
Plus, you know
algorithm
what? That turkey money changing shit too, though.
for
That turkey money
sure.
changing shit, yeah. That turkey money changing shit. Everybody
But
think they can
wait,
get a
that fight
turkey
is not
bag,
with
yeah.
Turkey though. That fight is not with Turkey.
No, but
Hey,
I'm just saying. I'm
but that's
saying
what
in
he said.
general. I'm just thinking
Hey,
about the whole Golden Boy
hey,
shit
you
because
know what?
I've been watching Golden Boy for a while, and I remember after Golden Boy, after all the fighters left Golden Boy and went with PBC, they ain't really did nothing with black fighters. Remember they sat on Rashidi for fucking I don't know
Yeah,
how many
bro, that was
years. He
crazy.
had to fight the
Oscar
boy Eddie Gomez twice.
Oscar was
Yeah,
mad at us,
they
man.
But
dropped
look,
it.
that's what I'm saying though. When Oscar really fuck with you, we can clearly see he's fucking with who he's fucking with. But niggas like
Yeah.
Charles Conwell, that's not really performing. He putting money behind and all
What
this
you
and
mean
that.
not
You can tell
I
performing?
he's
don't
He
gonna
know.
sell
just
some.
lost.
He
Like he just
performed.
lost
He
his last
performed.
fight. Before that, he was putting BTA, bro. What?
Yeah,
But
he
that,
performed.
but that's what we're saying, bro. Charles Conwell last fight was who?
Right.
I forgot buddy name. I know
Garcia.
Exactly. You
Garcia is
forgot
Yeah.
in
his
his
name.
name.
Yes.
Exactly. Exactly. You forgot his name, which means they put him in front of that guy for Charles Conwell to look good. So for him to
Right.
lose, what do you think Oscar De La Hoya is thinking after that?
I mean, if he was ready, hey, he could have he could have called a draw. Like, what's up?
I
It
can
was
tell
just
you, I can
card.
tell you, I can tell you what he's thinking. That's gonna be Virgil next opponent.
Exactly. To
Nah,
feed into Virgil. Thank you.
Virgil ain't trying to fight no Charles Conwell, bro.
Bro,
He ain't trying to do that.
I think Virgil next opponent is Charles Conwell.
I hope so.
Let Virgil fight anybody.
Yeah, that's why he dug Boots and he dug Bud, right?
Wait. We can't say he actually dug. Those contracts
That's
was
a
never
fact.
sent
That
over.
is a fact, bro. That's a fact.
Bro.
I wouldn't say
don't think it's
him.
smart
I
to
wouldn't
fight
say him or
It's
Boots
team.
ducked each other because they was in two different weight divisions.
And then to
That's
say,
what I'm saying.
okay,
They didn't duck. There was no contract, OG.
All right, boom. Look at it this way. Dude been in 2 weight divisions. Why has he fought for a belt yet? What is he doing in his career?
His team, man. It's his team.
What you mean his team? Is he aiming to fight the champ? He's not. He ain't do it at 47. He not trying to do it now. When has listen, Bakaram offered him a fight and he turned it down, bro. His dad was trying to take him, but he never got the offer.
Look,
bro, as a fighter,
I ain't the biggest Virgil fan.
As a competitor, how you not trying to fight for a championship, bro? He's not trying to fight for a belt, bro.
The only fight that I know he turned down was Bud, and I don't blame him because he wasn't ready at the time.
He turned down Boost too.
But what I'm saying is how we know Virgil even know those fights was like.
When did he turn down? When did he turn down?
I didn't hear about no contract
at 47, bro.
When?
What? That's what I'm saying. When?
What? Bro, he was offered to fight Boots. He turned it down.
When?
Bud like 3 times.
When?
I don't remember that.
No, bro.
I don't remember
No. What? You talking about
I'm not talking about when he moved up to 54 when they offered some stuff at 47.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, that wasn't
talking about that. That's recent. I'm talking about when he was at 47, bro.
I don't remember that, bro. And I you know, of course, I'm.
And you know what? Never fought.
1,000%. I don't remember that.
Never fought. I remember that there was talks about them fighting at 47, but that's talks.
Yeah, I
so
remember.
We can't say a guy ducked off the
see him later on down the road.
So how come he waits till he move up to 54 and then now he trying to do pump faking like he trying to fight Boots, bro?
You know why? I'm gonna say this. You know why? And this ain't no in defense of.
So when he got the advantage at another weight class,
but listen, bro. That's boxing. People always try to look for an advantage. They always try to look for the prime time to give a guy a fight.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's part of what boxing is. They want to catch the guy at a certain time. And that's why that was one of the reasons why it's like Boots just came off a fight. You were supposed to fight somebody else. That fight fell out. So now you're going to say, oh, I want to fight Boots. Tell Boots to come and fight me. Like, bro, I live in Dallas now. Fucking Virgil from up the street in Grand Prairie. He ain't never did no big venues here. Never. You know what I'm saying? Boots put 14,000 in fucking Wells Fargo with motherfuckers' name we couldn't even pronounce. So Boots ain't, you know what I'm saying? Boots ain't got to move when he say move. Like motherfuckers try to sell that black Mexican shit. That shit don't always work. Everybody that's Mexican don't necessarily get supported by Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? Look at Bam, Virgil, and fucking Benavidez. 3 of the fucking guns. They don't come out for them like they come out for Barney Rubble.
Benavidez getting
nobody's talking about Ortiz ducking the IBF champ at 54. I'm forgetting his name.
Bakaram?
Yeah, Bakaram. They offered Ortiz the fight and they turned it down.
Look, man,
that definitely happened.
That happened. But look,
why is he not trying to fight for a belt, bro? He has not fought for a world title. He even thought about it, bro. Like, what's going on? Does he want to be the best or he chasing names?
Look, I ain't sticking up for Virgil, and Greg can probably talk better about this than me. But I feel like a lot of times teams reject the offer without the fighter knowing.
I agree with you, bro.
That's what I feel like be happening.
So forget him not trying to be a champ, right? It's his team now.
Wait.
I'm not sticking up for Virgil.
How they was treating them. You know, some people got egos and they ain't just gonna accept anything.
I'm not sticking up for Virgil though.
Hey, you know what? That's like me. Look, cause I'm gonna be real. If I was in Virgil Ortiz's shoes too, bro, I wouldn't like he making more than enough, and he ain't gotta fight for no belt. So it's like, would you throw yourself in the line of fire if you don't have to either?
Yo, why are you in sports if you're not trying to be the best, bro?
No.
But they
he's in there to make money. I'm sure
like
everybody
see, and
Oh.
This is people got to realize. Everybody's not in it to be the greatest. Everybody's not in it to be. You feel me? Some people get in it just to make the money for their family.
Another thing on that never fold. A lot of boxers let their team do everything.
And
So how can you blame Virgil when he just letting his team do what his team do?
So he does everything but trying to fight for a world title, right?
All he do is go to
I'm
the,
not even sticking up for him.
all
I'm
he
just
do is
saying.
go to the gym and train. He go to the
I'm
gym
just
and
saying we
train,
can't
bro.
say.
Yo,
I'm just saying we can't
That's
say
all I'm
nobody does
saying.
I don't believe
Look,
you turn down the
if it ain't no paperwork.
Hey, look, Virgil been fighting since he was a youngin', right?
Facts.
So
Okay.
you don't have the vision to try. You in position to go fight for a belt. You just beat somebody that was a champ. Your last fight, you get offered a fight, and you still just like on some Ryan
How
shit. They
did
not
he
even.
know that the paperwork was on the table?
You
Wait,
said
who did
how
he
did
Do
beat
we
that was
know
a
that he
champ?
turned it down? Do we know that he turned it down at night?
Wait, who did Virgil beat that was a champ?
Madrimov. So
Ah, come
now
He was
on.
she
he
should be
wasn't
in.
he wasn't champ at the time,
Yeah,
but
he
he's
wasn't no
saying,
No,
champion.
I'm
but
out.
but listen, hold, so everybody slow down. What he's saying is right. It's the same thing they doing with Schofield. He fighting a former champion. He fighting a guy who's been there before, but not the guy. You know what I'm saying? So they it looked like they still trying to build Virgil.
Okay,
And
but
then
what I'm saying is,
let's
how,
not forget the guy that he fought just fought one of the best fighters of this generation. So that's even more. You feel me? Quote unquote. They were saying, "Oh, Bud lost," but they wasn't saying that for Ortiz. When we know, like, dude was in that paint with Ortiz. Ortiz supposed to be a pressure fighter. He wasn't. Madrimov wasn't doing that with Bud. The minute Bud started cooking up, he started falling back. But he
No,
was
was
in a paint with
Madrimov was running, bro, when he fought Virgil, bro. He ain't want no trouble.
the later rounds. He was in a paint with him.
No, he ain't had no choice. He was stuck. He couldn't.
But
His
Hey,
legs
he
was
hey,
burnt
look,
out.
I'm gonna be real.
But look, he did not do that
I
with
was very
Bud, though.
big on
That's what I'm trying to
Madrimov.
tell you.
bro,
I
all I'm
was very
saying
big
is,
on Madrimov, bro. But Madrimov against Virgil, it was a track meet, bro. It didn't look like the same Madrimov against Crawford.
how can you blame Virgil when maybe he's just not in the
You
business
can't.
like that? He might not be in the business like that.
So as a fighter, you're not trying to learn
Bro, he's
and
not
help
in the business. Some fighters
what
don't care about learning the business.
until
That's
you get scammed for your money.
no, but even fighters who do understand the business, they still get robbed, bro.
Like,
Until you get scammed for your money, like you gonna go and try to
Bro,
sue,
bro,
right?
listen. Let me say
Every
something.
fighter been robbed, bro.
Let me say something to y'all from an old dude perspective, bro. Listen, I hear everybody talking business, and I'm gonna say some real shit to y'all. Black people just really started understanding this system of business recently. And when I say recently, I'm
Facts.
talking about the last 30 or 40 years. We got to stop condemning guys where that money shit get fucked up. Most of us don't carry paper in our pockets no more. But if you take out that paper and you look at the faces on that
I
shit
agree.
belong to them. And they control that fucking system, bro.
Real shit.
There's no way
Facts.
that two motherfuckers get in the ring and we got 5 different motherfuckers that got to help put the fight together. Who the
Facts.
fuck is y'all? Managers, promoters,
They
and
all they
who
hey they
the
all
fuck is
gotta
all
get
these motherfuckers?
yo
Matchmakers and all of this
Get a
shit.
piece of that
they,
pie, man.
yo they all gotta get paid, bro. You feel
But
me?
I'm
If
just,
you getting paid,
but see, what I'm talking about is the system. See, money
He
in and of
not getting it,
itself,
OG. He don't get
money,
it.
money in and of itself ain't shit.
it's
Because
not.
most of us now, when we get money, it's digital.
Yeah, it's just a number, bro.
It,
Shit
it's
fake.
not even a number; it's a system that
It's
And he
use
not getting
numbers.
it, OG.
They use numbers to gauge it. That's why I'm gonna tell you something. When you look at the fucking um, music industry and the movie industry, where the fuck do they get their money from, and where did it come from? These motherfuckers be paying actors $80 million, $100 million. Where do that shit come from?
They got investors.
Yeah,
Listen,
they got
listen.
what they do.
You got a system in place that's called the banking system. And
Yeah.
in that banking system, everything is controlled by decimal points. And the people that control it, like the banking system, and I know most people know this shit is all over the internet, but I've known this for years. The banking system is a private institution.
It
Right.
is.
It's not ran by the government.
Hello.
So what happens is people that's powerful at the top, they human beings just like me and you. So if all of us was running shit and I got a fucking studio, I'm gonna call my homie up. Hey yo, move that decimal point back for me. Yeah, I gotta pay these motherfuckers, man. I'm about to put a movie on. They make money. That shit, they create that shit, bro. They make that shit out of
like
thin
I said
air.
earlier,
Our money system we got right now is a fiat system, which means it's not backed up by nothing. The only thing that back up American money is gangster shit. We got
What you
bombs.
say?
We got shit where we'll blow motherfuckers. They talking about we owe China trillions and trillions of dollars. I bet you China ain't gonna try to come get it. You can't see the way we think about money is different because we come from the street. So we get out there, hustle, we work hard, we do what we gotta do. And it's like, yeah, motherfucker, I made some money. That's how we think about it. They think about it as a system. So when you want to go make a fight, you can't even get in the fucking arena if you don't have insurance. If you ain't got certain shit in place. That's how they control the shit. So just because you can fight don't really mean shit. That's why you got to go get a team. But when you work with that kind of shit, the bigger you are, the bigger the target you become. You know what I'm saying? And you get a brother coming out of the motherfucking hood, even if he went to school, got a little bit of college, he don't really know how that system go. You got to really have motherfuckers in your corner that you know you can trust. And even them motherfuckers will get you, bro. These people go down and sit down at the table and discuss your money and then come back and tell you.
Yep.
And that's why what the brother said about the teams, you trust your team to go make the fight for you. And then the motherfucker offering money and saying they gonna do this and do that, then your team come back and tell you any fucking thing. That's why I got to the point where I think, I'm just looking, because I don't know, but just looking, this last fight, Boots told Eddie Hearn, shut the fuck up, bro. They ask you about a fight, just say you don't know. Because that's what it looked like to me, because the last time, that's when all that Virgil shit started happening.
Yep.
Because Boots said some shit after a fight. Motherfucker just got out of a fight. Motherfucker might say anything. And he took that shit and ran with it as if they was trying to make a fight and everybody say Boots was ducking Virgil. And then this time when they was asking Eddie shit, I noticed how he was answering the questions. Somebody from the team told that motherfucker, man, shut the fuck up, man.
Right.
You starting all this shit, running your fucking mouth, you know what I'm saying, knowing that the team gonna make the decisions. Like, Boots got a motherfucking father and brothers and shit that's like, them motherfuckers is different, bro. They ain't like the rest of these motherfuckers just gonna let you do what the fuck you want to do. We want you to handle business, motherfucker, but don't act like we don't know what the fuck is going on. And then with this social media shit, you gotta be careful. Because as soon as you say one little thing, these motherfuckers take it and run with it.
And you can't beat the internet. You ain't never lied, OG.
This shit, I'm telling you, bro, this shit for me, it's just crazy, man. Like, when I be seeing shit, I'm just like, wow, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy when I see this shit. Because like I said, everybody becomes an expert about certain shit because they seen the shit on the internet. That shit is wild to me, bro. It's just wild to me. I be trying to stay in my fan position, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a fan of the sport, you know what I'm saying? All that other shit, I try to stay, because I already know, man, it be so much shit going on behind the scenes with shit that you don't know, bro. Then we be trying to, like, decipher this and that and that. I wish, like, with Bud and EJ did, them niggas got on the phone.
Yeah, that was real. That was real as fuck.
And told they team with the dude.
They made that shit happen.
And made that shit happen,
the
bro.
most important thing you just said, OG,
Everybody ain't
was
gonna
the
do that,
system
though,
shit.
man.
Because with that system shit that you just said, that's the prime reason and prime example of why certain fighters will always be in our faces and why certain fighters like Rashidi Ellis, Charles Conwell, like, they only get a slim chance of hope. And if they blow it, we might not ever see them again. And the reason why that type of shit happens and goes on is because, like you said, boxing is a secret society and it's a system. It's not just money. Like you said, this shit is a system.
But dog,
like
how long have we seen fighters getting scammed from, like, what you call buddy that was like scamming Mike Tyson, all of them back in the
you wanna
day?
know something? You wanna know something about
we not
being
gonna
scammed?
learn from that as a fighter?
You wanna know what's so crazy
listen,
about the
hold
scam shit?
Tom, slow down. You keep saying learn from it, right?
Yeah.
what EH was trying to tell you about is it being their system.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna change anything.
But
If
also,
listen, listen,
go
listen,
ahead.
listen, listen, just listen. If you don't sign this motherfucking paperwork, you ain't fighting on TV. You
That's
know why?
simple.
You know why? You know why them niggas sign? Cause the more, cause the more they give into, the more they can make. So they don't make what they supposed to make, but they still end up making money. Why? Cause they got kids. Could you imagine a great fighter saying, fuck it, I'ma just go be a lawyer? No, cause it don't happen like that. Because why? Cause he been fucking boxing since he was 7 years old. So I'm 28 now. Fuck it. I gotta sign these papers because it's time for me to start making some real money. So what I'm telling you is I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Every fighter has been robbed of some money.
Nah, I
Every
believe that.
fighter. I don't give a fuck how famous they is. I don't give a fuck about the Bugattis. I don't give a fuck. All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's talk boxing. Floyd Mayweather said out of his own mouth, the very first Bugatti that he got, the MGM gave it to him. So if the Bugatti is $1 million car, how much money did they make off of Floyd Mayweather to be able to buy him a Bugatti and give it to him?
At least
Thank
Probably a
you.
10.
billion.
At least 10.
Thank you.
Probably $1 billion.
So yeah, we gonna let you parade around with the girls. We gonna let you walk out with the with the rappers. We gonna let you do all that cool shit that you want to do. We just need you to get in that ring and throw them fucking punches. Don't worry about what we doing. Just worry about what we negotiated, which
And
is
that's real shit.
and which is worry about what we negotiated, which is probably like 40% or 30% of what you should have been getting.
And look, to kind of touch into that, I didn't even, but OG kind of dove into it. With what OG was basically saying was exactly true about how black people and like minority people in general, we literally just start learning the system to where motherfuckers didn't even know we was getting finessed. We've been getting finessed, and motherfuckers is probably still getting finessed to this day so bad because we're not in the system. That's what OG was trying to get us to get niggas to understand. We're not
And
behind closed doors. We're not
and,
in their system. We're the
and I got
minority. So we don't know how much we're getting scammed. So
and
hell
I
yeah,
got
a lot of fighters are probably still getting skimmed to this day
and I
because
got
they're
one
not in the system to know what's actually being negotiated.
and I got
Like
one
G said,
more.
we might be making 20 fighters might be making 25% of what they negotiating.
Well, listen, and I got another one for you. Cassie knew Diddy was a monster, but
Oh, man.
Money.
her goal was to get paid.
She got
She had
paid.
to she had to do some wild shit to get that money. But guess what? It came with the system. That was if you gonna be over here fucking with me, then you gonna be over here doing some wild shit because that's what we doing over here. That's boxing. That's
I
business.
think I think two things can be true. You can be scammed, and I also think while getting scammed, you can still be happy with your paycheck. So
Hell
Right.
yeah. Hell
shit,
Right.
yeah.
who
Hell
cares
yeah.
if you
Because
get
look,
paid?
Yeah.
because look, you don't what you don't see don't hurt you.
Exactly.
Right.
So
Shit,
so
you
so
might
if
you might
so
thinking you
if,
getting the
so
best
hell yeah,
paycheck ever.
that's what I mean when I
Shit.
say a lot of fighters is getting scammed, bro. Because if we listen, if we think that these boxing purses are $5 million, how much do we think that these niggas are making to put it on TV? If Netflix is making hundreds and $250 million on movie previews and movie premieres and all that, how much do we think these fights are going for where people is paying $100 a pay-per-view?
Real
So
shit.
hell yeah, a lot of fighters is getting scammed because niggas is fighting for 1.5 million, and these niggas that so-called matchmakers is making 90 million, and all they doing is talking.
Well, the matchmaker ain't making that much. Not the
But
matchmaker.
no, but
You
that's
mean the
that's
promoter?
the percentage difference. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's that much, and but we don't know
You
what
talking
we
about the
don't know because
network,
we don't see.
the network and the promoters be making the money.
That's what I'm saying. But they'll tell you your purse is 2.5 million.
Greg,
Yeah.
you got talking that shit one
No.
day, man. Cause I don't be knowing how the fuck that shit work. I don't know
But
how the
this is
money
but
trickle
this is
down.
why EH just asked me the question. He asked me about me being in the corners. This why I gotta make my mind up if I'm gonna be a coach or if I'm gonna just talk about this shit because I've seen this shit and I know, you know what I mean, how this shit go, they probably not gonna fuck with me. They probably not. And what I mean by that is a fighter. You see how you
You
see
know too
fighters.
much.
You see right. You see how fighters switch trainers. All right, I'll get a fighter there close enough to the water he could drink it. But then right before he put his lips to that shit, hey yo, if you want to go to that next level, you gotta get rid of Greg Hackett.
Mm-hmm.
You
That's
gotta
crazy.
get rid of him.
That shit
Mm-hmm.
happen. That shit happen everywhere though. So I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah,
Hey, and you want to know
everybody
something
said
else
it until
too?
you get it done. Once you get it done, they can't say it no more. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
not
But
even
everybody
just
said
that.
it.
What Greg just said went over a lot of niggas' heads, bro. The reason why Greg Hackett got hold and was probably had the career that you had is because you know too much, and that's exactly why we don't see you with nobody in no corner right now, because you know too much, and when you know too much, motherfuckers at that level, at them higher levels, they gonna make sure that you ain't got no type of pull or no type of hands in nothing when you know too much.
They be jealous too.
Cause listen, this all it take, and I'm not saying it like it's easy, cause it's not easy. But you get one world champion, you see what happens.
Facts.
Bozy went from not having a champion to his son becoming champion, and now he got fucking 3 champions, 4 champions.
Mm-hmm.
Your
Mm.
time gonna come though. It's gonna
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
come.
I'm not worried about it. You know what I mean? However it go, it go. I'm one of the motherfuckers that I'm not satisfied, but I understand what's going on. So I gotta live my life no matter what. The thing is though, if you get one and you handle it right, they'll pass you another one. They'll pass you another one. What's the chances? Think about it. What's the chances of a black man getting handed a 2-time Olympian
Slim to
from
none.
from
See,
Cuba? From Cuba. He don't even speak Spanish. Bozy don't speak a lick of Spanish. So what's the chances? What's the chances coming out of the amateurs? Yo, Andy Cruz, you gonna go train with Bozy?
hey, listen, I'm gonna say something, y'all. Don't get mad at me. For those who disagree with me or agree with me to the level or the extent or whatever, black people that was kidnapped and brought over here to be slaves was not meant to be millionaires. When,
Facts.
when you think that you and I, and when I say you and I don't care if you're a basketball player, entertainer, athlete, doctor, lawyer. When you think that the hate that you and I got for each other is bigger than the hate that they got for us,
Mm.
you don't know, because y'all probably don't pay attention. You need to look at them when you ride by in that 500, in
Mm.
that Bentley. You ain't supposed to be in that. They
Mm.
supposed to be in that.
I ain't thinking about
And
that,
I'm gonna tell
SJ.
you, and I'm gonna tell you who said it. The boy's father. I think it's either Eddie
Eddie
Hearn's
Hearn? Yeah, his
father.
dad.
He said
Like
it
he
when him
said,
and Dillian White was sitting up there.
yeah,
He
yep.
said this shit
He
to
said,
us.
yo, back in the days, like he had slaves, they couldn't say nothing. Now y'all able to like negotiate, like,
Do you
and
understand
none
what
of
I'm
the
saying?
black fighters said anything. I'm like, yo, like
So
they
for
just
a
took that
man,
shit.
so for a man who got nuts, do you think as a trainer, and you probably got enough know-how about the game, G, to be a manager? Do you really think that they want you handling these great fighters? Because you're
Mm.
gonna try to do your best to make sure they get all the money that they can get. And you ain't gonna let nobody run over top of them. So they either gonna blackball you or they gonna blackball both of y'all. And
Mm-hmm.
that's just how it goes.
And
So,
and
so
and
I
and
don't
to
know,
be
man. Floyd
and
did
to
it
be
though. Floyd hung his
and to
nuts on him.
and to be honest, I have already been blackballed with with what you just said with my fighter. With my fighter, because there's no reason he shouldn't be at least 14-0 right now.
bro, yeah,
Yep. But because
yeah.
we did but because we didn't sign paperwork, you know, you ain't doing what we want. You ain't going with the system.
But see, somebody just said Floyd did it. But see, that's what I'm saying. We haven't gotten to the point,
No,
like
he
all this
didn't.
shit that we do, we haven't gotten to the point where we understand, man, we run this shit. We
Floyd,
really
Floyd,
ain't picked our nuts up yet. There ain't no entertainment or sports going down without black people in it, bro. If we
Hey,
all
but
just
look,
decided today,
yo,
We ain't doing that shit no more. Just went and sat on the couch.
Hey,
It
look,
wouldn't
hey,
be
look.
nothing interesting to watch on TV no more.
And
I
Floyd
don't mean to interrupt nobody, but
and Floyd been with the system since day one. Floyd
I don't
knew
mean I don't mean to
he been
interrupt
knew what was
nobody,
going
but
on.
I gotta
Yeah,
go. Hey, Greg
his whole
Hackett, man.
family, like his
Hey, G,
uncle,
you
his
know it's
dad
good.
in it. So they taught him the game, bro.
Hey,
Yeah,
G, you
but
know
he
it's
Yeah,
been
but
with
he was
the
still
but
getting
he
screwed over by Top
but he
Rank, though. He was
yeah,
still
he
getting screwed
still
over.
got he still got money took from him for sure. Still got robbed. You
hey,
gonna
Yeah,
get robbed,
he
bro.
turned around and hung
hey,
his
but
neck
nah, man.
and opened the
Hey, I'm out
door.
of
He
here,
really
man.
opened the door for
Listen,
more fighters to make money like that, but ain't nobody been able to do it. But it's possible. He showed you it can be done. So you just got to be. I think Boots could be the next one.
But
They
you
got
know,
to
but
really hang his nuts on everybody like that, though.
all right,
That
all
shit
right, but
real,
listen,
bro.
all right, please listen to me. It's possible, yes, it is, but we not being real. It's not possible for any man. You understand? You got to be a special being. You understand? Floyd Mayweather, the ability, I keep saying this shit, the ability to go on Dancing with the Stars and win for at least 3 weeks. That's not easy. You know what I'm saying? He's not a dancer. You understand? He's a fucking athlete. But because he has ability, and of course he had a dancing background coming from where we come from, yeah, your mom and them had you dancing at cookouts and shit. The thing is, he went on there and sold himself. So now he picked up more fans. Every fighter can't do that. He went on the
Mm-hmm.
he went on WWE and sold himself. Every fighter don't get a chance to do that. You get what I'm saying? Floyd, and guess what? At the end of the day, he's a fighting motherfucker. And he's a
Facts.
trendsetter. And he's a trendsetter too. So he's equivalent to like a Michael Jackson, a James Brown, guys like that, where you get one every fucking 30 years. You're not gonna get that. You're not gonna get that just every fucking 5 years. You don't get
Mm-hmm.
guys special like that. No, this is no knock on Boots, right? Boots will never be on fucking Dancing with the Stars, bro. He'll never do it, bro. He
right,
just not.
right.
And he guess what? He definitely not doing. He definitely not wearing those outfits that Floyd was wearing on Dancing with the Stars.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying? He not doing it. Mike
right.
Tyson. Now listen, Mike Tyson wasn't a dancer, but guess what? Mike Tyson is. He's one of the most vicious looking motherfuckers in the world. I'm talking about before he even put the gloves on. If you look at Mike Tyson in his face, he's a scary looking motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? And he had the look of the most dangerous man in the world. So many people was attracted to him because of just wanting to see him and because of what he was doing to people. Everybody don't have that effect on the world. So you got to get what you can get and get the fuck out of there. This no fighter is ever going to get paid what they supposed to get paid, bro. You're going to always get robbed, bro.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this, right? So Floyd had his niche, Mike had his niche. You don't think Floyd record might be Boots' niche, or is it?
No, because
Hell no.
it wasn't just the record. You think Floyd Mayweather was the first nigga to go 50-0?
He wasn't the
Fuck
first, but he the
fuck
only
no.
50-0 though. He wasn't the first. He the only.
Yo, listen to what I'm saying to you, bro. Sugar Ray Robinson was not only the baddest fighter around, he was a pretty boy. He probably was the first pretty boy. Sugar Ray Robinson. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going all the way back. Also was a tap dancer. He was talented. So
Mm-hmm.
he brought a different genre into boxing. You know what I'm saying? He had the entertainers wanting to go see fights. You understand what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Jack Johnson was a nigga that didn't give a fuck about nobody. In the
Mm-hmm.
time, in the time where you wasn't even supposed to look at a white woman, he had two of them in the car with him, and he dared somebody to play with him. You understand what I'm saying? These is special dudes when it come to performing. You know what I'm saying? When it come to just being themselves. Even if Floyd is a little outlandish with the shit he say and the shit he do, that's how he do. That's what he do. You understand what I'm saying? You can't take that from him at the end of the day. The boxing record, yeah, that means something. Yeah, you a bad motherfucker in that ring. But what else do you bring to the table? You know what I'm saying? How can we exploit you? You know what I'm saying? That's
If
what
you
they
do it
be.
at a young enough age, if he don't wait till he like 38, 39 to catch it, if he catches it at 34, 35, 36, somewhere around there when he
Yeah.
to pick it up and push it a little more, I ain't say he gonna reach Floyd level, but he can see definitely close to Canelo money.
I'm not saying they're not going to see the money. What I'm saying
We talking
is,
about fandom, bro. Fandom.
yeah, what makes people get the money. It's not, yeah, we are talking about the money, but what makes people get that money is being able to touch. How you think Jake Paul, not even being a fighter, one day get an idea, I'm gonna go in the gym, I'm gonna start training. He already brought 14 million people to boxing because everybody who watched him they wasn't boxers. They was fucking regular people, regular kid, and it was really kids. Jake Paul. I
Yeah.
learned I learned about the Paul brothers from kids. I didn't even know who the fuck they was. The kids told me who they was.
Yeah.
Facts.
They
They came in with another demographic.
And
Facts.
ain't nobody in boxing besides Floyd and Manny that was more popular than Jake Paul before he started boxing. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga. What?
say it again.
Jake Paul and them, they was already super, super, super popular before they ever came to boxing.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But okay, but he has that niche. I'm saying now, as far
But
as just
but
having
he
that,
got more. But he got more than that. What is Jake Paul? What is Jake Paul?
you
Yeah,
said what
YouTube,
is
man.
Jake Paul?
What is he?
And
He a
he
white boy.
YouTube.
He a what?
He,
He
he
a
is
white boy.
a person
Exactly.
turned boxer.
Exactly. Exactly. So why we acting surprised? Why we trying to make a point? You already know why he got his foot in the door. You already know why they letting him do the shit he doing. Y'all remember
It's
the
like it's
movie?
like on the rap tip, like everybody know who Eminem is. But before they was Eminem, they was fucking cannabis. And mother don't even know who the fuck cannabis is.
Yo,
Mm-hmm.
Eminem, that nigga can't rap,
If
bro.
you know Eminem, you know who Cannabis is.
But I'm just saying, for maybe older guys or guys that's really into rap history, you know what I'm saying? But for
I
most younger
understand.
people that might know something about
Fully.
Eminem, they don't really know who cannabis is. And again, it's that team thing. It's like you get what they call it, like you get accepted in. So Eminem was able to get that Dr. Dre team around him and help build his career. Cannabis didn't get that type of team to get around him. Man, everything is like
Hey,
that. Everything
hey,
in
listen.
business, sports, I'm telling you, it's like that. Now, see, with basketball and football, they already have a league.
I'm
So
a
Yeah.
it's controlled.
yeah.
That's why you ain't gonna see too many dudes in the league like an Allen Iverson. You can't be too rebellious. They might have
Yep.
one or two that come along, but they gonna control you.
Kyrie Irving.
Boxing is a little more the wild, wild west, but at the
Yep.
same time, that clique that runs boxing, they
Hey,
it's kind of tight.
hey, let's talk about Tank Davis, right?
I'm glad you said that. I was about to
Outside
bring
of
his name up.
outside of boxing, what is he? What do he do? He don't do nothing. He was a badass young boy from Baltimore that'll knock you the fuck out. He
Mm-hmm.
he went over to Mayweather's and he punched a couple niggas out, right? You know what
Mm-hmm.
Mayweather, a light bulb went off in Mayweather's head. You know what? This could be the next kid. I'm gonna make sure he get all the right fights and he gonna put these niggas to sleep. And next thing you know, he gonna be the biggest thing. Now listen, we
That's
was
off of
five.
Floyd too, though.
Now listen, huh?
That's off of Floyd too. Off of Floyd's popularity.
Exactly, but that's just a piece of it. Here's the thing though. When the kid really start catching flame, when he really just start getting his tattoo work before he really got tatted up, what was we really saying about him? All right, young boys, all right. But
Yep.
what was the crossover? You remember the crossover? You remember when he really started tapping into different shit? When he painted his fingernails and he carried a pocketbook onto a press conference. Why you think? Why
I
you
don't
think he?
know about that. That's a little
No,
late though.
nigga. No, nigga. What do you
That's a little
know?
further back. I don't know
No,
now. He was
no,
talking.
nigga.
Yeah.
No, nigga. No, nigga. You talking about you don't know. What I'm get listen to what I'm
So
trying to
he wasn't
say.
popping when he fought
Listen,
Leo.
you not listening to me,
No, he
man.
won't, bro. He won't, bro.
Listen
Okay,
to me,
go ahead.
brother.
Go ahead.
Just hear me out. He's popular to us. Yes. He's the gorilla, and we love gorillas. Yes. What I'm saying is, why the fuck would a gorilla from Baltimore put fingernail polish on and carry a fucking pocketbook and wear a furry coat? Why the fuck would he do that?
He
Can I?
trying
Can
he's
I?
trying to reach the top of the top, bro. He's
Uh,
selling out.
but he young.
It
That's
ain't
that
about
young boy.
young,
What you
bro.
mean he
Young.
young? Bro, you not
Look,
listen, bro.
yo,
You not
look,
listening to me, bro.
yo.
He from Baltimore, bro. Them
Listen,
niggas don't wear pocketbooks,
hey,
nigga.
look,
They
look.
they
Ain't
out in the
nobody do
street.
it. But
Hey, yo,
okay, let me hold on.
Yo,
Let me just say this. I'm gonna just say this, right? There's other people his age that are portraying to be super gangsters that do the same shit. So he
Yeah,
grew up in
because
an era that we didn't grow up in. We ain't see that shit
bro,
growing up.
bro, listen what I'm saying, bro. That's because they getting it from somewhere. If somebody that's an influencer wears something, a nigga's gonna copy it. They're gonna
But
make a listen, just hear me out. They're gonna
okay,
make it, they're gonna make it a reason to be okay. What I'm saying is, yeah, we from a different era. We not about to go put no fingernail polish on. But in your right mind, if you seen a youngin walking down the street with fingernail polish, what's the first thing come to your mind?
but I'm from a different
No,
era. I'm
just
gonna
answer
lose my
the
shit.
just answer the question for me.
I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm like, what the fuck is Cuz? Well, I don't know what he on. Cuz might be
Oh,
on something different. That's gonna be the first
okay.
thing that come to my mind. But that's not how they think today.
Okay, so listen, just hear me out. Just hear me out. Because Tank Davis can't dance, he can't rap, he can't sing. We gotta touch a different type of crowd, a different type of people. We gotta get other people to accept you. This is the shit that they hear from the higher ups, the people that EH was talking about, the ones that we don't see.
Yo,
This the shit they be hearing in their ear. Yo, we gotta get you out there. We gotta get more people to tune in with you. So the kid went up there with a lime green coat, a pink pocketbook, and his fingernails
Damn,
painted.
Tank.
hey,
But
yo,
guess what? Guess what? If that really was his shit, he would have kept doing it. He did it one time. He carried that pocketbook one time. So how the
They
fuck?
killed
So
him.
how the fuck is that swag? How is it swag if a man carrying a pocketbook, but he did it for one? He did it one time. He didn't carry no fucking pocketbook after that.
I wouldn't either. Me personally,
Okay,
he should have never
okay.
done
So
it.
so when he
But
did it, who do you think he was trying to bring interest into?
okay,
Who you think he was trying to get the interest of when he did
I
that?
know I know what you're getting to, and
All
you're
right,
100%
all right.
correct. But you think he can be brainwashed like that? You think Javante Davis is
bro,
the type
he
to be
did it. What
brainwashed?
you mean? If you
Bro,
watch,
you not
he
listening
did
to
it,
me, bro.
nigga.
Bro, listen. All right. Everybody slow down. All right, everybody slow down, right? Everybody slow down. This man just asked me. This man just asked me, do you think he could be brainwashed? All right,
By
let's talk.
higher
All
ups,
right,
like you're saying.
hold on. Let's talk.
Mm-hmm.
You said, do you think he could be brainwashed? This kid, mother and father, addicted to drugs, right? Basically adopted by his grandmom and Calvin. Calvin even said, when I used to go to work, I used to take Tank with me, and Tank used to sleep in the kitchen, right? Now, fast forward, you make a little bit of money. You hit a whole family in a hit and run and kept going, right? In a fucking race car, right? You hit a whole family. You basically spank out because he only did how many months in jail?
I think
Um,
2.
2 months. You did so. Name a regular nigga on the street that could damn near kill a whole family with a car and go to jail for 2 months. So when you ask me, can he be brainwashed? It's not even about being brainwashed. Do you want to go back to that, nigga? Do you want to go back to Baltimore? What you talking about?
My thing
Niggas,
is right.
hey,
What
hey,
you
yo,
mean?
Was the wreck right before the pocketbook?
Bro, it don't
Because
matter. It don't matter. You got to look at everything that's happening, bro.
I
You got
think
to
that
look
Rick
at
was
everything that's
definitely.
happening.
I think that Rick was definitely before the pocketbook. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I think it
But you
was.
got to look
the
at
nails,
everything.
the nails was definitely before that, bro.
But you gotta look at everything that's happening, bro. Why are they asking this young man to do these things that he wouldn't normally do? Tank wasn't now when he was younger, he dyed his hair. Yeah, I seen him do that. But to wear the
but the
pocketbook and
nigga danced though. Have you seen him dance? He was dancing like that too. With the little funny
yeah,
dance. They used to
yeah,
kill him
but
for
that
that
was
dance.
yeah, but that's what I'm trying, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. When you getting this money, you start accepting shit, bro.
They
So
trying to
when you
get more and more money, bro. They'll do
trying to
anything.
trying to
I
run it
feel you.
up.
I feel you. I
Cause
feel you.
the whole fear of it is I ain't trying to go back to the trenches, bro. That shit was
And
rough.
Hey,
and
hey,
then
G, hey, G, it's this dude. I know you probably see it in the chat. Psycho Mind. He keep talking about swag and all the athletes is doing it. You actually making this point. That's what he's telling you. when you popular, you have what is called fashion designers and what's the other word they use? The motherfucker that help you pick out your clothes. When you get up on that top level, they put people around you to help you in your career. And they will make your PR people, they will make certain suggestions to you. So all the athletes and entertainers and stuff that you see doing that, that's where it come from. So of course they gonna influence the younger people to do it. I don't know how old y'all dudes is. Y'all, like, I've seen it. I know how this shit works. I've seen it over the years. And see, what happened was in the 70s and the 80s, for the most part, that shit was pure. Hey, and I'm gonna tell you how I know. Niggas in New York, niggas in Philly, niggas in Miami, New Orleans, Chicago, LA, we all had our own swag.
That's a fact.
Swag.
And I just happened to be, unfortunately, going in and out of juvenile institutions. So you would meet dudes sometimes from other states. And they had their own swag.
I ain't gonna lie.
So the influence that you had was localized. And then people that's on the top level, as we get this internet and all of these social media things where we can all connect with each other, they understand how they can influence things. So now when rap started off, it was about partying, having fun, getting girls. Wasn't nobody really making no money.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden when it became so good, the gangster element came in. And even the earlier guys that was into the gangster shit or hanging with gangsters, they didn't talk about it. All of them early rapper dudes, Big Daddy Kane, LL, and all them niggas grew up in New York. They knew all the gangsters and shit in New York, but they didn't talk about it on record because it wasn't about that. It was about how good you was lyrically, getting fly, getting girls, having fun. And then it gradually started to change.
New York was on some zesty stuff back in the day too. With them,
but that was few and far between. It was few and far between. I'm gonna tell you, the zestiest motherfuckers, and they got influenced by white people. I'm just gonna tell you, was Melly Mel and the Furious Five. They was wearing all that punk rocker shit. Wasn't no other rappers doing that except them. They was and guess what? In the early part, they was like one of the first rap groups to have a video. So it lets you know when you, and then see, LA and New York always been a spearhead for entertainment. So when all of this zesty stuff started taking off, the center of it was right over there in New York, where they started putting it in just a little bit here and there in the early 80s. I mean, now I could look back on it and see it, but then I didn't really, didn't really know what was going on. I was a fucking teenager. I was a young teenager then. You know what I'm saying? So everything G's saying about how they trying to reach a broader audience, and because the culture is so much different now, a dude like Tank, I lived in Baltimore for 13 years. Tank Gym is right across from my post office I used to go to, 21217, right on that corner. There's a post office right across the street. Like, I know, like, come on, man, them young dudes in Baltimore ain't no motherfuckers, bro.
Hey, yo,
Baltimore is no place to be fucking with, bro, on some soft shit. So Tank don't come out of that. And then the dudes that he was around. Like, Tank had old heads and shit around him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we know about with his parents and all that, but I'm saying, like, all them old heads on Pennsylvania and Lawrence and all that, like, them dudes ain't no motherfucking joke. Like, that ain't no, you know what I'm saying? You can't imagine how many young people right now would do what Tank is doing just because he's Tank. So that's why when G said, when he doing all of this different stuff, people will copy it just because it's Tank. And he knocking motherfuckers out, so they're not going to necessarily think there's nothing wrong with it.
And y'all calling it swag today, but it's copying. Cause nigga, you don't dress like that. That's not how you dress. It wasn't your idea. You saw somebody with it on, you liked it, and you ordered the same outfit. That's not swag, nigga.
Yo, Greg, peep this. So Psycho trying to say this shit swag. How come we don't see in every hood they dressing like zest on that zesty shit? If it was swag, the whole hood would have been doing it. How come they wait till they get famous? Listen. How come today they get famous? Then you see niggas nails, wearing makeup, wearing skirts. Why wasn't you doing that in the hood, in middle school, high school, and college? Like, as soon as they get rich, You feel me? Like
Ego.
that's how you know this shit is some satanic shit. They trying to get to the highest level because to get within that group, you got to do all the weird shit. You got to be into kids. You got to be doing homo shit, all that. You're not getting in unless you're doing the weird shit, bro. And that's
And
a
it's
fact.
funny to me how
But is
people don't
Tank
want to
in?
accept
I
that,
don't
and
think
it's
Tank
getting
is
put in
in.
front of our face. It's getting put in front of our face. People don't want to accept that. They want to say it's conspiracy shit, and
Yeah.
man, get the fuck out of here,
Why
man.
you
They
think?
putting this shit
Why
out here in
you?
front of your face, man.
Why you think? Why you think Tank was talking about? Man, I'm getting tired of this shit. Why you think he talking like that?
Hey,
Why you
since we
think?
Run
talking,
that Ron Garcia money. That's why I
Yeah,
think you talking like
yeah,
that.
but why you think he? Come on, bro. Why would you get tired of making that kind of money? What? Why you think he really talking about? Man, I'm
I
getting
don't
tired
think
of
he
all
can
this
make
shit.
that kind of money with nobody else.
No, it ain't that, bro. It's the fact that they keep asking this boy to do all this extra shit when really all you got in the business to do was fight. All I wanted to be was a fighter. You think Tank ain't have offers for movies and all types of weird shit, but that ain't his thing. That's
And
not.
then true, why you trying to cope for Tank? You know the weird I don't know if Buddy Mix, what's his name, Blake Griff or whatever, that exposed him like he was in an elevator smoking, saying that Tank was gay. That's the type of dude he keep, and Buddy ass a
It might
weirdo.
be
Go
though.
on
That
his
might be
page.
him.
But
I'm saying
why
the
would
argument is
Tank be
not
keeping
about the
that type
higher
of
up.
listen? Why would Tank be keeping that type of dude around him? That dude influenced him, and he was the one with all that was telling him to do this, wear that. Like Tank said that himself. So
Yo,
them the
listen.
type of dudes he keeping with him.
Yo,
I'm
listen. I
not in
want
the
to say
tank
this.
business. It's not. I'm not in the tank business. What he do privately, that's
But we
on.
cannot be
I'm just saying
condoning this shit.
from
First of
the.
all,
I'm not
look,
condoning anything. The thing is, was it something that he does on his own, or did he get influenced by the
he's a
higher up?
grown ass
And
man,
he
bro. I'd
could
rather die
be
than do
just
that
this
type of.
way. That's just how he is. I
We
don't
from
think
the
it's
hood,
necessarily him
bro.
getting
We
Hey,
famous.
from
hey,
the look. Listen, we from the hood and we black. We don't do that shit. That's not in our
Everybody from the
fucking
hood
culture,
ain't
bro.
gangster though, bro.
Ain't
Everybody
hey,
from the
everybody
hood
from
ain't
the hood,
gangster.
bro.
No,
I'm
we
sorry.
not saying we not saying you got to be a gangster. We saying where is this shit coming from? Where did you learn it?
G, listen. Do you remember? I just thought about this shit with us talk about it. You remember? I think the nigga name is Karl Lagerfeld that runs Chanel. Remember he
Mm,
gave Floyd that big ass fucking Chanel purse, and Floyd
mm,
had it on, and 50 was clowning him about it.
right.
He
Look,
did that
Remember?
one time.
Yep. Matter
That
of
one,
fact,
and we know
matter of
Floyd
fact,
ain't dusty.
matter of fact, I got one better. Remember when Floyd had the horse riding boots on and he looked like Mary J?
Bro,
he still dressed like that though. He still
I
dressed like
forgot about that.
But
Cause
hey,
yeah, but whose idea? Who's
that.
this nigga from Ann Arbor, Michigan? Whose idea was that? Whose
hey,
whose
look,
idea?
and his father's show enough a gangster.
Right. So
So we
whose
know
I
he ain't grow up like that. But that's
right.
what I'm saying. They put these people around you to do
Yup.
little shit
Yup.
to influence. See, it's a whole deep thing with that. And like I said earlier, man, it was never meant for us to be millionaires when we came over here. Like I just seen the dude Psycho Mind again. He was saying earlier about
the
y'all niggas on the chat and
psycho
Native
mind weirdo,
Americans.
man.
He said Native Americans are still on their land. Let me say this to you, Psycho Mind.
Oh, he a
Everything
troll.
besides Europe, everything besides Europe was given to white people. So wherever they at on the planet, they're not native anywhere. So the fact that
Fact.
I ride trucks, I drive through the Native American territories. They fucked up, bro. Them motherfuckers, you know that they got the highest alcoholism rate in the world.
I mean, they already
Just
took
cause they
everything
just
they
cause they
had,
on
bro.
their land, that don't mean nothing. They just was running them off their land up there in the northwest because they wanted to get to that oil pipeline. Let me tell you something, man. Listen, the shit that run this world is gangster shit. If you ain't got no guns and no nuclear bombs,
Hey,
you
OG,
don't run shit.
it's not gangster shit. It's satanic shit.
Well, satanic shit, but I'm telling you, force. Force is what runs the world. It's
Yeah,
not
he talk.
righteousness.
Evil,
It's
evil,
not. It's
evil
not
shit.
laws. It's not none of that. They make
Yeah.
laws, but guess what?
Murder,
People
murder,
who in
kill,
certain
kill.
places they can violate the law and don't nothing happen to it. Let my black ass violate the law. They bring in
Right.
the force of the law. Everything is backed up
And
through brute force.
And I got a question. EH. A lot of people say they want to see me on the commentating table. If I was to take a job commentating, what you
Mm-mm.
think the first thing they gonna ask me to do?
You got rules and regulations, man.
No,
You gonna?
what's the first thing they gonna ask me to do?
Probably put
I
on
don't
a
know.
suit.
Clean up my image.
Ah,
Yeah.
facts.
Clean
Facts.
up my
What's wrong
image.
with that?
Now, hold on. Now, once I clean up my image, all right, let's see if he gonna go a little further. Hey, Greg, we picked out this pink suit for you. We just thought it would be funny. We just thought it would be funny if you wear it.
Nah,
Nah,
they be doing shit like that,
I'm
bro.
not wearing that shit, bro. Get that shit out my face, bro. That's
We
Man,
the
see what
that's how
happened
they
with Dave Chappelle.
try
that's
We
to
how
see what happened with
exactly
Dave Chappelle.
exactly. I forgot about Dave Chappelle. Exactly.
Bro, that nigga was wearing a dress in one of these movies, bro.
Yeah, but then it got to be too much, bro. You heard what he said. I'm making good money. They throwing more money on the table, but now they like really trying to push it. He said, and I'm telling the boy no, and he's still like, nah, but it'll be funny, Dave. Yeah, you right about that. He did do some shit before that, right? And he probably was a young. No, not probably. He was young, and he was bitten.
Was
He was
he
having.
of age?
He was young as shit. He was like 18. But the thing is, right? The thing is, right? As he getting older, as he becoming a man, as he's having kids, he's married. Y'all asking me this as a married man that y'all want me to throw on a dress and do all this other funny shit for because y'all about to give me these millions of dollars, but really, like, bro, I'm past all of that, bro. I'm funny in my own way. But
Yeah.
now they wanted him to do some extra shit. That's why he got away from that shit.
And he didn't do it, and then came back and still got a big ass deal with Netflix and still
Right,
doing this thing. See, everybody ain't gonna be compromised for money.
right.
Yo,
It's
he
just
still
not, and Dave don't come from that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Dave got good parents. He came from a good background. He ain't necessarily come from, you know what I'm saying, something that was real hard. But that shit don't even mean that you got motherfuckers out here that come from hard shit, but they not gonna compromise their stuff. They just
Right,
not gonna do it. Like some people not gonna do it. You know what I
right.
mean? And I don't knock those who do certain shit. Like I wouldn't do none of that feminine shit. But the dudes that do it, like I know they not gay, but they trying to get that money. Look at Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart
Yeah,
said he would never do it. And
yeah.
then
yeah,
they got him to put
bro,
on that dress that one time.
buddy on video getting humped by Shaq, bro. Like he did a lot of zesty
yeah,
wearing
he did a lot
dresses,
of
all
shit.
type of
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
He
listen.
All
got
right,
I
but
was
money.
that's what
I
I'm
was
saying.
watching the movie. I was watching the movie
Kevin Hart.
Central Intelligence.
Sweet.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a fan of Kev and I'm a fan of The Rock. When
Right.
them niggas kissed, I cut that shit off. I was just like,
Oh,
I'm
they
done,
kiss?
man.
They kiss?
Watch the movie Central Intelligence.
I don't want to watch that shit now. God damn.
That's
Yeah,
your
bro.
man's, bro. Kevin
And
Hart.
why you think
Buddy,
and
yeah,
why you
sweet,
think
man.
and why would you think a grown man from Philadelphia would do some shit like that? Why?
Y'all gotta ban him for Philly, bro. No
Bro,
flies
listen,
though.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. I remember the big turn with this shit. I'm gonna tell you when it was. And I think I might have been in the penitentiary when this shit happened, but for me watching TV. Rosie O'Donnell. Rosie O'Donnell had a show,
Mm-hmm.
like a little talk show or whatever.
Yeah, I
And in
remember.
her audience, I was looking at her audience, and Rosie O'Donnell's audience was children of
Mm,
all races, colors, and genders. She had a
mm,
really big audience. She was really good with children, like just that big, fat, jolly type of woman. Like she was really good with children, bro. She
mm-hmm.
had that audience of young people. When she came out saying that she was talking about her lifestyle, in the
Mm-hmm.
minds of children, if Rosie say it's okay, then it's okay. Like this
Mm-hmm.
is how they influence culture. People try to make it seem like it's something natural. No, the natural thing is when you grow up in your household with your family and your friends, and that's where
Yeah.
whether it's right or wrong, that's the natural, like how things take its natural course. The people that, but when somebody goes through, they make a deliberate effort in all of the media, whether it be paper, what you're reading, what you're watching, what you're listening to try to influence you. That's deliberate. And it's hard because most of us spend most of the time out of the house, whether it's in school or at a job. You don't spend
Mm-hmm.
that much time home. When you home, you eat and you go to sleep. After that, you go on to school or you go on to work. And
Mm-hmm.
wherever we can influence people at, like, that's where they gonna do it. That's how it's gonna happen. And I know we got all off in this conversation because we was talking about money and, you know, boxing and, you know, how people get influenced and all of that. Like, it be so much out of the power when it comes to money. Like, it just, you can't even, and it's in everything. Like, I don't care what you doing, man. It's not what it is. Like, most of us, whatever we doing as far as working and all of that kind of stuff, bro, man, our manpower, we not getting equal amount of pay for the manpower that we putting in for what we do. We just not doing it. You know what I mean? It looked good for them because, like G said, they gave this motherfucker a Bugatti. You think they just gonna give him $1 million car because they like him? They had to be at least making 10 or 20 to be able to give him just that.
And that probably was an extra 10 or 20.
You see what I'm saying? Like that, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard, man, like with these guys, man, when they fighting and, you know what I'm saying, they trying to make these deals and do all that. Like, it take a special type of person, man, to hang on to his team, stick with his trainer. You know, it take a lot, man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's something that many of us probably wouldn't do. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. It's hard, man. It's hard to tell a dude, like, not to take that money. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. It's hard, man. Like, motherfucker might be on the planet for 100 years. Like, you ain't trying to be on the planet fucked up if you know you got a big ass bag right there. Like, you just ain't, you know what I'm saying? You ain't trying to do it. Especially when, you know, I heard somebody say this and, you know, I don't know what to think about it, but they was like, you know, as young black and brown children, like, if we get into sports and we really good, like, we look at playing basketball, football, baseball, boxing, we look at that as the end all be all. If I can't do this, I ain't doing nothing else.
That's what fucked me up when I first graduated.
You know what I'm saying? And then other people, they'll get into sports, but they might just get into it to learn something about team spirit or, you know what I'm saying, learning how to work with other people, leadership skills, whatever. But we get into it like, man, if I don't do this, I ain't gonna do nothing else. And that's why so many times, especially with boxers, we'll see when dudes ain't in boxing no more, or if they ain't had trustworthy people around them to help them, to show them, you know, how to invest their money and all that, they be fucked up in the game.
Yeah.
Look at Zab Judah. Like, Zab Judah damn near was Floyd Mayweather before Floyd Mayweather.
Damn, Zab fucked up. Ain't got no money.
No, he's saying he not where he should be.
Should be.
Oh, okay.
Or where he could be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just, because I know I remember Zab. Like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, Zab was one of them guys, man. You know what I'm saying? And the motherfucker don't have the money like that. Like, that shit. Because, see, you got to think. Jake Paul, I didn't even know who he was till he started boxing. They said that Jake Paul had got a lot of notoriety because he was some type of video blogger, but they said one time, it was even him or his brother, they showed a picture of a dead body.
Yeah, his brother
on YouTube.
Logan Paul, he went to Japan and he filmed a dead body. In
right. So now, because I used to hear people talk about, I used to hear people on other boxing podcasts talk about Jake Paul and them when they got in the game and these niggas just riding his dick. Yeah, look what Jake Paul doing. He doing this for boxing. He bringing all these people in. And I'm saying to myself, motherfucker, a boxer starts training when he 8, 9, 10 years old. He been in boxing all his life. And by the time he get to he 20, he ready to go now. Hell of a fighter, can put it down. Now you want him to be a promoter. You want him to be a promoter. He's been in the gym all his life. Now all of a sudden he's supposed to become a promoter because Floyd was so good at it. Like G said earlier, he was a natural. Floyd was an anomaly. There's certain guys, Mike Tyson wasn't even necessarily no people person. He was just so controversial, and he had Don King and his team around him. They knew how to take that controversy and sell it to the public. So it wasn't even really Mike. It was the people that was around him and all the shit that he went through. Everything that Mike get now, he deserved because he been through so fucking much, got used and abused. And if you ever listen to him, his thing he did, his comedy special he did, and you ever listen to him talk, he'll tell you how much people used him and abused him. So everything he get now, he paid dues for that shit. But when you try to compare Jake Paul to a guy that's a fighter and then talk about how he's doing so much and this guy ain't promoting himself, it's like this dude wasn't no boxer. He was a clown his whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And because the world is filled with a bunch of silly people, you follow people like that. And then when they go do something, you just follow them. That's what we want. That's what a boxer's supposed to be doing. Well, when the fuck he gonna have the time to train if he out here on social media all the time trying to get you to follow him for doing some goofy shit?
Can I say something real quick? If you don't believe what the man is saying, pay attention to how many you got how many gangsters going on podcasts. I don't care what race they are, but how many gangsters do you got going on podcasts telling all the stories?
DJ
No,
Flag. DJ
Once
Flag.
they seen one or two people do it, that shit blew up, bro. Now you got some of the most notorious niggas that ever ran the streets of whatever cities. They going on podcasts
they
and
all
they
gonna
tell.
get indicted.
Yeah, but even if they don't, it's just what he's saying is they being influenced by other men, and you know what's making them do it? They getting paid.
I ain't
They
gonna
And
get
lie.
attention.
That's how ARR ad went down. Nigga was
exactly,
talking too much on the internet, bro.
exactly,
Seen him do it.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. But what's making grown men who really doing street shit go on TV and say, "Yeah, I shot somebody in 2002. You know this, and that, and then I shot another." What the fuck is wrong with you? What's
G,
wrong
listen.
with you?
You know what's funny, G? Did you ever watch old gangster movies
Mm-hmm.
like with Al Capone and all them? You
The
know the
mob
funny
and
thing
shit
is
like that.
because this whole gangster culture is not our culture. Like there was no gangster culture in Africa. There was no gangster culture with the Aztec and the Mayans and the Olmecs, the natives. There was no gangster culture. I'm not saying
Right,
we probably didn't have beefs and squabbles, but I'm talking about the gangster culture. The gangster culture came out of Sicily.
right,
You
right,
follow me?
right. They made it cool.
When they got here, they got a gangster museum right up here in Arkansas, a gangster museum in
Right,
Arkansas.
right.
When they was doing their thing, first you had the real crazy ones. And this is the funny thing to me. Motherfuckers say they gangster, but when the police come, you drop your gun and put your hands up. The gangsters back in the day here in America, they used to shoot it out with the police. They used to go out and blazing gun battles. John Derringer, Bonnie and Clyde, them motherfuckers was really about that life.
Yeah,
But then the gangster started to get more political. So now you had guys like Al Capone, vicious gangster, but when they stuck cameras and microphones in his face, he would say, "Oh, I'm a businessman."
right.
So he always wanted to, and then it got to the point where all of these gangsters, the families built and all of this stuff, they built all this stuff all across America with the La Costa Nostra and all that. They always wanted to be known as businessmen, even though everybody knew, okay, they was gangsters, but they never went in public and talked about what they did.
Right.
Now, fast forward to the black and brown, we do something, we want to go tell everybody. See, that's to let me know we not really gangsters.
Right.
We're not gangsters.
Nah, see the thing
We're,
is,
we're in a very emotional people, and the fact of that is we want everybody to see what we did.
see the
You
thing
looking for
is,
respect. You begging for respect.
You see what I'm saying? As opposed to
Yeah.
if something happens and you got to handle your business, you handle your business, but that's it. Because all of us got wives, children, family, girlfriends, people that we love. Everybody really want to live a regular life and enjoy themselves. That's what motherfucker really want to do. Nobody really want to be out in the street dodging gun bullets and shit all the time.
Nope.
That ain't if that's what you wanted to do, you could go overseas and fight in fucking Iraq or do some shit. That's not necessarily what motherfuckers want to do, man. It's not. Like that shit is all of that shit is a facade, man. It's that shit is a falsehood, man. It's not real. I'm telling you, man. Motherfuckers say it's real, it ain't real. All of that shit is up here.
Yep.
You say you got to do that. We act like our great-grandparents and grandparents didn't grow up poor. I heard old heads say, man, just because you grow up poor don't mean you don't have to grow up with no dignity. You can have pride. You could be a dignified person. If you ain't got a lot, you ain't got a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But that whole gangster mentality shit, bro, that shit, listen, man, it's a difference than being a man. You know what I mean? And being like motherfuckers saying they're a gangster. Like it's two different things, man. And what G just pointed out was so on point, bro. You got some notorious motherfuckers, man, that was killers, and they on here talking about all the shit that they did, and then they get to the point where they damn near snitching on motherfuckers.
they are snitching.
Yeah.
They're
You know
not
what I'm saying?
talking about no criminal activities at all. especially not on camera.
That's crazy to me. When I see that shit, I'm like, what? Bro, you know
Listen,
how miserable it is to sit in the fucking penitentiary for years and watch time go by?
even EH know about Skinny Joey Marlino. Even he doing podcasts now.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Is
Even
he a mob?
Yeah,
Skinny
the Young
Joey,
Turks. Yeah,
Skinny Joey was the head of the Philadelphia mob.
yeah.
Oh.
Get the fuck out.
Nah. I ain't gonna lie. Majority of these mob dudes been doing like that
No,
internet.
but the reason I brought him up because it don't get no more gangster than Joey Marlino. Motherfuckers done made attempts on his life. He done put his work in. He done had motherfuckers put work in, and he done show love to the hood. And I mean, not just his hood, hoods around the city. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Motherfuckers. Joey Marlino was one of them boys. He wasn't scared to be in black neighborhoods and shit like that. He'll come see you. He'll pull up on you and all that. But even he is talking on podcasts now. He not telling all the business. He still watch what he say. He still, but he talking and
Yeah,
he calling people rats left and right. But the thing is, he not even supposed to be on there. He not even supposed to be doing that shit. But
man.
he see it's a different world. It's a
Yeah,
different world out here. So
CG, this is the other thing about gangster life. And that's why I say, see, we not the originators of that. That's not
yeah,
our thing. And I'm going to tell you why. And,
yeah,
and, and we know this because they put this shit in front of our face. Y'all
yeah.
remember the movie, I think it was called Whitey, about the dude Whitey Bulger.
Whitey
yeah,
Bulger, yeah,
Whitey
yeah.
Bulger. And we
From
also,
Boston.
everybody know about Freeway Ricky Ross.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
you get to the top level, the police and the feds, they work together because all of this shit is about money.
right.
You see what I'm saying? So say for instance, we a crew, all of us the crew, and we get a crew, and before you know it, we done came up and we locking down North Philly.
Yeah,
If we interfering with the Russian mob, the Irish mob, the Italian mob, if we interfering with their money, they
yeah.
gonna first of all come see us and sit down and talk and say, listen, man. And if that don't work, guess what's gonna happen? The police coming.
yeah.
Because the police is they homies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You know what I'm
they
saying? And they
they
gonna sit and
work.
say, listen, man, these goddamn eggplants, they trying to take over. You know what I'm saying? You
yeah.
know, get them out. That's how the game works. That's what I'm saying. When it get to a certain level, I promise you, and this is just common sense. Every mob organization got police contacts.
Yeah, but
So
look,
are they see? And that's why I said when we get to talking about the snitching thing, this shit is on another level when you're
hey,
talking about that real big money. And that's why again I say, like, we not gangsters, man. We just trip, slip, and fall into some type of lifestyle, and then before you know it, we robbing people and taking shit, maybe selling some drugs or something. But
hey, hey, yo, anybody with a brain knows this gangster the street shit is a myth, bro. There's no rules and regulation. They do whatever they want to do, then prey on the kids, bro, so they could go crash out. That shit is a myth, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It is a myth. So, yo, Greg, I got a question.
Yeah.
You think Pacquiao should fight Tank? Or you think his team should be like, you need to chill because you're getting a little old?
I think Pacquiao should sit his old ass down.
But
you said fight Tank?
Yeah,
Pacquiao don't
Tank
listen.
at his press conference.
It's being rumored that they ain't say if he win or he lose against Barrios. They just said next, like there's
Yeah,
a
He want
possibility.
to fight Tank next?
yeah, he won.
Yeah,
That nigga tripping, man.
Man, Pacquiao trying to get knocked out.
For real, for real.
I mean
That's
If you
Pacquiao don't listen to no
trying to get him
team.
to do, you believe in him or what you doing? If you
I,
on
be,
his team,
I believe he an old man and he should chill.
Yo, Pacquiao don't listen to nobody, bro. If you want to do it, he gonna do it.
That's
Like
No,
true.
that's
we
true.
we seen,
He the dictator.
yo,
He must be broke.
we seen like last time he fought, he got beat up by this kickboxer in Japan or some shit. Like I
Yeah.
don't
I
know if
ain't
y'all
even
seen
watch
that
that
fight.
shit.
He
I
looked
ain't
it
watch.
bad.
I ain't watch it either. Hey, who really gonna be the next Florida Pacquiao though? Like, who can y'all see being the
Nah,
next Floyd or
that's
Mac?
that's the thing. You're not going to get it like that. You got to be the next you,
Thank
because
you. I was
Yeah,
just
that yeah,
just
that's
about to get
no,
ready.
that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying just who's gonna have that fandom. I'm not
yeah,
saying
but yeah, but that's the thing. It's the Wild Wild West, like EA said. It's so wide open because these niggas is so stuck on following people. They don't have their own identity, so it's hard to say.
But look, that one thing that they need, nobody has it. That Louisville lip type of shit. That shit talker. Floyd got it.
Boy
Fucking
was a shit talker.
Ali had it. If you
Talk
don't
his
got
shit.
that, you ain't gonna go. You ain't gonna be up there with the Alis in them, bro. Cause that's how them boys ring bells.
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
I tell you what, people
different era,
respect
man.
Floyd and what he did in his career. You know what I mean? And Floyd made money. But I tell you what, Andre Ward ain't broke.
Nah,
And
nah.
Andre Ward ain't living no regular life. And that brother, as I understand it, you know what I mean? He proclaims to be a Christian. And from what I see, he tried to live that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So here it is, a man that say he a Christian, he a God-fearing man, but he a fighter. And he went there and performed, he undefeated, and he made money. And I remember he was doing an interview, he talked about how E40, you know, wanted him to be in the video. And he was like, nah, man, like, that's not my lifestyle. That ain't what I do.
Right, right.
See, fans probably would have been like, damn, Dre, why you ain't getting the video? It would have blew you up. You would have been in it. Everybody not, you know what I'm saying? Everybody don't, like, money don't move everybody like that. Of course you want to make money, but Andre Ward has made enough money where he can live comfortably, don't want for none. He can take care of his wife, he can take care of his children, he can take care of his loved ones, and he got respect in the boxing community and in the sports world. What more can you ask for? What more can you ask for?
Yo,
Like, some people just not gonna compromise themselves to come out of their character, and not even to go that far. Like, Andre Ward is just not gonna get up there and talk smack and all that, only because that's not him. Not because I'm trying to say like it's something wrong with it. You know what I mean? Because like Adrian Broner, wild as a motherfucker, but Adrian Broner wasn't fronting. He really was that dude. He was a wild dude in the street. So he was being himself. If somebody tried to come behind Adrian Broner and do Adrian Broner, they gonna look corny. You ain't gonna look real. So it's always best when you dealing with people, be authentic. When you dealing with a woman, when you meet a woman, don't try to be Don Juan. Be you. That's what's going to appeal to people, bro. It's not going to be you trying to be like the next or try to copy. That's not going to be that, bro. It's going to be you. People going to like you for you, man.
All right, but there are different forms of it though. Like, so with the lack of shit talking in boxing, there's not a lot of shit talkers. With the lack of shit talking, you don't think nobody can be themselves and still talk shit? Because Floyd wasn't like Ali. His shit talking is completely different from Ali.
Yeah.
He has his own style.
But look,
so you don't think nobody can still be themselves and still kind of gather that following? Because you kind of need a little bit of shit talk. You kind of need to stand on it a little bit to kind of sell the fight.
If you don't have top tier shit talking, bro, like you're not ringing bells, bro. Straight up.
I think we need some shit talkers. We ain't got no shit talkers, but we need them. But they can still kind of be authentic, like you were saying.
I mean, we still got some. I think the Charlos could.
We talking about top tier, like legendary, bro.
I think if
niggas that need to be talking shit, Javante need to be talking shit. The way he fights, Javante should be a way
bro,
better.
I think
a little bit. He don't talk as much as he should.
We're not talking about regular. I'm talking about shit that's gonna make you get out your seat. Like, damn, he talking some shit like Ali, like, you feel me, like Floyd. These niggas is talking legendary shit talking. That's what we
legendary.
And you know what? You know what? See, Never Fold. You know what that is?
Yeah.
That's natural ability. It's organic. It's what they do. So when you talk about that, you're just gonna have to wait and see. It's just it's gonna be a fighter. That's what they do. It ain't like they trying to put on or they trying to act. They just gonna come and it's, you know what I'm saying? But to ask a guy right now that might be touching on, you know, getting to the top as far as, you know, accolades is concerned, accomplishments, to ask him at 27, 28 years old, turn into a shit talker so you can, it's not gonna happen like that.
Hey, let's say Boots start talking that shit.
Yeah, Boots need to start talking shit. For real, there's certain fighters that need to just start talking shit.
Well, I'll tell you what. The best
Boots
people that y'all can ask about that we got access to is G and Jamil. Ask them, hey man, you think Boots gonna turn into a shit talk in the next 6 months to a year?
Hell no, he not like
Hell
that.
no.
He don't even like to talk.
He ain't going to, but it
Bruh,
would definitely. Hey, listen, he can back it up. I'll talk shit all day.
Yo, Boots one of them niggas that rather do the talking in the ring, bro.
We
like
already know what type of Boots is, but Boots, he's not. If Boots was a shit talker, his ceiling would be way higher than what it's gonna be.
But hey, yo, you know one thing I noticed about Boots, he ain't trying to be nobody else but himself, so he not gonna go out his way to do certain shit, bro. Feel me?
You know what my problem is with that? And I don't want y'all to get angry with me. But why do we do this shit to each other? Nobody asked Golovkin and Lomachenko to be shit talkers. Why do black people feel like black fighters always got to be shit talkers? Nobody asked Leo Santa Cruz to be a shit talker. Nobody asked Abner Maris to be a shit talker. Like, why do we feel like in order for black people to make it, we always got to do this stereotypical shit? See what happens? See what happens
our greats did it though.
Listen to me. People watching. People always watching us, and people definitely looking at this because motherfuckers know who G is. When people look at this that don't consider themselves of our race, when they start to say shit to us that we feel like is derogatory, a lot of times we create that atmosphere because we put this stigma on us that we always got to act one way to be successful. That's not diversity. Ain't just in color. Diversity is amongst people. So everybody is not gonna be the same. That don't mean they don't deserve to be successful. Like I don't get that.
I think he don't deserve to be successful.
Why we think that's how it gotta be?
I think you talking the truth because I don't want motherfuckers to be talking shit. Be yourself. So we was talking about like who can like get on that Floyd level of fame and Muhammad Ali. And I was like, yo, number one thing you need is that legendary shit talking. True, the one that said, yo, Boots need to talk shit. Boots just got to be himself. You feel me?
I mean, he gonna be himself. I ain't saying he's not gonna be successful. I'm saying he has the talent to talk that shit, back it up.
You know the question I got though. How come you gotta be ultra famous?
Some people don't want to be ultra famous.
You don't.
But we
have a lot of faith in Boots. We get behind our people.
But why you can't get behind him for just doing what he do?
I'm already behind him.
But it's people that feel like, yo, he gotta dance more. Yo, he gotta talk more. Yo, he gotta do this more.
Yo, why? I ain't gonna lie, but at the end of the day, a person will never go far if they not being themselves, fam. You feel me? So I'd rather somebody be themselves than try to be the next man, bro. Because you ain't gonna make it far, bro. Because you
still be himself and talk shit. Talking shit doesn't mean you're not yourself.
Nah, but that's not in his personality.
Yeah, but that's the thing. But that's the thing. You keep saying that. That's not what he is. That's not how he is. He never been a bully. He never been a shit talker. He never been a. You know why he don't like talking shit? Because he'd get mad.
Yeah, should
you get what I'm trying to say? So what I'm trying to say is me and you might see each other in school and you might be like, damn, what's up, Greg? You little fat ass. And I'll be like, nigga, you corn fed head ass nigga. Like I'm just talking shit, right?
Yeah, niggas roasted.
He one of them niggas, he don't like talking shit because at some point it feel like, hold up, you trying to play me. Now he want to fight. Now you mad because you like, what you want to fight for? Because that's what I do.
Yo,
SDG, you know how you talked about you said this before when you was arguing with that little simple motherfucker from Chicago.
Who?
Like whatever that dude name is. I forget.
Talking about the YouTuber, the clown that ducked Greg?
Yeah, him.
That dude got
you said this like one time. This was before all of that dumb shit started. You said this one time when y'all was on a podcast, and this is some shit motherfuckers don't understand. And this alludes to what the brother said earlier. Everybody that's from the hood ain't necessarily hood. I don't think I have ever heard Boots curse.
Nah, he be cursing. He just don't do it a lot.
He don't do it a lot. See, that's because when you hear him do interviews and he talk about going to church with his mother, and then he be like, And I'll go to church by myself sometime if I don't go with my mom. And then you look at his dad, like, dude, he from the hood, he can rumble his ass off, but he a respectable young man.
Yeah,
Like, he's not like a hood motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So it's like certain shit that you would expect. I don't even want to say expect. Certain shit that we say he should add to his repertoire is really not him.
Yeah,
it's really not. You can look at him and see the way that he carries himself. Like, that's just not what he do. So if he started to do it, it would look phony. That shit would look corny. And then I'm saying, check this out. We saying he should be, some of us believe he should talk a little more shit. He put 14,000 twice in the Wells Fargo without doing that. And then we got other fighters of other ethnicities that don't talk shit either. And they got 5,000 or 6,000 seaters. So as far as us talking about the reach or who they can draw, it don't have nothing to do with that. People are gonna like you because they like you.
Yeah.
And it's just that simple. It's not, you just be you, and either people gonna draw themselves to you or they not. When was Canelo ever a shit talker?
Nah, he
ain't none of the pound for pound fighters shit talkers.
Nah,
not one of the pound for pound fighters, not one of the fighters in the top 10 pound for pound is shit talkers. So I don't know where this shit talking narrative came from.
Shit.
Boxing don't got no good shit
now.
talkers.
Bro,
the shit talkers is in MMA. His name Conor McGregor. He retired.
Canelo be talking shit, bro.
Who?
Canelo be talking shit.
Man, Canelo don't.
He got his English up on
when the
purpose
last
just
time
to talk
Canelo
shit.
knocked somebody out?
Bro, listen, he's not the type of guy that will start by talking shit. But if somebody provoke him, he will talk shit, bro. We see
Terrence Crawford talk shit too.
Yeah, he does.
Man, Crawford is very humble, bro. Crawford, he talk his shit, but that nigga is humble. He wasn't saying shit. All he said was this is gonna be a fish fry. That's all the shit talk he said was this gonna be a fish fry. That's it. That nigga not no shit talker. Y'all crazy.
Shit,
So
man.
wait,
when he was fighting Jose Benavidez, he was on it.
Over in MMA, they talking about niggas dead daddies, niggas mamas, all of that.
So basically,
that shit in boxing ain't nothing. That shit ain't nothing.
Yo,
talking about Canelo be talking shit. What?
Did y'all see? Listen,
that shit talk?
Did y'all see the interview where Canelo said, "I specifically worked on my English just to start talking shit"?
I did. I seen that. But
like, cause he know it actually is a part of the game. It's just a lot of niggas be having a bag behind them where they don't have to talk as much shit.
But it's business too. At the end of the day, you gotta.
That's what I mean by they had a bag behind them. Like that business side cover the rest of what they don't cover with their mouth. Pause.
Top Rank threw the bag at Lomachenko, and that motherfucker didn't talk shit, and he never filled up no fucking arenas. That shit ain't got nothing to do with nobody talking.
Because, like you just said it,
white fighters to talk
you just said it. He didn't talk shit. If he was talking shit with the bag behind him, he probably would have went further.
Yeah, Loma would have been huge if he was talking shit.
If he was one of them niggas get in the ring with you, yeah, I just did you dirty. Who next? He would have been. He would have. You know what I'm saying?
But he talking shit in the ring, though.
Top Rank was throwing the bag at Loma. He just couldn't produce.
He couldn't.
His personality wasn't no like. He ain't have a huge personality outside the ring.
And then listen. This clown get all exposure. Is that shit talking? He get all exposure and he still can't fill up shit.
What clown?
Who?
Who's the clown prince of boxing right now?
Teofimo.
You see what I'm saying? That's his problem. He mad because the fans don't come see him like that. Because if they did, Top Rank would get behind him and throw the bag at him. He don't do it.
But
he got mad and told Top Rank, y'all can keep y'all black fighters. Devin Haney, who don't talk shit, but his dad do, he sell more than all of them.
Listen, you gotta talk the right shit.
It don't have nothing to do with that, man. We gotta stop that, bro. We gotta stop that.
And dude, Teofimo don't talk the right shit. He be drawn. Like, he don't be talking the right shit.
Man, Teofimo got mental issues. A lot of these Mexicans got mental issues. I don't know why y'all don't never talk about that part.
Buddy's a cornball. Niggas don't.
He's Honduran, though.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I be forgetting that. I keep seeing that. I be forgetting that.
Yeah, he Honduran. But I disagree with that, man. Shit talking ain't got nothing. Shit talking is what you do. If that's what you do, that's what you do. If you don't do it, you don't do it. If you box, You supposed to get in there and you supposed to perform on the night. All of that other shit, it gotta come natural, man.
Yeah.
It can't be no put on. You can't be putting on, man. If dudes don't talk shit, they just don't. That's not what I do.
Ain't
right,
no
look,
problem
look.
with it. Ain't no problem
Even if, listen, even though he don't do it, you don't think if Boots was a major shit talker, because he can back it up, you don't think he'll be looked at in a bigger light, as in like especially social media and all that type shit?
I don't know. I can't say.
That's what we known for. That's what we known for. That's what we known for. All our greats did it. That's what we known for. That's what we do. As a culture, it's just a cultural thing. It's not stereotypical. It's just our history. So our history is always gonna play a part. So if you is
but why y'all get on Tank? Why y'all get on Tank? That was me. Y'all was talking to about the purses and shit, right? And I was trying to tell y'all, we in the hood. Look, even in Baltimore, I'm from Cleveland. In Baltimore, niggas been wearing them Gucci statue purses since 2017, 18. But y'all got on Tank. All right, y'all got that. Why y'all ain't talk about Bud holding that man's hand in front of the whole world?
Oh, that's that nigga cycle y'all was getting on.
Why y'all ain't talk about Bud holding Turkey Al-Sheik's hand in front of the whole wide world?
Gotta get in my car.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see that.
Y'all ain't see that, but y'all seen Tank.
I seen it.
Wearing a go yard
seen
bag though, but y'all ain't see that though. What mattered?
I seen it, but my thing is, I don't know. I don't want to hold his hand. Yeah, I don't want to hold Turkey hand. But at the same time, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. They come. I don't know. That's
It's
what
the same difference though, Greg.
It's not. It's not the
Tank to
same.
wear that
It's not. Listen, if you my man, if you my homie, right? If you my homie, and I ain't seen you in 10 years, and I hug you, that's crazy?
No, that's not.
No, that's not
hell no.
crazy. That's not crazy.
All right, so Turkey, he been getting money. He been getting money with Turkey. Turkey holding his hand. Yeah, it looked out of pocket. I think,
It sound out of pocket too.
no, and I think it's out of pocket. I think it is. But the thing is, I don't know what they got. I don't know. But
That's
when I
cultural, bro. That man comes
shit.
from.
Just because
That
it's
man lives
cultural
in a
don't mean it's
country.
okay
But
to
this
do.
what I'm saying.
That
But this
man
what I'm
lives in a
saying.
country.
It's okay to do
Yeah, but
because
this what
it's
I'm saying.
cultural.
This what
In
I'm saying.
Africa, they cultural. They do satanic
But
rituals.
no, this what I'm saying. This what I'm saying. You right about that. In Africa, they be butt naked. That's their culture. All right.
You feel me?
What I'm saying is, I know this much. In my culture, the only ones wore pocketbooks was women. In my culture, the only ones painted their fingernails was women. So when I see that, I'm
The
like, hold up.
pocketbook debatable though, Greg. The pocketbook debatable.
How? It was pink. It
That
was a
bitch
pink
debatable.
pocketbook.
The
It was,
nails, I ain't gonna argue with you with. The nails, I ain't gonna argue. The
but
satchel, the Gucci satchel, nigga, that bitch fly, Greg.
it was a
Greg, if I
pink.
send you a
No,
Gucci
not the
satchel right
satchel.
now, you
I know
ain't
what the
rocking
satchel.
that bitch.
I know the satchel. I ain't talking about the satchel. I'm talking about Tank had a pink
Yeah, he
pocketbook,
did for
bro.
the Ryan fight. Yeah, you right.
Yeah,
You
bro.
right. You
I
right.
ain't talking about no I know about a satchel. I know what a satchel hitting for.
Okay.
You could put a book. You could put an iPad. You could put a fucking laptop in a satchel. This bag was like a fucking like it had lipstick in it, and you know what I'm saying, and
You
lip
right.
gloss. You
For
know what I'm
sure.
saying?
For sure.
That's what I'm talking about. That type of shit. When you start seeing that type of shit, where are you getting that from? Whose idea was that? That wasn't his idea, bro. I
I'm
know
with
for
you
a
on
fact.
that. I'm with you on that. I agree with you on that.
That's all I'm saying. When they
What's
when they
going
want you
on,
to,
y'all?
what's up, Jay? What's popping,
What's up?
Jay?
I'm good, man.
What's on your
Go ahead,
mind?
go ahead, finish. I just want to piggyback on what EA said, because what all y'all saying, like, when I went to college for marketing, it's basically what EH and you both said. It's the system, man. Like, it's shit that we taught in marketing. We taught to find the latest trends and make motherfuckers do what they not supposed to do. Case in point, like back when before I got into boxing, I used to be in the music industry working for Philadelphia International Records. We used to get R&B cats, and certain dudes would come in that could sing, but they had a rap look, and they would cut these dudes and bring in other members to form a whole new group because they didn't fit whatever the system was looking for at that time. So, say for instance, Greg could sing, but Greg looked more like a motherfucking street nigga. Philadelphia International, the Brad's gonna tell me, yeah, Greg can sing, but get rid of him because he don't fit the mold of R&B at the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's really all y'all hitting on good points. It's just the way the marketers run this shit, bro. We take what's in the trends or the hottest trend that's coming out, and we going and the brass gonna force you to do that shit whether you like it or not. It's basically like the old term, get down and lay down. Basically, you want to get this money, or you could be a star, but if I do this, and that, you're gonna get that crossover appeal. Take Lil Uzi for example.
Right.
Lil Uzi, I remember when Lil Uzi was rapping and all the labels was looking for him and shit. He didn't have all that purse and nail polish and all that shit, but he been trained to tell y'all that he did. But when he was being scouted locally in Philly, when I was an intern, he didn't have all that. That was the idea of somebody who saw what was coming because Uzi hung around a bunch of the punk rock kids and shit, and he was always different. He always hung around them punk rockers and the golf people, whatever you call them, that hung down South Street. You know what I'm saying? They used to walk around with their nails painted black and the bootleg pants and shit and the chains. That's who Uzi used to hang around. So the record label, his motherfucking marketer, his stylist gave him that idea. We gonna rock with this, and this gonna bring you a whole nother, you know what I'm saying, whole nother appeal. And that's what it did. That's what they do to you, whether you like it or not. It's up to you. It's your choice. That's why Tank did what he did. That's not Tank's style. Like Greg said, Tank rocked that shit for one time and then went back to truly who he was.
Yeah, that shit. That. And I was only saying all that to say these niggas be just having niggas trying shit. Like they trying to get so much out you that you end up at a Diddy party.
Exactly. And you probably remember, Greg. You remember the group No Question from Philly?
Oh yeah, I remember
the reason why they never got big was because the labels was trying to force them to be the next Drew Hill, and them niggas was like they termed them too street. They was too hood because they was really Philly niggas. They was really in the streets. They could sing.
Right.
And we don't hear nothing from them no more because the label was like, all right, cool. You don't want to sound like Drew Hill, cool. They had the whole setup and everything. All the writers that wrote for Drew Hill, No Question had them when they got their deal with Warner Brothers. Nobody even know about their deal with Warner Brothers because Warner Brothers said, "Fuck it, we gonna sit these contracts here, and either you sign them or you don't." They walked away with the Philly International deal, and Philly International folded after that deal.
Do you still work in the music industry?
No, I went over to boxing after that.
Oh, okay. That was like Philly International. That's Luke Mom, right, brother Kenny Gamble?
Yeah, yup.
He still got it?
His son was running it after he left. When I became an intern, Gamble and Huff was kind of on the way out. They just was the name. His son Leon was running it. Leon Jr. was running it, and I was just interning there. But
where Luke Mom at?
He in real estate real big, man, down South Philly. A lot of the
he got down Well, I know last time I was down here at 15th Street and all that. Oh, okay. I when you said gone, I thought he like left the country or something. Oh, okay.
Nah. He still.
Oh,
I mean, you know how it is. It's just like being a boxer. You still around, but you just not doing, the business that you was doing.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Man, you should really like do a podcast or something, man. People be thinking that shit is like some conspiracy theory shit or some shit, bro. See, I learned. I'm gonna tell you something. See, I come from the time like I read books. Like this book, it's an 800-page book, bro. Like I read books because when I'm reading, I look at my table of contents or I go to my bibliography and I want to see the sources. So that way I can go follow the sources. So a lot of times when I'm saying shit, it's so much shit that I didn't read because a lot of times people can put shit out on videos, but if they ain't got no sources, if they talk good, we'll just believe it and repeat it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like when you're doing research, you gotta research the research you get. So when you get some information, you gotta see where the information comes from. It's kind of like with the blockchain thing with Bitcoin. It's like you gotta follow it back. That should take time. That's not something you can just, you can read one book and think you got it all. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you read older material, because older material, the people back then, they gave you the truth as they saw it, but they didn't have access to a lot of the shit that we got access to now. So it's like a person that was in the music industry 40 years ago, they couldn't tell you the shit that you saying today.
Yeah.
Because we got more access to shit now. So they might have gave us a little tidbit of something, and then you can take that and then you go further. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be able to know the sources and understand. And that's why I kept talking about the systems. Like, people don't understand. Like, and all of us is affected by it. Even though we done took the word, nigga and made it sound cool. And I know I ain't supposed to be saying it as old as I am, but I've been brainwashed. You know what I'm saying? To a degree. Like the brother was saying that early, can you be brainwashed? You hell yeah, you can. Because it's nothing but it's repetition.
Right.
When
I don't know how much it is with
repetitive,
boxing, but I know like that whole entertainment behind the scenes system, it's like who they willing to push. We all know that I'm close to 50, you know what I'm saying? So we all know some lyrical spitters that never got the type of shine that they were supposed to get. It's not because they couldn't spit or they couldn't do a song, it's because the system refused to do it. You understand what I'm saying? It's all about the push that the system is willing to get behind. Greg could be one of the tightest rappers bar for bar. But do he have the pill? Do we have the crossover pill that I'm looking for as the label, the big brass of that label? You know what I'm saying? Like, I might be pushing Greg because I'm like, yo, man, you missing it. You know what I mean? Greg, whoop. But he looking at that platinum. Back when I was in the game, it was all about going platinum. If you went gold, all right, they gave you another shot at another contract. I'm gonna give you another album. But if you don't go fucking gold on the second album or go higher than gold, labels was cutting you. They was cutting you unless somebody in that brass saw something in you. Like I said, I don't know. You know, I'm learning in boxing too. You can get blackballed in this shit too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Real easy and real quick if you got a brain and you start catching on and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to be on here elongated. Like, I got blackballed and I don't have half the knowledge Greg got. It was just from me having a business mind, listening to shit, being quiet in the room and learning certain shit. You know what I mean? And it was like, oh, you can't fuck with Jay. Don't fuck with him. You know what I mean? If you leave, I've had fighters who came back that Greg know that's pro was like, yo, bro, they said they'll do X, Y, and Z as long as I leave you the fuck alone. Cause your eyes is open. You know what I'm saying?
And
like
then
Greg
you got Jay Muhammad. So now that means you got some type of morals.
Exactly.
You got some type of principle. So you ain't necessarily got to know the system, but when you take the information into your computer, you're like, no, that's not right. That ain't moral. And then you're gonna spit back the right shit, and then your fighter gonna take that to the wicked people, and they're gonna be like, oh no, get away from him. Not because you necessarily know anything, you just following your moral precepts. That's part of who you are. And that's what I'm saying. That's
how I started following Greg, because I was trying to learn shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You start to see shit when, like you said, when you from the streets, you start to peep how certain people start to act funny and shit. You know what I mean? And I drew to Greg because Greg was always, he is who he is. What you see on here, that's who he was. And he probably forgot. I first met Greg in person at the Golden Gloves with my fighter and shit. And he came right up and showed love, man. Like, and he probably was just blowing up at that time. And I was shocked I'm older than Greg, but I was shocked, man. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? He is who he say he is. You know what I mean? But he right, man. That blackball the shit out you. I can't even get fights with my amateurs sometimes.
Dang.
Yep.
Real shit.
Hey, look, I had a quick question since you was talking about Uzi and stuff. Because before we got off that subject of music, I know we was already off for a little bit, but if, in your opinion, if you was like, because I know you probably still paying attention and what's going on since you was talking about that, what would you say it would take an artist to get looked at by a label or somebody with some type of investor that's willing to deal with them type? You get what I'm saying?
I mean, now the game is different. It changed from when I was coming in as an intern. Like, it changed so much. You know what I mean? Like, I think the thing that got Uzi, what got Uzi over was the key move by his team. You know what I'm saying? His PR person and his marketer who changed his whole style. See, nobody knew Uzi before he got signed, so you can't argue the fact when he get on interviews and say, I always been like this, I always dressed like this. You can't argue because you never saw him. If you from another city or another state and you never seen this man growing up, you can't even argue. You can't, definitively say, no, nigga, you lying. You ain't used to dress like that. But when you in the business and you seen Uzi when his manager was shopping him to get a deal, you seen the real Uzi. No, you wasn't dressing like that. Right. Your marketer, your manager came up with a great idea. You fucked with them white folks, because that's the true part about Uzi, was that he fucked with a lot of them rock stars and gothic type people. So his manager came up with an excellent idea, which was, we gonna turn you into that. Because who we got that's black that's killing it with that look. Think about it. Go back to when Uzi first came out. Who was rocking that look like Uzi?
Nobody really still doing it now for real, how he doing it.
That's what I'm saying. So, like Greg said, okay, you got Uzi who did that. You might not get another black person to be able to do what Uzi did for about another 10, 20 years because he's already done it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you think about it, look at Uzi marketing. He don't really market to us.
Right.
He don't market to us. He markets to his core audience, the gothics, the rock heads, and all that shit. Because he know I ain't gotta fuck with the blacks. When it's time for me to spit, I'll spit some hot shit, and maybe it'll get me a few of the gangsters or the niggas from the hoods. But my money gonna come from, you know what I'm saying, all the white folks. That's who they push. That's who the brass is pushing to. They're not pushing them to us. And that's how that shit works. Is like Greg said, you could walk in the office one day as yourself and niggas come in with a whole nother look and be like, yo, you either gonna do this or you gonna step. And they'll leave the contract, but they so fucking bold about it, they'll leave the paperwork on the table and step out on you and say, yo, we give you a couple of minutes to think about it. Cause they know coming from the hood, we looking for that big fucking bag. What you gonna do? You gonna wear this dress or you gonna stand on your morals? The moral person gonna be the motherfucker that he got to take the independent lane now. And back then, when I was coming up, independent was hard to do. It was hard to duplicate what the Jay-Z's did and all that shit. It was hard what Rockefeller did. You know what I'm saying?
What year did you get into the music industry?
I got into the industry around 96, 97.
After
I graduated from Dobbins, I went to Pierce College for music, for marketing and promotions. And being as though Pierce had a relationship with Gamble and Huff, that's how I got into as an intern.
Where you from, Jay?
I'm from North.
Oh, you from North? Okay.
Yeah. I'm from Raymond Rosen Projects.
Raymond Rosen.
Get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, I used to hang at Morelands before they called it the Hank Gaddis Center and all that shit.
Yeah.
23rd and Diamond?
Yeah. My first boxing gym was ABC.
Yeah.
But I was bullshitting. I was, I was always around. I wasn't a street dude, but I always hung around the street niggas.
And how you said you 50?
Yeah, I'm 48.
Oh, you 48.
Yeah.
You know Black Ant? You know Black Ant?
No.
You know any of the Jury Boys up there?
No.
From back in the day?
No. My mom had a tight leash on me, man. I came up under the, I ain't gonna hold you. I came up under the nation, man. So I mean, my mom wasn't playing no games.
Are you in the nation?
Yeah, I used to be. I came out of Temple number 12.
Oh, you came on top of the clock.
Back when it was on Susquehanna.
Yeah.
Susquehanna. Okay. Not on Broad and what is that? Broad and Cumberland? Not that one. The original number 12.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. That's why when Greg was talking about skinny, I started laughing because I got an uncle that's still around who don't like a lot of these dudes that be coming on talking that's snitching and shit. Cause they was down with skinny, and he'd be like, man, these niggas be telling on each other, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all, man. I just wanted to get my little piece on that, man. That's it. I'm gonna get my behind back to work.
Sure, appreciate you, Jay.
Anytime, G, man. It's much love, man. Like I tell you all the time, keep doing your thing, brother.
Appreciate you, bro. Same to you.
All right, bro. All right, peace out to all y'all brothers, man.
Luke.
All right.
Hey,
he ain't never been on before, has he, G?
No, but he definitely from the city though.
Yeah, no doubt. He say from Raymond Rose. I'm like, shit.
I went and seen a girl down there one time. That's the last time I do that.
Gee, listen.
Ain't nothing happened to me, but it was just so many niggas outside. I said, ain't no way, bro.
Gee, listen. And that's crazy. And you saying you went to go see a girl down there. Listen, when I was coming up, and I think about it now, because my aunt used to live up there. My aunt lived like on the 13th floor. And my mom used to take us up there when we was little boys. I'm like, damn, mom was a gangster. Hey, listen, G, that shit was crazy back in the day. That shit was wow. Man, I didn't even know Little Uzi Vert was from Philly. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he from Philly. He from down Francisville.
That's way out of my generation. Damn, I ain't know that.
For sure.
Wow.
I can't believe I'm still up.
Fact.
Oh
That's why I
shit, yeah,
jumped
it's
on. I'm like,
2:30 over
damn,
there.
they still on
Damn.
this shit?
You wasn't at
Hey,
the gym today?
yeah, I went to the gym today.
Where you getting all this extra energy from? You must be getting back in shape, boy.
I don't know. I did eat a lot of greens today.
You usually be up under the covers.
I had a lot of greens. I had a lot of string beans and broccoli today.
Trying to eat clean. That's what's up.
I had some brain food. That shit crazy. We jumped. We definitely was rolling though.
Yeah, for sure. Damn, we've been on this motherfucker 3.5 hours. God damn.
Damn,
Yeah,
that's long. That's live.
yeah. We've been drawn. They said no faith in Tim Zoo. Yeah, that's gonna be a crazy fight.
You know what? That fight might not look like we think it's gonna look, bro.
No, I'm saying it's gonna be a crazy fight because it's some unfinished business for Tim Zoo and Fedora trying to hold on to them belts.
Man,
That's it.
I like Tim, man.
No, I like his
I
I like
fuck with
his
Tim
I
Zoo,
like
man.
his
I don't know, man.
I
I
like
think
his
that cut
demeanor.
just fucked him up, G.
Yeah, it did. It did because it happened so early in the fight. But I like his demeanor. I like how he approached shit.
Yeah, I fucks with Tim, man. I like Tim and Stanley on this, man. I remember when I first was watching them on interviews and shit. Like they seem like they some pretty cool dudes. I like both of them, man. You know what I mean? I like both of them, man. I think Tim going I think it's gonna be a real competitive fight though. I don't think Fedor just gonna walk through him.
Hmm.
I don't think
Yeah,
he just gonna walk
I
through
think
him.
he might. It's crazy to say. I think he might come out this fight on his toes, like really doing a lot of moving. Not moving to the point where he burned himself out, but I think he gonna be moving, like trying to give up different angles and then catching with some shit.
He ain't gonna do what he did with
Yeah,
Merchant Dahlia.
yeah, that was dumb. That was real
That shit
dumb.
was crazy, wasn't it? He just went
Yeah,
out there to fight that
he
big
put
motherfucker.
he
That
put
shit was
himself
crazy.
he put himself right in the line of fire, man.
I'm waiting for Dev to get back in the ring, man.
Hey, Bang, I'm watching that Greg Hackett bang right now. Hmm.
I
You
want
said
I,
who?
I, I want Dev. I want
Oh,
Dev to
Dev.
Dev.
That's why I was hoping they really did make the Tio fight. I think that's a great fight for them, for both of them.
I
I'm
want Dev
telling
to redeem himself with Coach G. He got
Oh,
G, you was
oh,
on his ass, G. G,
cause
you was
I,
on his ass, G.
cause I'm from Philly, man. You gotta put your hands on these niggas. Like you
No,
can't
you
be.
right. He could have sat down in a lot of spots. I can't lie. He could have sat down in some spots and hit him with some shit. He
Yeah,
could have.
cause he was walking straight to him.
He could have, man. And then Dev is such a great boxer. You know what I mean? That he can create them angles and shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like he could have, but I think he was just trying to get out that shit, man. Hopefully, whatever his next fight is, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? He get them guys in there, man, and he pieced their ass up. Cause I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you, his last knockout, I believe, was in September of 2019.
Yeah.
It was the boy. It was either Santiago or Abdulayev. It was
Oh,
one of them
you talking about for Dev?
for Dev. That was his
Yeah.
last. Matter of fact, he got knockout of the year.
When he hit that board, that overhand.
Overhand right. You remember that. He got
Yeah.
knockout of the year.
Yeah, he tore his head on
December
that.
2019 is when he got that shoulder surgery. And he ain't had no knockout since.
Mm.
And I said the same thing. I believe it was after Thurman fought Danny. He got them bone spurs taken care of in his elbow.
Mm-hmm.
No knockouts after that until recently when he fought this young boy over in Australia. You know what I'm saying? That's why
Yeah.
I be big on dudes taking rest, man. Like I wish dudes would just go into the gym and if they really not feeling it, they just let the team know, man, look, we're going to take about a year and a half off, man. I need to let my body rest. I wish motherfuckers would do that because I want to see guys fight in tip-top condition. Like,
But
I know fighters go in with injuries, but
yeah. But that should be it. But EH, you beat your body up more getting ready than you do in the fight. So these niggas be taking off already because they be fighting once or twice a year, and it just be the training. It's the body. The bodies is they asking more out of their bodies now because of all the strength and conditioning and shit.
Well, let me ask you this, G. Would you like, all right, when you consider all of the fighters that's in the game, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Known and unknown. But like
yeah,
you being around boxing, you know a lot of great young fighters that's coming up that could be fighting, right?
yeah.
Would it be feasible where these fighters could fight once or twice a year? Do we got enough good fighters in the game where even if guys fought once or twice a year, we could good fights? I ain't talking about popular guys. I'm talking about good fights every week.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
That's the problem, G. I think we be putting too much on the small crop of fighters that we might turn to be elite, but we really don't know because the
But
young great fighters ain't getting a shot for whatever reason, and they trying to milk everything that they can out of these guys at the top, and then we try to compare it to what Sugar Ray Robinson did. Well, look how he ended his career. Look at Tommy Hearns. Look at Riddick Bowe. Look at Evander Holyfield. You want your son? You want your young fighter that you raised up to be talking like that at the end of his career?
yeah. But
We got enough fighters in the game where we could get good, exciting, competitive fights that we would enjoy, and guys ain't got to fight 3, 4, 5, 10, 12 times a year. Like when you younger, I can see it because sometimes you might just be going through your opponents. But when the competition go up, reduce it. I ain't got no problem with that, bro. I want to see my guys in tip-top condition. I don't want to see my guys all beat up, getting in there. He done had an injury, hand was hurting,
but
leg was hurting.
this the thing, EH. If you don't have those issues and you don't have the circumstances that certain guys is in, then you don't get some of the fights because they still got to be smart about how they match shit up because there's a lot of money involved. You think Ryan was supposed to lose to Rolly?
Hell no.
I don't know.
And Plant wasn't supposed to lose to the
You
bull
think
the other day.
Ryan coming off that controversial win, and I'm saying controversial because of the Oscarine, but you think at that high that he was on, beating up Devin Haney, you think he was supposed to lose to Rolly next?
Well, when you say supposed to, are you talking about from the business perspective? Because I don't know. I mean, Turkey put the fight on. So whose interest is involved? See, if PBC put on the fight, we know we're looking for PBC guys. If Golden Boy put on the fight, we're looking for Golden Boy fight, and so on and so on. So when you say that, what you mean?
All right. But Golden Boy is doing business with Turkey more direct than PBC is. I'm saying that because Golden Boy is doing business with the Zone, who is doing business with Turkey. So all the fights involved with Turkey is coming on the Zone. So the interest is going to be with Golden Boy before it is with PBC.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And Ryan, again, when you take off the gloves, take him out the ring, who's the more appealing fighter? It's gonna be Ryan because Ryan bring the girls.
The popular shit. Okay.
Was Ryan the favorite in that fight?
Yeah. And then when you hear him talk, Rolly sound like a sixth grader.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wait, he was supposed to win. Him and Devin was gonna fight next, and he fucked around, fucked the bag up like Caleb.
Yeah,
So
I was
now
about to
that's
say,
funny. Where
Plant
y'all
just
think?
did that
Where y'all
same
think he
shit.
do go from here? Then, since he won, what he gonna do now?
Who, Rolly?
Yeah.
The thing is with Rolly, bro, Rolly probably was in the best position ever because that's why he even got the fight. And what I mean is coming off them fights with Pitbull, he been getting his ass whooped, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we know he been getting fucked up. So you know what? We gonna definitely take a fight with him. They take the fight with him, but they lose. Rolly now is in possibly one of the best positions in boxing because not only is he exciting, he might lose, but he might win. So he just that wild card. He that draw. He gonna draw just off of the suspense. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be like Rolly gonna be like that. The number one like the number one opponent for the top rated guys at 47. I mean, and the guys moving up to 47.
Look,
He's
I feel
been
like
Devin should fight him next.
who
Think Devin should fight him next?
should fight Rolly?
Yeah.
I would say stay away from Rolly right now.
I feel like Rolly is like to the what we were saying earlier. He talked the right amount of shit to keep his shit going, like to keep his train rolling. He talked the right amount of shit. He don't overdo it. Like
Yeah, and Rolly's a character, so you got to keep him around. But he's not the guy that's supposed to be the star. He don't have a star shit. He's a character. He's funny, and he'll knock you out. But he's not supposed to be the star. Ryan, you know how many people sided with Ryan when he was talking about, yo, I know these people, man, they kill babies and they do this and they do that. When he was talking like that, you know how many people, how many women was like, oh my God, he's such a sweetheart. And then you know how many men that's in that they in that, like, how can you say, like, political, they in that political world where they follow shit like that and they like, you know what, I like that kid, man, he's standing up for something. But then the next day, he talking about, man, I'm gonna kill this person. I'm drunk. I'm high. Like he was just losing his mind. You know what I'm saying? But it's people, every time he act like that, it was people being attached to it. Because guess what? You know how many people, like you, matter of fact, you said the key words earlier, addictions, right? Remember you was like, you know how hard it is to shake an addiction? Now imagine all the people who out here getting drunk every day and they don't got nothing to believe in. But then they see a fighter who drink. You know what I'm saying? It's like Mayorga with the cigarettes. Told you cigarettes don't bother you. Look at him. He in there knocking people out. And he smoking shit. You see what I'm saying? Professional athletes are very influential. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
and even me, right? Like I'm not a top tier athlete. I'm not a number one coach right now. I know my ability. I know what I could do, right? But people hear me talk on here, and I see people in the street. All right, for instance, my mother was in the hospital. My mood was all the way fucked up. I go to the hospital to see my mom. It was an old man in a wheelchair getting wheeled out. He said, "Oh shit, they got Greg Hackett in here." Bro, that made me feel good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He felt good off of seeing me, but I felt good that an old man said,
Right.
because you know why? You know why that felt good to me? Because he from the real boxing, like the back in the day shit. Like when motherfuckers was getting it in. And he for sure in his 60s, almost 70, and he look up and recognize me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's
So
dope.
so
Yeah.
that type of influence for an old man to be getting out of the hospital, he recognized his favorite whatever, like analyst or whatever. Like that's some crazy shit. So if an old man could feel like that about me, imagine a Ryan
Right.
or Boots, or you know what I'm saying?
Right. I
So
feel you.
so when these guys do shit, people just buy into it. They just, you know what I mean?
And you know what's crazy? Tank fans were siding with him.
Right.
And not because they necessarily like him, they didn't like Devin and the way Devin used to be calling out Tank. Because I had a dude I used to fuck with in Baltimore, man. I was like, nigga, you bugging. He talking about, yeah, I did my research and the amount of ostarine he had was point. And I was like, nigga, if you don't get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Like, that's crazy, man, how you know, just celebrity figures, you know what I'm saying, can have, and celebrity ain't just sports. It's just, especially with the internet, you know what I'm saying? Because if you get on here and you do something that people like, you a celebrity. Whether it's low level or high level, you a celebrity, you know what I'm saying? And I knew that when we was down at the weigh-in and the young boys walked up to you. You know what I'm saying? That fucked me up. When I see these little young kids look like they 20, 21, you know what I mean? And they like, yeah, G, you know what I mean? We fuck with you. We watch this shit all the time. And then the young boy, I think his name was Don. He was from Boston. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He came over, was talking to us, and he was
remember.
talking about the different shows and all that. I'm like, God damn, like, yeah, so nah, no doubt. But see, but also too, because there's a lot of people that got boxing channels. For some reason, boxing has gotten really popular with people that want to do podcasts. Because I see motherfuckers on here, they can't even talk, G. Trying to talk about boxing. Like, who the fuck is this motherfucker?
But like I always tell people, right? Learning how to fight is a major thing, especially for men, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially for men. So you know how many doctors, you know how many lawyers, you know how many cops wish they could fight, like
Mm-hmm.
really, like really fight to
Mm-hmm.
to say that you a lethal weapon. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when boxing opened up, when they came out with Creed, and then they started accepting more clients in the gyms, like the regular gyms, like the hood gyms, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? People, that's what people want to feel. They want to feel like they really getting it in. They want to feel like they really grinding. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They want to be around some real fighters. You know what I'm saying? When all of that started happening, man, the shit went crazy. The shit went crazy. So now talking about it, people feel like they almost gotta talk about it because of how popular it's become. You know what I'm saying? Boxing was always popular, but when you with these computers, man, you could create some shit.
Yeah, nah, no doubt. No doubt. But everybody's not gonna like I don't know how long you intend on doing this,
Yeah.
but everybody not gonna survive with this shit. Because everybody don't got something to say. Like you a fighter and a trainer, and you got the personality to do this shit. Like I
Yeah.
be saying motherfuckers that be having channels, and these motherfuckers ain't never fighting nothing before. Like they might just be a regular motherfucker. They might not even be a fan, because some of these motherfuckers, some of the shit that I be hearing them say, I'm like, you don't even know
But
what the fuck he talk about. They be fucking up weight classes and everything. I'm like, man, this motherfucker.
but that's the thing. But that's the thing. You somebody where you like, I want to get as close as I can, because I still got to do what I got to do. I got to hop in this truck. I got to get this money. But when I tap into my boxing, I want to feel like I'm talking to the game. I want to feel
Right.
like I'm. Now you got some people, they just like the motherfucker that's talking. They don't even care about what he talking about. They
Because them
just
motherfuckers on TV, bro,
yeah.
I don't fuck with none of them motherfuckers. I don't. And I'm not saying like personally or nothing like that, but that boxing shit, them
And
motherfuckers on TV, bro, I don't fuck with none. The only motherfuckers I listen to, and you
yeah,
probably be surprised, is motherfuckers from over England called the I think it's called Pro Boxing Fans or Boxing Fans. It's like
yeah,
this um podcasting dude. It's the
yeah,
little white dude. I forget what weight division he fought. I think he fought in 130 named Barry Jones.
yeah,
And then
yeah,
this
yeah,
though Barry Jones, and then it's the white dude that's the reporter or whatever that was talking shit about Ben when he was disrespecting the dude, not disrespecting but clowning with dudes in the ring. But that dude Barry Jones,
yeah,
I fucks with him, bro.
yeah,
I
yeah.
like his breakdowns, and he always keep it honest, like because he be talking about his career, and he
Right.
always keep it like I just fucks with him, like he's a genuine dude. You know what I
But
mean? Like
and
I like the podcast, and then I like the way they like I like that shit. Like I fucks with that shit, and they break down fights from over here and from over there. Like I
yeah,
fucks with that like on a consistent basis.
yeah,
And then fucking with like you and Bang. I mean, of course I fuck with Mill shit, but you know Mill do clips. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So I be looking for like my fighters or this, looking for bread, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
but like a lot of that other shit, like it's one dude, I'm not gonna say his name because I don't hate the dude, but he be breaking down fights, right? But this nigga is like the king of terms, bro. He be
yeah.
coming up with all these crazy terms, breaking out, and I'm just like, dude. And then he be like, he'll say shit like for instance, motherfuckers talk about Benavidez, right?
Yeah,
And they say, yeah, see, because when he step over and then he squares up, I'm like, okay, motherfucker, he square up sometime. I said, but when he squared up, he throwing 20 fucking punches at you.
yeah,
So
for
the
sure.
mistake that he making, you can't capitalize on it because you're trying to block punches and get the fuck out the way. Like he
Yeah.
just nitpick at a lot of little shit.
He try to sound too smart.
I don't like, and then my thing is with you, whether motherfuckers disagree with you, agree with you, they see you, they know you, and you got fighters. I'm like, okay, motherfucker, where your fighters at? Because all this shit you saying, you should have a perfect fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like because ain't like one of my favorite fighters, one of them, Navarrete. Love that crazy motherfucker.
Yeah,
Love him. He ain't no traditional, you know what I'm saying? The boy that Angeleo just knocked out, Alberto
yeah,
Lopez. Another
yeah,
one, love him. I like motherfuckers that just bring something to the game where they doing them. They not trying to copy nobody, like, and they get out there and rumble. It's just like some motherfuckers, man, they don't be genuine. And that's the thing with whatever you do. You know what I mean? Like when we talk about our fighters and we would like to see them get more popular and all that kind of stuff. It's just like, man, all you could do is be you, man. You can't do nothing else but be you. If you be you, motherfuckers got to accept it or reject it, man. Because if you try to be anything else, this shit just not going to look good, man. It's not going to look authentic.
But I had two people jump on me the other day, like, gee, you gotta really push for the being like commentator. But I said, yo, y'all don't understand what come with that. They're like, what you mean? I'm like, bro, on that level y'all talking about, these niggas basically reading off a script. You know what I'm saying? They're not saying their true feelings because they know some of these dudes can't fight. They know they getting fed a duck and all of that, but they're not gonna say that because they get fired. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I be saying that about one of your fighters. I be seeing them commentating, and I'm like,
yeah,
I know you know better. I'm like, come on, we know you, bro. We've been watching you, cheering for you, root for you. We know you're a fucking dog. Like, come on, homie. Like, but you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I can't be mad because I know motherfuckers be trying to get that bag. Motherfuckers be getting used to getting a certain amount of money, bro. They got to have that money coming in.
Yeah.
Motherfucker want that car. Motherfucker got to keep that girl happy. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker want to keep going to Balenciaga, whatever you like to fuck up money on. You know what I'm saying? I get it, man, but it's just like, and that's why I say, man, like sometimes I just be disappointed, man, because, you know, when I'm watching fights, to be honest with you, I like the commentary.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that, you know, because it's almost like when you're in the arena, and Brad was talking about this, like, because he was mentioning some fights like that was in the bubble and shit like that. Like, it's different when the crowd ain't there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what we go for. That's the camaraderie. Even if you don't know people, you go, you meet motherfuckers, y'all be talking about the fights. You know what I mean? Every time I went to a fight, everybody I'm sitting next to, I always start talking to them. We start talking about the fight. Like, that's part of the excitement of the fight. So it's like when I watch fights, now what I do is, if you ain't covering the fight, hopefully Bang covering the fight, and I'll just cut the TV off and then listen to y'all do the commentary while I'm here watching it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I like to hear the commentary, like, because it almost feel like, you know, we interacting together while we watching the fight if we ain't there live. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at the commentators, though, you can tell they be biased, man.
Yeah.
Y'all act like the other guy ain't doing nothing. Like, he ain't putting no hands on your favorite fighter.
Yeah. Should be getting nasty.
Yo.
Shit. Hey, EH, man, I appreciate you, gang.
Yeah, I'm only running my mouth. We up like a motherfucker, man.
And I still ain't tired. I'm tripping. I think I might crash out tomorrow. Hey, Don Eddie, get with me.
You already know, bro.
True, I appreciate you.
Yo, I appreciate you too, fam. Great talking to you. Hopefully I can catch another one, fam. Big fan of yours, man. Wish you nothing but the best, fam.
My dog, I appreciate that.
All right, salute y'all. Till next time.
Yep, this was probably the second longest live we ever did. I stayed awake the whole time. You know what I mean, I ain't fall asleep. I know y'all.
Yeah, that's epic. That's epic.
I know y'all done seen me fall asleep a couple times. You know what I mean? GHB TV, Greg Haggett 86, Instagram, Greg Haggett 215, on X, Greg Haggett 86 on TikTok, Greg Haggett on Facebook. You know what I mean? GregieCash on Cash App. I appreciate the love.
All right,
Thank you.
All right, man. Peace out.
For sure.